ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you could hear Old Spice Fiji Antiperspirant, what would it sound like? First, you'd start with Fiji Antiperspirant's amazing scent of palm trees. Add pure notes of fresh coconut and layer on 24/7 odor and sweat protection. You won't hear any dyes or parabens because with Fiji, you won't have any. So while your regular antiperspirant sounds like this, Old Spice Fiji sounds like this. Sounds like it smells amazing.
Hey, Kansas City, it's Dusty Likens, and in case you didn't already know, I'm here to tell you that you can watch all the shows here on 96.5 The Fan across all our social media channels. That's right. If you want to see our smiling faces as we talk about the best sports fans and teams in the country, subscribe to our YouTube channel or watch on Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch. Wake up with us, eat lunch with us, and go home with us. Your home for Kansas City sports, 96.5
to the all-new
Fan.
96.5 The Fan, your new home for Chiefs football. KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
So if I do this with my hand,
Please don't do that. Please, just don't do that. Just don't do that.
is this what we do whenever I want you to come into the conversation?
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. That Raiola kid all of a sudden doing that thing last night with his hand that Patrick Mahomes does. This guy really wants to be Patrick Mahomes.
Hell
and
yeah.
the whole internet saw it last night, too, because somebody DM'd me. I saw it this morning. They're like, oh, my God, look at this. He's doing the give me the play, give me the play, give me the play. And the walk into Arrowhead last night, my goodness, I mean, he couldn't have looked any more like Patrick Mahomes if he didn't try to look like Patrick Mahomes last night.
Doppelganger, baby.
Didn't play like Patrick Mahomes, but everything else was pretty much Patrick Mahomes last night.
If you could look like any athlete, which athlete in current time would you want to look like?
I think the answer's obvious, right?
Caglio?
No. I was going to say Dontari Poe, but seriously,
nice.
You get to throw a touchdown pass in the NFL, right?
Yeah, but your play that you're ever famous for is called Hungry Pig Right.
Big Pig or something. Yeah. No, it would be Travis Kelce. I mean,
That's a solid one.
Travis, I would say is not the best looking of the athletes, but he's it. He's him, and so that would be very much so. Just cool in all sorts of facets. So.
Rico Suave was impersonating someone the whole time as well.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, it wasn't him singing.
Oh, no, it wasn't?
He was on that Milli Vanilli train.
He was on Milli Vanilli was the lip syncers.
I think Rico Suave was, too.
Was he? Really? That was back in the 80s.
Shaggy really doesn't have a Jamaican accent.
What?
Yep. You knew that.
No.
Come on.
No, I don't think that I did know that. Oh, my.
Yeah, he sings like, hey, man, you come down from Jamaica. And then you hear talking, he's like, yeah, we had a really good album the other day.
That's awesome, man.
What?
Well, it's like when the British invasion happened, right? And you hear them singing, and it doesn't sound like they're British, and then they start any English artist, really, still to this day. Kramer's laughing; he's in for Mac today, but it's true. Like when you see the British invasion, you listen to the music; it doesn't sound British, and then they talk and they're British. You're like, oh, that's cool.
It's like when you find out those actors are British, but they're in all the American TV shows. It's like, whoa! I thought you were speaking English here, but it's that type of English.
Yeah,
all
right. Like all of a sudden you have, whoa, you're pretty good.
We call that Old English.
There we go. Old English. Yes. Yeah. OE, baby. Yeah. Old English. Was that an aftershave back in the day? Old English?
No, that's a
that's
a malt liquor.
Is that the malt liquor? Is it the malt liquor? Old English?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. You never played Edward 40 Hands?
No.
Oh my.
I think I've had like malt liquor like maybe once or I remember there was a time specifically, and I was probably in my early days of working in radio, and I for whatever reason I remember it like it was nobody's business. They used to sell this malt liquor called Camo beer. Do you remember the camo beer back in the day?
No, I could never see it.
No, that's exactly right. Right. And it was at Quick Trip, and there was a gentleman that I used to work with, and he was kind of looked like a question mark, and he was always like,
Trip?
no.
Oh.
And he said, get the camo beer. I'm like, all right, I'll try the camo, and it was terrible. And I think it was right next to the Old English and whatnot. And I was like, I'm not going to try that either.
So you're familiar? You're not familiar with Edward 40 Hands? Mm-mm. You're familiar with Edward Scissorhands?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Edward 40 Hands?
Yes, I am.
You
I have
played it?
partaked. Yes, I have.
Yeah, you partaken in this
Yes.
game. So basically, how we did it is we went to the gas station. We wrote down like every beer that you could get in a 40 ounce. So there's Bud Light, there's Miller Lite, there's Budweiser. Yeah. Those are like, picks 1, 2, and 3 in a fantasy draft. Mm-hmm. Well, that's not how we do it. We took all of the beer on tabs and put them in a hat and shuffled them through, and you drew. And one of them was like Old English. Ugh. One of them was, what was it? Colt 45.
Colt 45 is what I was thinking of. The
one.
Billy D. Williams commercials back in the day with Colt 45 were money in the bank, man.
So what you did is you drew your 2 40-ounce names, and then you held them in your hand, and somebody who didn't participate duct taped your hands to the 40 ounces, and you couldn't get rid of them until you finished them. So you had 80 ounces of beer. I mean, imagine having to pee.
Yeah, right.
It doesn't happen.
I had to pee yesterday on my walk. I can't imagine what it would have been like having 80 ounces of malt liquor.
Yeah. So the one and only time I played, I did get Old English and Budweiser, and I was wrecked the rest of the night because it was so heavy.
Yeah.
I was like 22 years old. We played at my buddy's house because we didn't have anything to do. We didn't want to go out, so we were like, let's just try it and see how fun it is. Terrible game.
That sounds awful.
I use Bud Light. I can only imagine using the heaviest.
Having Bud Light is one thing,
That's
right? That's fine. That's a light beer. You can get 40 ounces of 3 beers at the end of the day, but to have like Old English or like what was the other stuff that they used to Mickey's and stuff like that? You ever have Mickey's and that kind of crap? I mean, there is some bad stuff out there, man.
I don't like
awful.
chewing my alcohol.
That's what it's like. You're 100% right. It tastes like you have to chew it down to get this stuff into your system. I'm like, Bud Heavy has kind of become that for me, too. And I used to love Bud Heavy.
Same.
Right?
I love it now. I drink
a king of beers, baby. Like Bud Heavy was always good for me. And now I'm like, it's because I'm getting older.
It's a great lake beer.
Yeah, it is. It is.
The white can with the red label. It's good lake beer.
Yeah, it's just a good beer all around. But I'm like, now it's just too much for me. I'm approaching that 50-year mark where it's just tough to drink bubbles.
Yeah, now it's just vodka soda on ice with a lime. Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with that.
Or just kick the soda to the curb sometimes.
Yeah, depending on how the kids are acting.
That's exactly right. Depending on how the day went, right?
I'll be back.
Yeah.
Last night we did get that game in Arrowhead.
What a great atmosphere it ended up being out there. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they said sold out in minutes, and that's why we didn't hear any advertising on it. And everywhere I went yesterday was Nebraska fans. I mean, they took over this town. They were at restaurants. They were at stores. I mean, everywhere you could possibly be. So thank you, Lincoln, Nebraska, for coming down and packing Arrowhead last night. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think that the game of excitement or what we were expecting kind of fell short. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong on this. I mean, shout out to Nebraska for winning that game. Big win to start your season off. Raiola played well, but it lacked excitement. I mean, it was 3-3, it was 6-3, then it was 13-3, and then it was 13-6, whatever. It just never really kind of sold what was being sold, I guess, in my opinion. And I think what I realized yesterday is that for college football, we just need to get to the SEC games and the Big Ten games, which I know that was a Big Ten game for Nebraska, but they're not the upper echelon Big Ten. They're not Michigan, they're not Ohio State, they're not Penn State. The big teams that are actually like in bowl contention. Maybe Nebraska gets there in the year. I don't know.
But Nebraska's probably a second-tier team now in the Big Ten, I would imagine.
Which is fine. And, we'll see where their fate lies out throughout the season and how much better the sophomore Raiola gets because he'll still have one more year of football. He's still growing as an athlete. Looked pretty good last night. But I don't know, man. The Dublin game in Ireland with K-State and Iowa State, yes, weather was not great, so that kind of, poo-pooed on the game. Yeah. But it kind of lacked a little bit.
Oh, it lacked a lot, yeah.
It was very slow, very
But that's also where we are, though, Dusty, too, because I was thinking about this, like, we don't embrace defense anymore, right? If there's a defensive game, we call it a sloppy game. That's kind of the way we're wired now because of offense being in the NFL. But I'm not discounting these couple of games at the beginning of the season. I'm sure Binkley's already texted us. This is why you need preseason in college football, because you get these games that are kind of stinkers like this, at the beginning of the year, because guys are trying to figure things out,
But for sure, and I think that, you got, and it was week 0, this started week 1. The Missouri game was 61-6, something like that. Like they blew their team out.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's Central Arkansas home.
Mm-hmm.
But this was Cincinnati, Nebraska in Arrowhead. The game before that was K-State, Iowa State, Big 12 matchup, 2 ranked teams in Dublin, Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
Both games, I thought, from what they were sold out to be, kind of fell flat.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, we're going to get to tomorrow, and we're going to get the slate of.
Are you worried?
I will say this. I don't think I'm going to bet any overs.
Yeah.
Both unders have hit so far in the big games that we've been sold to. Last night, the over-under, I think, was like 51.5. It definitely hit the under, 20-17. Iowa State, Kansas State was 51.5. That hit the under. Now, obviously, Iowa State kneeled out to the end of the game, so brutal, I guess we'll call that a front door cover in that game. But what I'm not worried about is that I am going to trust the SEC teams to kind of deliver what they are, which we all know, and I know it's annoying to say because this is Big 12 country, a little bit of Big 10 country, but for Mizzou fans who are in the SEC, they kind of know this all too well because the SEC is what sells. The SEC is what moves the college football needle, and those are the teams that, we're going to go into Saturday. It's going to be Texas, Iowa State, or Texas and Ohio State. Later on in the day, you get Clemson, LSU. You get Miami, Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And, Alabama, Florida State, whatever, if you want to call that a big game as well. But,
that's featuring Alabama and Florida. Those are marquee names. That's a big game. Yeah.
Right. And those are not all SEC schools, but they're all SEC schools in those games. And I think Saturday will kind of help cure what was kind of a letdown of hype in these games. Because last night's ambiance was great. The Big Four were in the suite with Patrick, Brittany, Travis, and Taylor. Plus a lot of Chiefs players were up there as well. I think I saw Pacheco.
Trey Smith was definitely up there.
I think Chris Jones might have been in the house.
Picked up the tab on that suite.
Taylor.
You think so?
Or Travis.
Travis.
Yeah, one of the
probably
two.
Travis because it's Cincinnati. I say, it's your school. You're paying for this.
And they were on the field. Mahomes is there on the field talking to Raiola's parents. It was all cool. And then the game happened. You're like, this will get going soon, right? And you kind of had the withdrawals that you had in the K-State Iowa State game, which again I will give weather credit, the field conditions credit to that being kind of a pit of slop. But this game, I mean, last night was beautiful in Kansas City.
Yeah, it was a great night for football, man. I mean, I sat outside for the first half of that game. It couldn't have been any better from a weather standpoint. If you were at that game last night, you didn't want that thing to end, man.
And then
it was
about 9:15, it was halftime, and you're like, you know what? This didn't really tickle my fancy.
Yeah, and that's when I went to bed.
I need some action. You didn't get any action.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, the guys in Vegas, they know what they're doing. I was on the Underdog app yesterday and had Raiola. I took him over the 245.5 passing yards. He had 243 yesterday. I mean, it just shows you.
Got him.
I mean, they know exactly what they are doing. But I think this has been the appetizer for a lot of people. I think we were kind of casually entered back into football last weekend, casually entered back into it last night, and I think tomorrow at noon, at 11 o'clock our time.
KU Wagner doesn't do it for you
really
tonight.
Doesn't.
Okay.
No, probably not going to carve out time for that.
Okay.
But I understand. Look, teams need a preseason type of game, I guess, to do this kind of stuff. But as a fan, I am not interested in that at all. And as a Missouri fan last night, if you went to support your team, obviously, but you're not getting all geeked up for the Central Arkansas 61-6 game type of thing. And that's kind of the deal KU should do with Wagner, and North Dakota and K-State are taking on each other as well this weekend. So you kind of got those floater games in there. But I'm glad the SEC's moving to 9 conference games and then requiring everybody to play one of those big-time games with a cross-Power 4 school because, look, that's what we want. I think this weekend's going to be a lot of fun from a football standpoint. At least I'm hoping so. You've got Texas, you've got Ohio State, you've got 2 premier programs going out there. I think Cincinnati is probably a mid to lower Big 12 team, and I think right now Nebraska's kind of a mid Big 10 team. They're not up there with the big boys, but if that's anything that's indicative of how Nebraska's going to play all season long and what they're going to do, their fan base is not going to be happy because they struggled with a mid to below average, I think anyway, I could be wrong, Cincinnati football team last night. If you're going to be playing with the big boys in the Big 10, Nebraska's got to play a lot better than what they did last night.
No doubt about it. We'll dive more into college football a little bit later on today because this weekend's slate is nasty, including a Sunday night evening game at 6:30, which is the Notre Dame-Miami game.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that as well as other news that broke yesterday. But we come back with the guy that is, finally been stood up to. That is Jerry Jones. He finally lost. We'll have some fun with that on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty.
Hey, what go man?
On your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you, my friends over at Heartland Men's Health are ready for you to call them because we've got a big weekend coming up, right? It's Labor Day weekend. It's a long weekend, the last weekend of summer, the last weekend of warm nights and just kind of chilling out and hanging out. But erectile dysfunction can ruin all of that. Look, if intimacy feels stressful because of performance issues, hey, you're not alone. And more importantly, there is help. My friends at Heartland Men's Health have treatments that work when the pills or herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%, and some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health is successfully treating men right here in Kansas City, and they're ready for you. So schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit's free. They have an expert staff, and if you're like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Independence between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and their new office in North Kansas City. So call them today, 844-447-6600, or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
It's time to have the best steak of your life. Booth Creek Wagyu, KC's premier Wagyu meat market, is changing the way America eats beef. And now you can join the Wagyu revolution at 2 KC locations, 135th and Metcalf and 95th and Knoll. And for a limited time, you can get 4 incredible Booth Creek top sirloins for just $99. These mouth-watering premium cuts are available at both locations or online at boothcreekwagyu.com. It's the perfect time and perfect price to upgrade your beef. Booth Creek Wagyu, open 7 days a week.
Well, it is football season, and my friends at Smokehouse Barbecue are ready for all of your tailgate orders. Whether you're going out to the Arrowhead Stadium, you're going to a college game, you got a high school game you want to tailgate at, my friends at Smokehouse Barbecue can cater it for you. And I keep talking about our friends from Italy that are coming in for the first game, and all they want are some baby back ribs, baby. And so we're going to get those at Smokehouse Barbecue. A couple of slabs of those are the perfect way to have that first tailgate for that first NFL game. It's going to be spectacular. I can't wait for the ribs. I can't wait for the hickory pit beans that cook under the brisket for the final few hours to give them a flavor that nobody else can match. And, of course, their Cajun butter chicken wings are fantastic. And now Smokehouse Barbecue is offering street tacos. You got to check those out. And I'll give you a little tip. Go to dinner at Smokehouse Barbecue on Tuesdays because kids will eat for $1.99 with the purchase of an adult entree. They're saving you money and getting you some fantastic food as well. So check them out at smokehousebbq.com. You can place all of your catering orders there. Or better yet, dine in either Independence, Gladstone, and Zona Rosa. Try the pulled chicken sandwich. It is phenomenal. And place your to-go orders there as well for all of your catering needs. It's smokehousebbq.com. For over 35 years, locally owned and family operated, it's Smokehouse Barbecue.
Hey, it's Gold. I wanted to once again tell you about the 2025 Ford F-150 Lariat I've been driving thanks to Shawnee Mission Ford. It made the drive up to training camp so easy. Not only is it fully loaded, ventilated seats after a hot show up at camp. Trust me, the cooled seats are amazing. But also Blue Cruise, where it's hands-free driving on the highway. So go into Shawnee Mission Ford and test drive a vehicle and take advantage of the Labor Day sales event. 0% for 48 months, no payments for 90 days with approved credit on most new Ford vehicles. Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more. See dealer website for details.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Back to school is on the brain. That means new notebooks, pencils, new everything. And while the kids are getting ready to get book smart, it's time for you to save smart with Straight Talk Wireless. Switch now and get a free Moto G 2025 with 5G when you activate select plans. Now that's a smart call. Get Straight Talk covered by Verizon's 5G network. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Offer valid through 10/19/25. Taxes and fees apply. Purchase of Gold Unlimited plan or higher required for offer. Must activate the plan in-store at Walmart. Cannot be combined with other offers.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time, like car wash. Right now, you can save 20% on the Armor All Complete Car Wash Kit. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Gain a global perspective and specialized skills that many of today's top employers are seeking with an MBA from University of Maryland Global Campus. Study online and complete your degree in just 16 months for about $21K. Choose from MBA specializations in global business, marketing, HR, finance, and more. No application fee if you apply by September 3rd. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Chiefs coverage is brought to you by New Century Ram Dodge Jeep in Paola. Why buy your next vehicle at New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paola? Simple. Honest guys that don't need to add big city overhead into the price. Search New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram to see the complete inventory.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
On the Missouri side, 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. I-70 westbound from 470 into downtown 15 minutes. Kansas side 70 eastbound from 435 to 670 is an 11-minute drive. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
I apologize once again to the texters. If you're texting, I appreciate it, but our boss has rigged the system. We cannot log in. We've been banned. Yesterday he got it logged in like right when he got here, and we didn't have it till 9:30. So hopefully we have it by the out of left field question at 7:45. If not, we will call an audible. We've been pretty good at doing that lately. But welcome into Fesco and Dusty. Bob Fesco, Dusty Ligens, Kramer with you today. The Crame Dog.
What's up?
What's up? What's up, bro?
What's up, dude?
What's up?
You figuring out things back there all right?
I'm trying. And I'll tell you what, I haven't been with you guys in what? I haven't been with you, Bob, in like 3 or 4 years.
Been a while, but I see you every day.
That's true, exactly. But you know what? It's nice to be back.
It's nice to see you.
Nice seeing you too.
Yes, thank you.
You okay with this Cardinals jersey over there?
Not really, but each to his own. Like, I'm never going to get mad at somebody because they're a fan of a team. I'm not going to be that guy in the upper deck at Arrowhead that wants to throw punches because you've got a Cardinal jersey on.
Thankfully.
I mean, I don't like it.
Have you gone to Arrowhead with the Raiders jersey on yet?
I have. Okay. I have back in 2020 or 2021.
2020. So you went during COVID when nobody was there.
No, it wasn't during COVID. I think it was the year after it. And no, it was 19. It was 19.
Oh, it was before COVID. Okay.
Yes. It was the 50-6 game.
Oh, you went to that one.
Yeah, I went to that game.
Okay, that was a fun game. I was at that game too.
Yeah, I left in the third.
You stayed that long?
Yeah, I left
because you could have left with 3 minutes gone in the first quarter, You know
what? I should have left sooner because it took forever getting out of that parking lot.
It's terrible. You don't have to worry about that much longer, I don't think. But anyway, so, yeah, you lose the Cardinal jersey. Joe Buck even went off on the Cardinals on social media yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, no one's going to the games. I've seen that. But I also wore a Cardinals, like, red, because I don't have anything Chiefs related. I went to a game last year, so I want to blend in a little bit, wear some red, wore my Cardinal stuff, and still got called out saying, hey, this isn't a baseball game. Like,
yeah, it's true.
It's red.
Yeah, turn it inside out next time. Nobody will know, right? You wear it inside out so you spilled mustard on it in the parking lot.
Yeah. Whatever. Or just live your life.
Yeah, or just do you. Yeah.
I'm doing me always, baby.
Just do whatever you want to do.
You're not supposed to be wearing that shirt. Okay, thank you.
Yes. People, you shouldn't know this type of music. It was out before you were born. Well, here we are.
Oh no, you've had people say,
yeah, dude. Well,
God.
I'm pretty proud of my music dictionary. Like, I go back to like Motown, play that, like, listen to.
Yeah, people ask me what I like. I said just good music. There's nothing in particular, right?
You're too young to know Fleetwood Mac is.
Why do people say that? You're too young to know Fleetwood Mac? No, you know good music.
Yeah.
I like that guy. That guy would be fun at parties.
Well, it's always weird too, because like my dad would always tell me, he's like, late 70s, there wasn't anybody more hotter than Stevie Nicks. Mm-hmm. And like all I ever saw Stevie Nicks was like of like what she was like basically like now. And I was like, really? and then I'll go on like Twitter and it'll be like 70s picks, and it's like Stevie Nicks in the front band. I'm like, I get it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I get it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you do.
I like Farrah Fawcett. I look at Farrah Fawcett. I'm like, really? This lady was hot?
Yeah.
And then my stepdad's like, dude, every guy had this poster on their ceiling. I'm like, really? He goes, and everybody had the Playboy, too.
Yeah, they did. Everybody did have that one, right? Even in Shawshank, right? Like they had her on the wall. So
who was the first girl? Marilyn right now?
Oh, it was
it was a girl, then it was Marilyn, then it was Farrah, right?
It was probably Betty White.
No, it was not. I wish it was Betty White, man.
I wish.
Now I'm going to have to think about that, who that was. God, that's going to drive me.
Faye Dunaway?
No. It'll drive me up a wall. Yeah, we'll figure it out eventually.
Sorry the text line's not open to help us out. I'm sure that name is just going nonstop.
Crazy, yeah.
But somebody who is not Andy Dufresne but might be Andy Insane is Jerry Jones. Yesterday, the news that came out was that Micah Parsons got traded to Green Bay, and I mean, it was like the Tyreek Hill trade, man. There was like all of a sudden a bunch of news going out that the Cowboys and Micah could not agree to a contract, and now the Cowboys are listening to teams. And I'm not even blanking you. It was like an hour later, I got it, you got it, we both sent it at the same time, Micah to Green Bay, and the first thing that sticks into my mind is, holy cow, somebody finally stuck it to Jerry.
That's where I was too. Jerry Jones finally got his last night. That was the bully finally being defeated last night, because I can't remember. Maybe you can, Kramer. You have a better brain than both of us. When did Jerry Jones ever lose one of these battles where he didn't get the player that he wanted to get and have him a member of the Dallas Cowboys? I don't know that it's ever happened, quite frankly. You know, all the big names have always re-signed with the Dallas Cowboys, and Micah Parsons finally said, I'm just not doing it for the money that you want to offer. Playing for the Dallas Cowboys isn't worth taking exponentially less money just for the right to play for a middling team. And that's what the Dallas Cowboys are. Now you get the opportunity to go to Green Bay. All of a sudden, they're the favorites to win everything. I mean, it's gone crazy with the odds and the Packers. But I'm glad somebody finally stood up to Jerry Jones. And if he really is a man about all of this, he'll look into the mirror and realize, my run has come to an end. This should signify and symbolize the run of Jerry Jones as general manager and football decider, roster decision maker. This should be the moment where everybody goes, Jerry, you done good, but it's time now for you to hire somebody as general manager and come in here and run this organization.
This was Jerry Jones's presser yesterday after the news broke.
When I offered Micah the contract that I offered him back in April, he flew in from out of the country, wanted to come right in. I said no.
So remember that when he says that, when I offered Micah a contract back in April.
Get you a night's sleep and come on in the next day. When I did that, we offered him a contract to come play for the Dallas Cowboys, and it was a good one.
I bet it was.
Okay. Now, it was more guaranteed than what I've been reported that was here now. And again, nothing in the world am I criticizing Micah about at all. That was every bit his right. And Micah's never been anything but so pleasant for me to be around. I want to be real clear about it, not that it implies that it's not. Things are good here. Things are good here. We have just decided that it was in the best interest of our team to take the consideration that we have. We appreciate his 4 years. But we can take that consideration and we can win in our minds more than had we gone the other route and signed him. That's not a negative on Micah. That's just unique to our circumstances.
Were there any trade discussions prior to the draft regarding Micah?
Trade discussions with who?
With other teams regarding Micah?
No.
So
no.
Could you have done something then?
We had them, but we didn't have them with anybody else.
The draft's in April, by the way, when we were talking to Micah personally.
Right, it was at the end of the month. This was at the beginning of the month.
I got you. But
oh, you mean a day earlier or what?
I mean,
I watched the whole press conference for the most part yesterday.
I don't know how you made it through.
That's what my wife said. What are you doing? And I'm like, I can't get away. Like, if the NFL were to sell streaming rights to Jerry Jones press conferences, they would probably make money. It was the Gong Show watching this thing yesterday.
It's very weird. Very odd.
I mean, and this is the beauty of the box. So, like, every Dallas station had this thing on, and they all just kept going away from it, right? Like, every Dallas station was like, we got to get back to Family Feud. We got to get back to Wheel of Fortune.
That station was laughing at the end of his press conference.
Oh, yeah. It was really bad. Like, yeah, you're right. One of them did cut away, and they're kind of chuckling. All right, we're going to get away from this now. And, like, they bailed, and each station started to fall off. Fox, Dallas, Channel 4 down there was the last one that continued on with this press conference. So I just kept flipping channels because I wanted to see this thing. This was a circus, and I literally, I don't know what to make of anything that he said. And you know, he made the comment in that things are good here, right? Like, on the surface, me saying, you know, that's a bad trade. I don't know that it's a bad trade per se. It's a bad trade because if I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, I don't trust that Jerry Jones is going to take those 2 first-round draft picks and make them count for this organization, because what we've seen out of Jerry Jones for the better part of the last decade and a half is that he's not really good at making these football decisions. If Brett Veach was down there and had 2 first-round draft picks, you would be ecstatic. Like, if the Chiefs traded whoever and got those 2 first-round draft picks in return, we would feel confident we're going to be good, we're going to be fine, because we've got proof that it's going to work out here in Kansas City. If you're a Dallas fan and you just traded one of your best players and got 2 first-round draft picks in return, and you know Jerry Jones is the guy making those picks or decisions of what to do with those picks, how do you feel good as a Dallas fan today? You traded a player, and you don't know what you're going to get in return, and odds say it's probably not going to be very good because Jerry stinks.
I think what I took away from it yesterday was, like, that was the beginning of the end of the Jerry era.
It has to be.
And because, like I said, this is like the first time that I can remember where somebody actually stuck it to Jerry and actually did what they wanted to do, which was leave. Like, we saw last preseason, Micah Parsons is walking in with the Buc-ee's Nuggets or whatever he was smashing, looked good. And then he's just laying on the equipment table like, dude, get me out of here.
Jerry claimed he didn't even see that, too.
Probably not.
They asked him, they said, he was laying? I didn't see that. I saw a picture afterwards. How did you not see? The whole world saw that.
And I think that when you look at Micah Parsons going to Green Bay, that just made Green Bay that much better. And when you trade first-round picks, they got 2 first-round picks and defensive tackle from Green Bay for Micah Parsons and picks. And I believe like a second round.
We're talking about a defensive tackle that has like 37.5 career sacks, too.
Yeah. And Micah Parsons, who got traded from Dallas, where Jerry said, this makes our team better. Well, he had 52.5 sacks in 4 years. He's 4th all-time in your franchise history, 4th all-time in Dallas history. And he's played for 4 years. That does not make your team better. That also is a terrible time for a huge trade like that. Like, this is a trade that when you go back to the press conference and hear what they're asking them, this is a trade you make before the draft starts.
Absolutely. You don't do this a week before the season.
Because now if Green Bay is going to get exceptionally better, which Green Bay we've always said is kind of like one of those fringe like teams. Like, if Jordan Love pans out and Josh Jacobs is still pretty good at running back and Matt LaFleur is who he is, Green Bay could get back to that area, because that's the team that just whipped Dallas's ass a couple years ago in the playoffs. And Jordan Love had his like moment.
Right.
And now you've traded to them, which means that first round pick, you're going to probably be bad this year. I would say I'd bet the under in Dallas's wins.
It went from 7.5 to 7, I think, for Dallas with wins now.
They took away the hook. So you can push at 7. And you'll get a decent pick if you're not that great. But, I mean, you still have Dak and CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. That offense should be okay. It should be decent. But you just lost your defensive guru / your G on defense. And he goes to Green Bay, which makes that team better, which means that first round pick that Green Bay is going to have is going to be in the late 20s maybe if they're that good of a team. The North is insanely good, obviously, with Minnesota, Detroit, Green Bay, and Chicago. But again, like, this is one of those moves where, like, if this is the family, you have the closed door meeting where dad's not around.
Right.
And you're like, look, guys, that was a huge player. That is could be potential Hall of Fame defensive end edge rusher, Micah Parsons, one of the top 3 defensive players in the NFL, and we just traded him for 2 first-round picks to Green Bay. This isn't the 90s, Jerry, where you trade Herschel Walker to Minnesota and you land Troy, Michael, and Emmett. Like, that's not that trade. And now somebody like CeeDee Lamb, who had to go through all these shenanigans, who stayed. Dak Prescott, all the shenanigans, and stayed, and let Jerry do all this talking, all this stuff. Finally, somebody said enough is enough, and it's time for a change. Shout out Owen Hart. But, like, that's what just happened yesterday with Micah Parsons. He goes to Green Bay, and Dallas fans around the world are going, okay, enough of being in denial and hanging on to the 90s. We are now the laughingstock of the NFL. That's with Cleveland, with Carolina, with New Orleans. You are in that category now, and you used to be so high up. And to give reference to your Brett Veach thing, Brett Veach got rid of Tyreek Hill, and he went and got Trent McDuffie and George Karlaftis.
Yeah, your two stalwarts on the defensive side. That's why I say if you have Brett Veach as your general manager, like if we were to have made that trade in Kansas City and got 2 first-round picks back in return, we'd be like, oh my God, the dynasty is going to roll on for another generation, right? Just based on that trade alone. But there's nobody that can have any faith in what Jerry Jones is going to do as a personnel guy. And you have to wonder, too, if he never hired Jimmy Johnson, what Jerry Jones's legacy would be with the Dallas Cowboys, because that's the only reason they won, Jimmy Johnson. I do firmly believe that. But Jerry Jones is the worst combination that you could possibly get. He's arrogant and he's ignorant all in the same time. You can be arrogant, right? There's nothing wrong with that. You can be ignorant, too. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you combine both of them together, that creates a menace. And that's what Jerry Jones is right now. He's arrogant and he's ignorant. He's arrogant thinking that I'm Jerry Jones. I'm the Dallas Cowboys. I can just offer these guys whatever they want and not talk to their agent, and they're going to take the money.
But to be fair, he has that clout.
He does. No,
he's never been told
he's
no.
had, right.
He has
he's
a
never been told
in
you're
the
right.
hallway. He's got the history. He's held on forever. Right. He's got the richest franchise in all of sports.
And nobody's ever stood up to the guy before.
Right.
And somebody finally did stand up to Jerry Jones. And the ignorant side of things is he just never thought anybody was ever going to stand up to him. And, it's me. I'm going to be able to do this. And it's ignorance because you knew where you were with Micah Parsons all along, right? You knew you had to get something done. You should have had the foresight to make that trade before the draft, because as somebody in the press conference did ask, you could have used a pick on this year's team. Now, literally 1 week before they play, because they play next Thursday night, which now I feel like they're just going to get just destroyed by Philadelphia. I don't think it's going to be much of a game, quite honestly, because look at the other guys in that locker room. You just ripped their heart and soul of their defense away from them a week before you're getting ready to strap it on and play, the defending champions on opening night. What does that do for the morale inside that building and inside that facility?
Can't be great.
Right? It can't be. It can't be great at all. And at the end of the day, players don't get involved in the contract side of things, but I would imagine man-to-man, everybody thought inside that locker room, it's going to get done. It's not going to be a big deal. We'll have Micah. He'll be here. He'll play with us. And then it didn't happen. The guys aren't going to be pissed off that Micah Parsons didn't get that deal done. Now the anger goes to Jerry Jones, and now the anger goes to that franchise. Best of luck getting your guys to go out there and bust their ass for you this year.
Do you think we're going to see more guys say, hey, I want out. I want to request. Get me out of here, please?
I think this gives them the right to believe, because like I was saying the other day, one of my best friends, Mike, who's a diehard Dallas fan, I said, what's going on with your boy Jerry? He goes, I don't know, dude. It happens every year, but Michael will sign on Tuesday. They'll play. They'll win 10 games and lose in the playoffs. Yeah. Now that narrative's gone. Like, you have to change that now. And not only that, but like free agents coming, draft picks coming. Like, are they going to want to go play for a circus like this? Because that's what we've called him. You know, he's been the guy that runs everything. He loves the soap opera. He loves all this. And they put an end to it with this trade. Like, Micah put an end to it. And, you can have your side and your opinion that Micah Parsons should be a team player first. Not in the NFL. Not when your owner tries to be bigger than the team. Like, there's a reason why we don't hear from Clark Hunt throughout the year on a radio show once a week. You do in Dallas, and he has nothing to show for it.
Well, usually the people who talk the most have the least amount of success. It really is.
I really, truly think this is the beginning of the end of the Jerry Jones legacy in Dallas. I think this is where, if you're the family and you're his son who will eventually inherit the team and take over, this is a really good learning experience. And this is also a way. I'm not saying to throw your
son is almost 60 years
right.
old.
And I'm not saying that this is a way to throw your dad under the bus, but this is one of those things where, like, you could save your franchise right now and start working forward and being like, hey, we're going to phase him out. Go talk to some execs, go talk to some high-level players, the captains of your team, and be like, we're not going to do this way anymore. Mm-hmm. We're going to change the way we do it. That was my dad's way. There's nothing I could do. You kind of know how this is. Like, this is your dad's house. What they say goes. It's under their roof. I have to respect that. He paid for the stadium. Sorry. Like, it just, whatever it may be. But, like, this is proof now that these players will and can and have, moving forward, say no to Jerry Jones, because they're done with it. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's almost like,
quite honestly, none of these players today even know that Jerry Jones had success.
And you could tell in that press conference he was shook. Like that was one of those things where it was like, I didn't April. Yeah, we talked to him. What are you talking? Like you are physically wrecked by this because someone finally said no to you.
Yeah,
the narcissistic, sociopathic attitude that he carries as an owner was challenged and won for the first time. Like Goliath beat David, and that's exactly, or David beat Goliath in this situation. And now Micah Parsons goes to Green Bay, and he's out of Dallas, and we will see what he does this year because. That was big news yesterday. That was a win for players in the history of Dallas's organization because so many people have been bullied and pushed around, and eventually the check is, hey, man, I got to accept this because I'm here, whatever. And now Micah Parsons is now in Green Bay. Oh, and by the way, September 28th, Sunday Night Football, Green Bay, Dallas.
Green Bay, Dallas on Sunday Night Football. Going to be fantastic. And it's in Dallas, so that's even better.
3 sacks.
4.
4. You're going to go with 4. What I like about this, though, the first guy said no. Now it's comfortable for everybody else to say no, too. Now that the first guy said no, everybody isn't going to go revert back and just bow to Jerry. Like, whatever that was yesterday, he's just up there bloviating, and everybody's just, oh, you're so good, Jerry. You're wonderful. The son's sitting there referring to him by his first name, which I find very weird. I've never called my dad Bob, right? Have you guys ever called your dad by their first name before? No, right? That would be weird, right? That would be strange. And Stephen Jones is up there, which, by the way, if you're a Seinfeld fan, that's the Mandelbaums running the Dallas Cowboys right now. I mean, that is Mandelbaum as a kid. You got the old geezer and the old geezer up there. I mean, the son is collecting AARP stamps to get 50-cent hash browns at McDonald's, for God's sakes. Yeah?
Good for him.
So it's not like they're turning it over to somebody young. If I was the Dallas Cowboys, in all honesty, I'd fix myself a cocktail if I'm Jerry Jones, right? And I'd go next door and I'd knock on Clark's door. And I would say, what's it going to take to get me Brett Veach down here to Dallas? And I would make the grandiose offer. Not that you have to accept it, but that's something that's what Dallas needs to do. Or go offer Howie Roseman everything that you possibly can to turn that organization around. Because if you're the Dallas Browns right now and you're being run by Jerry Jones and you're being run by Stephen Jones and you're looking at yourself right now in the mirror, you're running in a circle, you're chasing your tail, and there's no end in sight. You have to go out there, much like Clark Hunt did, and hire an adult to be in the room to change your franchise over and give it to a guy like Andy Reid. Who that guy is for the Dallas Browns, I do not know. But it is time for them to put the big boy pants on and be a real organization of football and not a marketing arm for the rest of the NFL. Because that's all they are right now. The Dallas Cowboys are a marketing company for the NFL because their product stinks.
Jerry Jones would continue in his press conference yesterday as well.
Micah Parsons had become a cancer in the locker room. And there's only going to be one cancer in that locker room, and it's going to be me. Getting all the press for this trade gets me so hard I might not even need my dinger pills tonight. The only thing that's keeping me alive is Arby's roast beef. Sammy's Johnny Walker Black and my masseuse Rolodex. I made this trade because I haven't done anything to sabotage the team in a while. So I was getting antsy. People might say this is a dumb trade, but I bet the under on wins this year, so I'll be just fine. There's nothing I like more than ruining a season before it starts.
That's right.
Sure, I could have traded him before the draft, but I'm a dumbass. I'm not too worried about losing Micah because our kicker can carry us to the Super Bowl. And everyone knows the most important player on a team is the fruity-ass kicker.
So that's Jerry Jones in a nutshell there. That's obviously not Jerry Jones. That is AI.
Wow. Okay.
So, yeah. Well, we'll get to what Michael Irvin had to say about that a little bit later. But last night, another man did it in baseball for the 21st time. Will anybody ever be number one on the list? I'm still waiting and hoping to see it here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
College football season is back, my friends, and FanDuel is giving you a reason to lock into the season earlier than ever before. Right now, new customers can lock in just a $5 bet and get $300 in bonus bets if that bet wins. That's right. You'll get $300 in bonus bets to use anywhere on the app, and you can use those bonus bets on your favorite Week 1 lines. Maybe you want to place a Heisman odds future, over-unders, player props, whatever you need to do to get the college football season off right. Remember, FanDuel is safe to use, easy to use, and when you win, you'll get paid instantly. All you need to do is head over to FanDuel.com, use my promo code KFNZ, and sign up to get started. Remember, that's FanDuel.com/KFNZ. FanDuel is the official sportsbook partner of 96.5 The Fan.
21 and present in Kansas. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued. Non-withdrawable bonus bet. Restart 7 days in receipt. Returns supply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas. Under agreement, Kansas Casino LLC. Gambling problem. Get them with your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit kansasgamblinghelp.com.
Flooded bathroom? AC on the fritz? When things go wrong, you need reliable service fast. Call Hamilton Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Rooter and take $50 off any HVAC, plumbing, or electrical repair over $200. The pros at Hamilton are ready 7 days a week to fix the problem. Over 40 years experience, more than 8,000 5-star reviews, plus our exceptional service guarantee means you can trust Hamilton to bring comfort and calm back to your home. Visit callhamilton.com for details, terms, and conditions. License number 2025-11121.
A blood emergency has been declared in the Kansas City region, and donors are urgently needed. Now through August 26th, donate with Community Blood Center and be entered to win tickets to the Chiefs home opener. Visit savealifenow.org or call 877-468-6844 to schedule your donation today.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time, like car wash. Right now, you can save 20% on the Armor All Complete Car Wash Kit. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Gain a global perspective and specialized skills that many of today's top employers are seeking with an MBA from University of Maryland Global Campus. Study online and complete your degree in just 16 months for about $21K. Choose from MBA specializations in global business, marketing, HR, finance, and more. No application fee if you apply by September 3rd. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
It's football season and snacking season, and nothing goes better with football and snacking better than Daisy Dips. And now Daisy came out with a delicious Daisy French onion dip and a Daisy ranch dip, and these are a game changer. From chips to wings to veggies, they all go better with Daisy Dips. And I love dipping pretzels into the Daisy French onion dip. It's amazing. And the best part, these are delicious as homemade dips because they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients you find in your own kitchen. Look for Daisy Dips at a grocery store near you.
Thank you, KC, for voting Century Roofing the best roofing company in the Metro in the Star's 2025 KC Favorites competition. After 35 years, we're giving back to you by extending our free material upgrade sale through the end of the year. Get a free upgrade to impact-resistant shingles with any roof replacement for better protection and possible insurance savings. Trust the best, Century Roofing. Visit CenturyRoofingKC.com for your free estimate today.
Century Roofing. Trust the pillars of strength.
Century Roofing, we've got you covered, KC.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side 70 eastbound, a little slow approaching 435 with construction. You're down to one lane in through there. Heading up 71 northbound, slow rolling from 75th up towards Gregory. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Diving back in on it on a Friday here on Fesco and Dusty. Don't forget, Sports Talk on the Fan is presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday on CBS and Paramount Plus all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. Also, speaking of today, tonight, the Red Roundtable at Hollywood Casino is going live at 6 o'clock till 8 o'clock. Roundtable discussions with Danon Hughes, Mitchell Schwartz, and Nate Taylor. Audience Q&A and photo ops as well. Please don't ask for autographs. But Kramer, he'll give you his autograph if you want it.
It's not a great one.
No, I mean, I don't even know if I have. I think I would just scribble. I mean, every time
I have one, but it's not going to be. You don't want this one. It honestly devalues whatever I'm signing.
Is it a one-of-one?
Mm-hmm. It's a one of
one. If it's a one of one, though, I mean, it could increase the value of what you're signing.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Except that Cardinals jersey.
Oh, it's okay.
I could sign it and hand it out to somebody. You know.
Would you love it if this guy was a Cardinal?
1-2.
That one's drilled deep to right field. He has done it. 4 home runs in a game. A 3-run home run.
So that is the Philadelphia broadcast. Kyle Schwarber goes yammy or bridge 4 times last night.
Pretty big night.
21st player to do that. Third player this year in baseball to do it. Nick Kurtz did it for Oakland, Sacramento, Vegas, whoever. Which I owe you lunch, by the way.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Why is that?
He told me 2.5 months ago.
Yeah.
He told me 2.5 months ago 2 things while we were standing on the field trying to see if we could get any sort of Paul Skeen stuff when Pittsburgh is here. He goes, that guy will be a Royal soon, and it was Frazier. And he goes, Nick Kurt's going to win MVP. And I was like, nah, dude, Jacob Wilson's like minus 500. And he goes, you'll see. And originally I was like, I'll bet you $200.
Yeah, I wish we'd have stayed with that
I was
one.
like, I'll bet you $200 Jacob Wilson wins MVP. Because I was staring at minus 500 in, June?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's like, all right. And I was like, you know what? Honestly, we're both broke as blank. Let's just do lunch.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, lunch is smarter. Let's do lunch. And then 3 weeks later, he goes, so where do you want to get lunch?
Right, yeah.
And Nick Kurtz goes 5 for 5 with 4 home runs. And I'm like, damn it, you're right. So
where are you going to go? Someplace expensive.
No, I wouldn't do that to you. Let's get some Italian food somewhere.
Okay, go. The biggest bill in town, 1587 is
there
where
we
you need
go.
to
There
go,
we
right?
go.
No sides, just the steak. You can't
Yes,
have the
sir.
sides and all that. But that's cool. I love watching stuff like that in sports. Like when somebody does something that we've only seen 20 other times in the history of the game, and look, that's a long history of Major League Baseball, right? But only 20 other times in the history of the game, and then we see it 3 times this season already. Schwarber's just a fun baseball player to have on your team. I mean, some people say, oh, he's just a softball player or whatnot. I'll take Kyle Schwarber on my team any day of the week. He's one of those guys that I think we can all relate to as well. He's a very relatable ball player, a little overweight, a little pudgy, kind of an everyman out there. You see him, you're like, I could do that down there at Miller's Woods in a softball on a Tuesday night, and kind of got it hanging over the belt a little bit and whatnot. Kyle Schwarber is just one of those dudes that I think everybody can resonate with. So to see him do that last night was awesome, man. I love it.
It's also one way to break an 0 for 28 streak.
Yeah.
Well, there is that. Yeah.
So this year, Kyle Schwarber hitting 248 with 49 home runs and 119 RBIs. We're having a
leads
big
the NL.
Yeah, leads Ohtani.
Mm-hmm.
So now,
how can he not be the MVP right now in the National League?
Because he doesn't pitch.
I understand that.
And he THs.
But if we're gonna have that, right, and that thing, and not that the MVP, I know it matters to the players. We make a lot out of it at times too. But this guy Ohtani will never let go of the MVP based on the fact that he pitches all the time, right? Why can't it just be Schwarber's turn? Just give it to Joe Burrow for no reason. So why can't we just go out here and give it to Kyle Schwarber for no reason whatsoever instead of giving it to Ohtani? Just because you pitch and hit doesn't mean you have to be the MVP, because that's boring. Quite honestly, that is a boring way to look at it. Maybe the MVP should be you win it, you can't win it for another 5 years or something like that. Because what Kyle Schwarber's doing, where the Phillies are in the standings, what they've been able to accomplish this year, How do you not put him in the conversation for MVP? We just can't give it to Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani every year.
Sure we can. LA and New York media.
That's boring.
Well, I'm just telling you.
I mean, they are freak athletes, though, so I understand why they would be MVPs, but also how Shohei's been pitching recently. I mean, he's been great, but the Dodgers have been losing. When Kyle Schwarber's playing, he's hitting bombs. They're winning games. I think that should also carry more weight rather than the regular rest of the season.
Well, you would think, but it's lazy also too. I'm just going to vote for Ohtani. I'm just going to vote for Judge. That's lazy. That's voter fatigue. But you got to keep this kind of stuff fresh and see how these players are translating to the success of their team. Are the Phillies one of the best teams in baseball without Kyle Schwarber? I don't know. Are the Dodgers one of the best without Shohei Ohtani? Yeah, they are. Kyle
Schwarber also healthy for the last 4 years. His last 4 years, home run numbers, 46, 47, 38. He sits currently at 49. Probably, maybe could. I mean, he's 32. Probably could get to 400 home runs. He's 67 behind.
Yeah, he's
to 400. Single-handedly won the All-Star game this year, if you remember that. They did the swing off. He hit the 3 home runs to win the All-Star game. So you have the discussion of, like, if he continues to keep doing this, because it is when he is healthy, when he has at least, 400 at-bats or more, he's hit 30 or more home runs except once, because he went through a stretch where he missed a lot of games, and that was from about 2021 to 2020. I guess it was just basically 2020 to 2021 where he wasn't healthy. He didn't play a lot of games, had 11 home runs.
Well, remember 2020 was only 60 games or whatever it was.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, that was a COVID year. So, yeah, hit 11 home runs in 59 games. Then the next year, he had 113 games played, 471 plate appearances, 399 at-bats, and hit 32 home runs. Hit 32 in combined teams with Washington and Boston. Forgot that he played for Boston in 2021. And then been with Philly ever since, and he's been their leadoff hitter. He's been their power surge. And he is kind of a fun guy. I guess he's not doesn't take his job too seriously. I think when you look at him and Cal Raleigh, it'd be kind of funny in baseball if those two guys won your MVP. One guy's nickname is the Big Dumper. The other guy's Kyle Schwarber, DH, pudgy guy, 5'11", 230.
But see how the DH being in the league now is really good for baseball, because without that, Kyle Schwarber's not playing for the Philadelphia Phillies, right? He's playing with some American League team that maybe he's not getting the run that he's getting right now. And I'll tell you, man, being in that ballpark last year for our baseball trip, that's the best in-game baseball experience that I've ever had. Yeah, it is just fun to be in that ballpark. Everybody's singing, everybody's having a good time. The games are sold out. The electricity in the air is just, it's great. And that was May, we're beginning of June. And
love it.
It was awesome to be in there. And so I think the playoffs in Philadelphia are going to be a lot of fun this year for the baseball team.
Yeah, you think about it, and they, Kyle Schwarber's having a superstar year, and they have a superstar in their team, and Bryce Harper, and it's like
nobody's talking about him; they're talking about Schwarbs right now,
right? Because he's kind of, I guess when I look at this, he's a relatable athlete. I know that none of us can hit home runs like Kyle Schwarber, but you look at that guy, you look at Jack Caglione, right, and you're like, this guy is 6'5", 225 or whatever he is, just completely shredded. You look at Bryce Harper, this guy's just Aaron Judge, those type of guys. You look at Kyle Schwarber, and you're like, I like this guy. You look at Cal Raleigh, you're like, his name's a big dumper, hits bombs from both sides of the plate. I like this guy.
He's only 4 behind Mickey Mantle for the most by a switch hitter in one season, too. Cal Raleigh.
54?
54 is the record. He's at 50. He may break a Mickey Mantle record, for God's sakes.
Mickey that's the 61? Was that when he was chasing Maris?
I don't know what year that was. It could have been 61.
Because they were in the hunt, and then he got the injury to the buttocks.
He did. I'm trying to figure. I don't remember what Mickey finished with that year. It's because he faded at the end, and then Maris. I think Mickey missed the last month of that season or so.
Do you think we ever see someone hit 5 in a game? We've never seen it.
Yeah, Mantle had 54 that year in 61.
In 61, he had 54. Okay, so he dropped
Roger
out.
Maris at 61 that year. The only criticism is he did more games than Babe Ruth.
That's
Babe
right.
Ruth did 154.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Jay.
Yeah.
Thanks,
but what did you just say before that?
Will we ever see somebody hit 5 in a game? Because Schwarber had a chance. And Nick Kurtz had a chance.
Nick Kurtz literally
missed it by
he missed it by a hair, right?
He almost had
never seen 5 in a game.
I don't think we will. I think it's hard to get 5 at bats in a game,
let alone hit a home run.
Yeah,
If you're leading off, If you're
Yeah.
leading off, yes, that's possible.
It's possible if you're the leadoff hitter, but if you're batting say 3 through 9,
you can
you're
probably get on the third spot. I think
maybe
past the cleanup spot, then it's gonna be really tough.
I mean, we get a lot of strikeouts these days, bro. We get a lot of 3 ups and 3 downs, man. End of an inning. You see that a lot in baseball today.
21 times it's been done 4 times. 0 times it's been done 5. 3 opportunities here to see it. Nothing's happened. Nick Kurtz almost did it, though.
And it'll be somebody you're not even thinking of that nobody even knows that would do it. Like some like
Scooter Gennett when he hit 3 for the Reds.
Yeah.
You're like, who?
Is that guy still playing?
No. He's been gone. He might be in the KBO. It might be.
Oh, is he really
Probably.
playing? Is he? Okay.
Yeah.
He was fun for about 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm. He's a Cardinal killer. So is Kyle Schwarber.
You think Bobby could do it? He hits second. He's got pop.
He could.
Why isn't he leading off?
Ichiro would have been that guy for me.
Well, Ichiro's been quoted to say, I could hit 40 home runs in a season, but I just don't.
Yeah,
It's like, sure. It's like, no, really, you really could, probably.
Like he had said that I could hit a home run every at bat if I wanted to. And I'm like, if you can, then do.
Was Ichiro a better pure hitter than Tony Gwynn?
Ooh, boy.
Ooh, that's...
I mean, yes, because Tony Gwynn didn't have a lot of power.
And Ichiro could do the slap single where he could bounce it to third base and still beat it out.
And that's all Tony did, I feel like.
And Tony was he just picked the field apart. He just cut up the field.
He did. He did an unbelievable job at that, but Ichiro would put it over the wall.
True.
I mean, you need one at-bat by somebody in Major League history to drive in a run from third in a tie game with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Who are you taking?
Speaking of those Royals, we go to Detroit and talk to.
It's a loaded question.
I think I know who I'm taking. I'll give you the answer on the other side.
Bobby Scales of Detroit will join us on the other side to talk about this massive series that goes on this weekend at the K, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll talk to Bobby Scales next year on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Vinny Pasquantino, and you're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control are coming out to the house on September the 8th and putting down the grass seed and getting our lawn ready for spring. And you're thinking, it's only fall. Yes, but now is the time to get your lawn ready for spring. Aspen Lawn and Pest Control has taken care of our yard all year long. They've gotten rid of all the weeds. The grass has been green. And the last couple of days, they've been out looking for those dead spots in the yard, scraping those dead spots out, getting ready to put that seed down. And I can't wait till they do it because everything they've done has been top-notch so far. I'm excited about the next step to finally give us that full lawn that we've been desiring for the last 12 years. And fall is the best time to seed your lawn. Aspen's professional seeding will fill in the bare spots, strengthen the weak areas, help reduce weeds, and set the stage for a lush green lawn by spring. And it's one of the most important things that you can do for your lawn all year long. I literally can't wait to that 8th day of September when they're out there seeding it, and I know in a couple of weeks this lawn is going to pop. And they're going to give you 10% off fall seeding for a limited time. Just mention this ad when you get in touch with them at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
If your end of summer plans don't include a trip to Macy's, then you're missing out because our Labor Day sale has huge savings to wrap up the season in style. Like dresses from Karl Lagerfeld and INC, 100 and under. Plus, just what you need for fall, like Levi's for your whole crew, 30 to 40% off. It's also the best time to update your home with our lowest prices of the season on furniture, mattresses, and more. Hurry in. Macy's Labor Day sale is going on now. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
$1,000 instantly, or enter non-winning tickets into Play On for a chance to win a VIP trip to Los Angeles to play in the Mega Money Maker event on the set of Wheel of Fortune. You could win some big money, so go ahead, scratch and win with the new Wheel of Fortune instant ticket from the Kansas Lottery.
Your cold is coming. Your cold is coming. When you feel a cold coming, shorten it with Zycam, the #1 cold shortening brand.
Oh, no, not before my big trip.
The big trip you've been planning is coming up, and so is your cold. But Zycam can shorten your cold and get you back to planning sooner.
Thanks, Revere.
We really should keep Zycam in the house.
Shorten your cold with Zycam.
Take it from America's most revered messenger. Shorten your cold at the first sign with cold shortening products from Zycam, the #1 cold shortening brand. Available in stores or see where to buy at Zycam.com.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm gonna have to find a new genius, or 2 half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side 70 eastbound, starting to get heavy at 435. Construction there has you down to one lane. Missouri side 71 northbound, things a little sluggish from 7th to Gregory. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Have you watched Die Royal Decree? How about Chiefs Take Tuesday? Or would you rather Wednesday? Follow us on Instagram at TheFan965 for exclusive video content, giveaways, and behind-the-scenes action. 96.5 The Fan, KFMC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
Back in it on a Friday here on Fesco and Dusty. Kramer with you, Bob with you, myself, Dusty with you here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. As we dive into what is a Friday show, Royals in action tonight. They will play at the K at 7:10. Josh Furnier's On Deck show is at 6 o'clock tonight here on 96.5 The Fan. We go out to the evil side. We go to the Detroit Tigers analyst and Bobby Scales. Bobby, how are you today, my man?
What's happening, guys? How we doing?
Not much, man. Just excited that it's Friday. Getting ready to have the big dogs of the Central come into Kansas City. This isn't the Royals, maybe that you played back in, not last week when they took 2 out of 3, but this is a different team. They took 2 out of 3 from Chicago, really showed some offense. What does the Detroit side look at coming into this series against Kansas City?
Oh, you guys are hot. They're playing good and played well in that series last week, too, despite losing 2 out of 3. Tigers won 2 out of 3, like you said. Those are nip and tough games, and the Royals got the finale of the series to salvage that win. But listen, you know, you guys are hitting the ball right now. The power's come back. You know, some of the guys, some of the usual suspects are doing what they do. Pasquantino's always a handful. And for me, this is just an aside. I love watching this guy play. I think he's a linchpin of what you guys do offensively because he handles lefties and he's so good against right-handed pitching as well. But that's a little aside. That's just my own soapbox. But no, listen, you guys are playing well. You're playing really good baseball. You're catching the baseball. You're getting some pitching, and you're swinging the bats. And I know the offensive production was something that left a little to be desired earlier in the year, but I think this is why you guys are playing as well as you guys are playing right now.
You know, and I look at the Tigers and obviously losers of their last 4. Is this a case of, you know, I'll go on my soapbox if you don't mind for a second, maybe the regular season being a little bit too long? It seems like some of the top teams, the Yankees, the Dodgers, even the Tigers at this point, get a little bit bored at this time of the year when they have such a big lead over everybody else.
Well, I can see how that might make sense. I don't think so. I just think it's baseball. You're going to go through ebbs and flows. 162 games is a massive stretch to do anything. I mean, in 162 games of baseball, this game's hard. There's professionals on the other side you have to play every night. You're going to have stretches where you either don't play well. You're going to have stretches against teams that you don't play well against. The Tigers, I want to say, and this is approximate, I think the Tigers are 19-42 against the Athletics in California since 2017. I mean, it's just for whatever reason, and that's covering good A's teams, good Tiger teams, bad Tiger teams, bad A's teams. For whatever reason, you just don't match up well. And I think that's just part of the ebb and flow of the season. You're going to have stretches where you don't play the way you want to play, and you're going to have a couple losing streaks here and there. And 4 games isn't really anything to get alarmed at, but right. It's one of those things throughout the season that happen.
Talking to Bobby Scales here, I want to bring this up because I always find this interesting how there seems to be like an enigma in certain times in sports. Sunday's matchup seems to be the all filler, all killer with Tarek Skubal versus Michael Wacha Sunday at the K at 110. Tarek Skubal's 3-9 with an ERA of 4.38 in 17 appearances versus the Royals. Why are the Royals his kryptonite?
It's one of those I don't know. It's kind of fits along the same lines of what I just described. Listen, Tarek Skubal's one of the best pitchers in the game. I don't have to tell you guys that. He's been absolutely tremendous. And for my money, he's on his way to picking up another Cy Young Award this year. But it's just sometimes you look across the way. There's a team, there's a color, there's a uniform that just gives you trouble. Mm-hmm. And it seems like the Royals just kind of had his number. Cleveland did that to him a little bit too. Cleveland, I see it a little bit more because they're such a contact-oriented team, and he's so bullish on throwing strike one and winning the race the first 2 out of 3 strikes. He's going to be in the zone, and they don't strike out. And so that could be a little bit of a tough matchup with him. Why Kansas City has done that to him over the course of his career, no idea. I mean, like I said, he's one of the best pitchers. Good lineup. I mean, that's part of it too. I mean, Salvi and Bobby Witt Jr. and et al. So it's not like there's bad players over there, but just one of those teams.
You know, it's funny, too, because you see a guy like Scooble, and you're like, oh, this guy's going to dominate. And then you see a guy like, you don't know the name of the guy. You never heard of this guy before. And then he goes out there and he dominates against. That's weird in baseball, Bobby, that you see that a lot. Like, you think Scooble's going to be the guy, and then it's the guy that gets called up from the minors that nobody knows anything about. They've never seen any tape on him, and that's the guy who kicks your butt for a couple of nights.
And it happens that way. I tell this story quite often, and I played with Joe McEwing his last year playing. We were in AAA, and Joe had about 5 or 6 or 7 years of major league service time at that point. He's trying to play just one more year for himself, and he's in AAA. We're in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. We're sitting there during a rain delay one day, and inevitably, hey, dude, who do you own? Who's a guy that just no matter what you do, like you get knocked? And he goes, I own Randy Johnson.
Oh.
And he's like, that's not the name you're expecting to hear out of his mouth, and that's no disrespect to Joe. He had a nice major league career, but I wouldn't expect him to say, Randy Johnson, I own him. But to your point, that's how it goes. Sometimes you have a guy that comes up from the minor leagues, or it's just a guy that I see this guy well for whatever reason, or I just dominate this guy for whatever reason, and it happens that way. That's why baseball's beautiful, man.
Do you have one of those pitchers?
Well, I don't have enough at bats in the major leagues to own anybody.
But like in the minor leagues, did you lace a guy and you're like, man, I own this guy?
What's funny? It's funny, and again, I had a short major league career, only about just under 100 days of service time over 2 years. But I did see Tim Lincecum really well. I got my first big league hit off of him. I think I'm 2 for 6 off of him, and I hit those 4 balls that I didn't get hits on. I hit really hard too, so I saw him really well. I mean, in my limited sample size, as they say.
Talking to Bobby Scales here, let's talk about Bobby Witt Jr. He's on a hell of a hit streak right now. He's one of those guys in this town I think everybody knows, obviously first and last name. Is he one of those guys when he goes to Detroit that the city of Detroit's like, well, they got Bobby Witt Jr. coming to town. How are they going to deal with him, and how do you deal with him who's on a really hot streak right now?
Listen, I said this, I wanted to say last year I came on you guys' show. Mm-hmm. He's one of my favorite players personally. And I think he is one of the best players in the league. And he is so dangerous in all facets of the game. He gets base hits. He uses the opposite field. He can leave the house. If he goes 0 for 2 with 2 walks, he can dominate the games by stealing second and third in consecutive at-bats or in consecutive pitches. I mean, he can have 3 or 4 stolen bases in a game. His defense is much improved, especially going to his right. He is a really dynamic young player, and Bobby Witt Jr. is a problem. So anytime you match up against him in your game planning meetings, you circle him, because even if he's not playing to the caliber that he's capable of, which he wasn't early in the year against this Tiger team, you circle him because he can get hot and be an aircraft carrier at any time, and that's what he's doing right now. So, absolutely. And I'm of the mind, and our game, the game of baseball, our industry is better when our great young players are doing what they do and healthy on the field. Mm-hmm. You just don't want them to wear you out too much. So, Bobby Witt Jr. is such an awesome player, and I say that, and Buxton is in that category, and Buxton is back and playing and having a good year for Minnesota. He's healthy. You want to see that, even though you don't want him to wear your team out. So he's definitely in that category for me.
That's good with baseball, though, right now, Bobby, in the grand scheme of the game. We've got a lot of great young players that are showing out and really making a name for themselves. It's been fun this year to watch these guys.
It has, man, and we just, like I said, we just came from Sacramento. The kid Nick Kurtz is, this time last year he's just getting drafted, and now he's got 20-plus homers in the big leagues, and hitting bombs at right field and left field, and just handling all pitch types, handling velocity. I mean, you're right. The game's in a good spot right now with some of these young players that are doing big things.
That Kurtz guy's got a hell of a nickname too, the Big Amish. All right, I will. I'll leave you with this one, Bobby. You guys are clearly going to go to the playoffs. Who's the one team you don't want to see in the playoffs?
That's a good question. We are very left-handed hitting-wise. It's not that we haven't handled left-handed pitching. We've done okay, but we're very left-handed in roster construction. So, I mean, listen, you get to the playoffs, you're a good team. It's all a challenge. But teams with really good left-handed pitching, could be a challenge, and left-handed pitchers out of the bullpen could be a challenge for this team, just the way we're put together. Not to say that it couldn't happen or couldn't, the Tigers couldn't handle their business, but it just provides another level of challenge and strategical movement that AJ is going to have to work around to make sure he puts the guys in an optimal matchup. So, I mean, naturally you think of the Yankees with Rondon and the kid from Atlanta, Max Fried. Yeah. That's so when you're, if you end up in a 5-game series and you got to face two of those guys potentially twice, that's that right there. But listen, you get to the playoffs, you're supposed to be there because you endured the regular season, the 162-game marathon, and you earned the right to be there. So there's no gimmies.
And there's no real clear-cut favorite, I don't think, this year, guys, to win the World Series. I mean, like, people would say the Dodgers and Yankees at the beginning of the year, but, I mean, everything's kind of changed. I don't know who the clear favorite is right now.
I agree with you, and I think that's what makes it beautiful. I mean, I wouldn't listen, and I know this is looking way down the line. The way the Padres are playing and the way they're put together, whether they win the West, that National League West, or they don't, that's a formidable team, and their bullpen is absolutely a menace. So, I mean, any of them. But you look at that team, I'm like, man, brother went bananas at the break. I mean, that dude's aggressive and making moves, and he fortified that team at the All-Star break, or I'm sorry, at the trade deadline. Yeah, I mean, it's a really wide open contest this year. It's going to be really fun down the stretch.
Yeah, it is, man. It's great for baseball. It's great to see Schwarber doing his thing, the big dumper doing his thing, and I mean, like baseball nailed it this year, Bobby. What a great season for Major League Baseball in a nutshell.
I agree, wholeheartedly agree.
All right, well, we'll have a fun one this weekend, Bobby. Thanks for the time, and we'll talk to you maybe when we play each other in the playoffs, and we go Cole Reagans, Noah Cameron, and some other lefty. I'll make sure I talk to the manager about that.
You got it.
Thanks, man. That is Bobby Scales for the Detroit Tigers over there, an analyst for the Tigers. Like that guy.
Yeah, good analyst for the Tigers. Fun, too. You know?
Detroit's kryptonite is left-handed pitching. Well, tonight it's Seth Lugo, right-handed pitching. Dang it.
Seth Lugo, big night for Seth Lugo, though, bro. Night. Like, big night for Seth Lugo. My answer to the question, bases loaded, you need one guy in Major League Baseball history to come up and get you a base hit. I'm going with Derek Jeter.
Interesting.
Proven, been there, done that, reliable. That's the guy.
I'd say Ted Williams.
How many World Series he win?
How many great hits has he had?
Yeah. Is his head still frozen? I heard a stat about Ted Williams yesterday, or the other day at the J. Okay? Now you know the answer. I think the question was there's like one guy that struck out 4 straight times or something in baseball. It was something weird, and you never would have guessed it was Ted Williams. I got to remember what the hell the trivia question was. It was something about Ted Williams being like the only player in baseball history to strike out 4 times versus the same pitch. Something weird. That's like crazy. That. Yeah, some weird baseball stat, and the answer was Ted Williams. Well, you never would have thought it was Ted Williams. Because that guy, he just raked.
Yeah.
But Derek Jeter's Mr. November for a reason.
Good point. Good point, Bob.
I would take Luis Arraez just to be a troll because that's all he does is get singles every single time that guy. Well, maybe not anymore. No, I'd take Ichiro Suzuki.
Who you taking, Kramer?
I'd probably Ted Williams.
Ted?
That or Pujols.
Pujols is a good answer, too.
The Machine.
Yeah.
That's tight. Great nickname. The Machine. The baseball machine. Coming up on the other side, we are 7 days away from kickoff. I'll get to a Chiefs question before we get to that. Plus, Kramer takes over. One word here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your new home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, it's Gold. I wanted to once again tell you about the 2025 Ford F-150 Lariat I've been driving thanks to Shawnee Mission Ford. It made the drive up to training camp so easy. Not only is it fully loaded, ventilated seats after a hot show up at camp. Trust me, the cooled seats are amazing. But also Blue Cruise, where it's hands-free driving on the highway. So go into Shawnee Mission Ford and test drive a vehicle and take advantage of the Labor Day sales event. 0% for 48 months, no payments for 90 days with approved credit on most new Ford vehicles. Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more. See dealer website for details.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $32.99, plus 2 times points at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Limits apply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $32.99, plus 2 times points at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Limits apply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated. Because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life, and fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At Heartland Men's Health, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side 70 eastbound, heavy approaching 435. Just a brief slow spot with construction where you're down to 1 lane. Once you get into the construction zone, things pick up and move pretty well. Alan Carr, 96.5 Fan Traffic.
Right back at it on a Friday here with Kramer and Bob and myself, Dusty, here on 96.5 The Fan. Don't forget, Josh Verner's on deck show tonight at 6 o'clock as they take on those Detroit Taggies here in Kansas City for 3, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sunday, Tarek Skubal versus Michael Huaka.
I need Seth Lugo to pitch big tonight, guys.
Set
I really
the tone.
do. Like Seth Lugo, man, you got to step up, bro.
We had Q on Wednesday. He said it's not that he's doing anything disappointing. It's just he's missing by fragments. Well, Sharpen it up, bud, because this is
I mean, it's
this
true.
is time. This is
why
time.
you got $47 million, man. Like, you got to pitch big. Sorry, bro.
I don't know if it's concerning or not, but Noah Cameron's scratched tomorrow.
Fatigue.
It has to be fatigue at this stage of the game. Did you see where all his pitches were the other night? They should have scratched him for fatigue. Everything was elevated. Everything was elevated. 'Cause I just noticed there is no starter for tomorrow listed. For the Kansas City Royals, right?
Opener.
Yeah, I hate the opener. It's just so ridiculous in baseball now that we're dealing with this kind of nonsense.
So Zerpa start. Let's go.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's start Zerpa. I think that'd be outstanding. I like the thinking there, Kramer, but I hate the opener in baseball. It's one of the new age things that I don't understand. Like, you're a starting pitcher, get out there, unless you're hurt, bring up another starter. We're not gonna go with this opener type stuff. But hey, the game is what it is, and so I can leave. But no, I mean, seriously, like you're making $47 million now if you're Seth Lugo. Like, these are the moments why we paid you. We can't have you go out there and not be sharp and be missing and not being in the zone, because this team has got 29 games left. It's a postseason push right now. Seth Lugo needs to come big, man. He really does. He's the big gun on this team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you got Michael Walker, your other veteran, on Sunday against Tarek Skubal, which the Royals are 3-9, or he's 3-9 versus the Royals with a 4.28 ERA, and like, Bobby Scales is telling us, he's like, I can't explain it. I don't know what it is about it. It just sometimes you just have that team or that guy that has your number, and it is what it is. But what it is a week from today. A week from today is the first official Red Friday of the season.
And the first game and everything.
First game in Brazil.
Goodness,
it's 7 o'clock. So we are 7 days, 23 hours away from this game being played in Brazil, that you could hear right on this station on 96.5. The Fan is the home of the Chiefs. Don't forget, speaking of the Chiefs, tonight at Hollywood Casino from 6 to 8 p.m., the roundtable discussion with Daniel Hughes, Mitchell Schwartz, and Nate Taylor, with audience Q&A and photo opportunities as well, tonight at 6 o'clock at Hollywood Casino. But speaking of those Chiefs, we are 7 days away. What's in the box? I'll tell you. It is the question of today. Normally we will have like Max Chiefs question, but he is in the Z's sleeping right now for the holiday weekend. Will we see this wide receiver group all at the same time on the field at any point this season? Obviously, we will have to wait until week 7, because there's some talk that Jalen Royals might start a little bit on the banged up list.
So who are we counting in this wide receiver group?
The norms. So
like, does Jalen Royals count? Does that Tyquan Thornton count?
Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, Hollywood Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, Tyquan Thornton, Jalen Royals, all the guys that are on this roster at receiver.
Brownlee, Remigio,
Brownlee.
Brownlee.
No, but the guys, right? The main arson in the wide receiver group: Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, Tyquan Thornton, Jalen Royals. Those 5. Those are your main 5, right? I would think. Will we see them all on the same field? Because the last 2 years, the one excuse that we've been able to hang our hats on with Patrick Mahomes and this Chiefs team is hadn't had a good receiver room / hadn't had a healthy receiver room. Sky Moore, Kadarius Toney, MVS, those type of names didn't really hack it. Still won a Super Bowl with them. Last year, Rashee Rice gets hurt. Hollywood Brown's hurt. Neither one really played together. Neither one did play together on the field at the same time. And this year, obviously, Rashee Rice will be suspended for the first 6 games of the year. Week 7. Are all these guys ready to go at the same time for Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, that's the first time that we're ever going to be able to see them. And that's a lot of football to be played.
Correct.
It's a lot of players to count on being healthy at a position that,
I know we always talk about how time goes fast. That'll be October 19th.
Yeah.
So as of August 29th, on October 19th, do we see a full, healthy, ready to go wide receiver
less than
room?
2. I'm going to go yes, just to be positive on this one. I'm going to say yes, because with the way that everything is kind of shaping up for this season and how excited everybody is and everybody wants to kick everybody's ass and do all this kind of stuff, I just have a feeling like, we're going to have the ability to see all of those guys in week 7 and finally give us that offense that we've kind of been dreaming about, with Patrick Mahomes over the last couple of years. So I'll take the yes side on that one and think these guys are going to be healthy. I think the odds would say no. Like, if you're betting this, I think the no is clearly the favorite in this one, and probably a big favorite in this one, just based on the NFL. But I'm going to say yes. I'm going to take the plus side of things, because I told you last night, Julie the trainer's now in a State Farm commercial, right? These guys know how to get things done inside the training room. I'm going yes.
Cream dog?
Yeah, I think so. Plus that Week 7 matchups against the Raiders. So you know for a fact here at Arrowhead, they want to get the best talent people out there to, beat up on their old little boy team Raiders.
Yeah, but they're not that little boy team anymore.
I know. They're still probably the second best team in this division, I think.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
All right,
I think they're better than the Broncos and the Chargers.
Thank you. Close your mic. No, but I think, look, I think the Raiders, if you're kind of judging where they are, I don't want to say they're the middle school kids because middle school kids are dopes, but that's kind of where they are in the growth. They're not the baby anymore.
They're freshmen right now.
Yeah, they're a little bit like maybe that 8th grade line. They're getting ready to take that next step. They're getting ready to, as my daughter told me the other day, she goes, these people with the cologne in high school, they like put on a gallon of cologne. Like the Raiders are standing in the mirror spraying themselves with Axe body spray right now. Like that's the kind of generation that they're in. They're getting ready to be grown up. They're getting ready to be that adult, but they're not quite there yet.
So what you're saying is the Raiders have officially hit puberty.
I think so. I think that's fair.
Good for the Bravo.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a fair.
We got hair.
Like you look at the you look at the Chiefs. Like they're middle-aged guys. They're setting their career. They know what they're doing. They're clockwork.
Yeah, they're grizzled.
Right? They got it figured out. The Denver Broncos are probably late high school, early college age where they're kind of starting to figure things out, but still at the end of the day, do you really trust a high school college kid?
They're driving without a permit.
Yeah, but I think a little bit further than that, right? Like I think a little bit further than that,
They
maybe.
can get on the highway now.
Yeah.
They've been taking the outer roads, getting by, still getting there, but a little bit slower than the others. But now they're on the highway. They're able to, kind of drive a little faster.
They're also probably going to the liquor store that everybody knows serves minors. Like I think that's kind of where the Denver, like that stage of life. And then you've got the Chargers. I don't know where they are right now. I thought they would probably be a little bit more advanced, but the Chargers are probably that kid in high school who, when you dissect the frog, ate it. So that's where the kind of the Chargers are. They're eating dead frogs.
So that's how he lost his eye.
Yes. And then you have the Raiders, which are, like I said, they're still getting ready to spray themselves with Axe body spray.
To go with like the growing up stages, like we said, the Raiders hit puberty. The Broncos are now officially licensed drivers. They can drive on their own. I think the Chargers are like a lot of guys and gals in my generation where you've graduated high school, but now you're like, I'm at community college, and I really don't know where I want to go from here. Do I want to go and get a 4-year degree at like a higher university? Do I want to say, F this, I don't need this, I'll go do whatever I can do without a college degree? Because right now, here we are, right? Chargers, you've always been that team, but you have nothing to show for it.
Nothing.
Your quarterback that's supposed to be one of these top quarterbacks, 500-ish in the regular season, no playoff wins, now 0-2, been absolutely dramatically terrible in the playoffs. Jim Harbaugh is supposed to be that cool professor that comes in, is like, here's what you're going to do.
Right.
Here's how I'm going to get you there. You don't have to worry about this, this, and this. You got to worry about these things. And this is year 2 of Jim Harbaugh, last year a playoff team. Now they're kind of stuck in that purgatory little conversation.
It is purgatory,
in my opinion, because you haven't won the division. You got swept last year by the Chiefs again. And your quarterback went to the playoffs and had a really good year, threw 2 interceptions, threw 5 in one playoff game. So what are you doing? Are you getting by, or are you gonna exceed to the next level, or are you just always gonna be in purgatory when it comes to your own team? Now,
I feel like they're a purgatory team, especially now with the injuries that cropped up this year for them. Like
Sure.
I feel like the Chargers going into this season are just, decimated by injury right now.
well, no left tackle is tough.
Huge.
And then obviously Najee Harris. I just don't get the firework thing, man. Like
I don't understand it.
I just don't get it. Dude.
I don't feel any sympathy at all.
Now they do have a rookie running back, the one out of North Carolina, pretty solid dude
Hampton.
there. Yeah,
He's
Amari
good.
Hampton,
Amari
he's a
Hampton,
stud,
yeah.
and Lad McConkey. So you've got pieces. Whereas in Denver, you have the stability of head coach. You have the second year of Bo Nix. You have
Great
a defense
defense.
that is going to be dynamite. And then in Vegas, you kind of have a team that's, interesting. You have a running back, one of the biggest prospects to come out of this draft in Ashton Genty. You have Brock Bowers. 2 big notes on Brock Bowers. He is the consensus next one.
Yeah.
From what I listen to, from what I hear, I know Laporta had a really big year. We jumped high up on it. The injury kind of plagued him last year. We were big on all these other guys that came out of tight end U and Iowa and all these teams back in the day. Hawkinson was going to be the next one, kind of hit his
Bowers
plateau.
is going to be so reliant on who's getting him the football too.
And he's got Geno.
He does.
And
He's got a quarterback now.
Geno knows how to. To me, the Raiders are kind of like the Aldi version of what the Chiefs were when they brought in Andy Reid and Alex Smith. Like Alex Smith, bigger up on the scale than Geno Smith. Obviously, Andy Reid, I think, bigger up on the name than Pete Carroll.
No doubt.
But Pete Carroll is no slouch. He's done it. He's been there multiple times.
But maybe at that time when they brought Andy Reid in here, you probably would have said Pete Carroll was the better coach because Pete been to 2 straight Super Bowls, won a Super Bowl. Andy hadn't done that yet. It fizzled out in Philadelphia at the end. You know?
And now Vegas has their quarterback for a short period of time to kind of set the foundation and build it. You have Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers, who also brought it home, went clean balled, so he's ready to go. He's focused on the rest of his life now. Love to see it. And I think they're going to be a team that could be similar to what the Broncos were last year. Annoying, slightly better, and going to have to be a little bit more respected in the AFC West. The AFC West should be a damn good time.
It should be, and the Chiefs will win it by 4 games. And everybody goes, well, I don't understand why the Chiefs won it by 4 games. I mean, these teams are but this is the hype train. This is why I don't buy into any of this hype that people give to these teams going into the regular season, because most of it is a fallacy, right? We're talking about Geno Smith. He's a marginal quarterback. He's an adult in the room for the Raiders, but by God, this guy's not bringing the Raiders a championship. Bo Nix has been done a very good job. He has no weapons on the offensive side of the ball. And the Chargers, they just don't know how to win. And so when I see those 3 teams staring in the face of the Kansas City Chiefs, I just don't see a division that they don't win by 3 or 4 games like they've done every single year. But the teams are growing up. It's not going to be easy this year. It's not going to be easy to lose your little sibling, right? Like it's not easy to do that like it has been in years past. They're going to have their work cut out for them. You're going to have to hide in different places. But I still think this is by far the Chiefs division.
Last year, Patrick Mahomes, 7-0 against the AFC West.
That's right.
Kramer? Hit it.
One word.
First name is blank, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fesco and Dusty.
All right, fellas, let's start things off here. Last night, Cincinnati, Nebraska was at Arrowhead, and what the final score was, I think it was like 20 to 17.
20 to 17.
Nebraska. I'll tell you what, didn't watch a single lick of this game.
Kramer
so I need
pulled
one
your
word. Hey, I fell asleep at 8:30, so I was like,
Yeah,
I want to be
there
here.
you go.
I want to be here bright and early and everything.
Yeah.
So, what's the one word on this game last night?
Start. And what I mean by a start is if that's the first of a series of college football games at Arrowhead every year, and we can get crowds like that, hell yeah, man. That was electric out there last night to see all the Nebraska fans and the 5 Cincinnati fans that drove over with their bad chili. Like that was a Cincinnati home game last night, right? And so good for them to move it here and sell it out to Nebraska fans. They made more money doing that than they did playing that game at home. And so they saw all the Nebraska fans buy the tickets, and they said on the broadcast they chose to wear their road reds yesterday to blend into all the red and whatnot. So that was just a great environment. So I'm saying a start because I want to see next year. Okay, that was good. Let's get even bigger. Let's get Alabama's ass in here and play some football. Let's go.
I would say appetizer to what is the regular season getting ready to become in the college football world. Said earlier, I thought the K-State, Iowa State game was hyped up very well. Dublin, Ireland, early start. Could be, big game. Kind of was a dud. Last night, Arrowhead sold out, star power everywhere. The president of the Chiefs on the field talking to the AD of both teams. Quarterback Mahomes is on the field. Brittany, Pat, Travis, Taylor, lots of Chiefs players there. Neil Smith's on the field watching his son.
That's
full
his
circle there, man.
Right, yeah.
Neil Smith from Nebraska watching his son play for Nebraska on the field.
That is cool when you get to see that.
Arrowhead. So
Yeah.
that's kind of interesting. So it brought the local celebrities. It brought star power. Like who'd have thought 2 years ago I'd have told you Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift be at a game together, engaged watching Nebraska, Cincinnati.
Right.
So you build it, they shall come. But it's an appetizer because this weekend LSU, Clemson, Miami, Notre Dame on Sunday, Texas versus Ohio State on Saturday, Alabama, Florida State. That was the appetizer. That was the mozzarella sticks. That was the wings. Let's get to the actual course on Saturday when the big schools start to play even more.
All right, the Royals are back home tonight. They open up a home series against the Detroit Tigers. Also, bobblehead night. Bobby Witt Jr. I'll be out there.
Card collector.
Oh, yeah, card collector.
Tonight's Bobby Jr. bobblehead night?
Yes.
And then tomorrow's Hawaiian shirt night. I'll be there tomorrow night with the fam.
Let's go. So, yeah, the Royals home opener back here. It's the stretch, boys. One word on this series.
Well, I think that's a good word to use, stretch. I mean, this is it. Like, if you don't do well in this series, you're not setting yourself up for the opportunity to get into the postseason. The Royals have 29 games to go. They're 3 games out of the postseason. Stretch is a great word. I'm going to steal that from you, Kramer, because this is it. This is the stretch run. You got to go out there and win games tonight.
I'm going to steal the same letter. I'm going to say sharp. We talked about this earlier with Seth Lugo. We had Matt Quatrero on, the Royals manager, on Wednesday that says Lugo's been fine. There's no finger issue. There's no fingernail, nothing that's really set him back. It's just been he's been off by this much. We'll sharpen it up. You know, you're the guy they paid. You're the one they wanted to bring back. That was the first big thing in the trade market was bringing you in. Then they went and got you Stremski, Grechik, all these guys, and they brought you back on this team. This is a game tonight where you are pitching at home with a day off from yesterday, start of the series, and then Waka on Sunday, also sharp, as it'll be Tarek Skubal versus Michael Waka on Sunday, Seth Lugo tonight. Stay sharp, stay right, because you may not catch, you're probably not going to catch Detroit, but at least you can get a big win against a big team in a big series. Win 2 out of 3, move forward, and you should be just fine. So my word will be sharp during this stretch.
We saw a blockbuster trade yesterday in the NFL, sending Micah Parsons to Green Bay for some first-round draft picks, and it was Kenny Clark, I believe, was also the defensive tackle that went to the Cowboys. What's one word on this one for Micah finally leaving Jerry?
B-slap. Jerry finally got slapped by a player. He finally got a taste of his own medicine. He, for all these years, has just dictated what was going to happen, who was going to sign. All these guys end up signing back with Dallas. And Micah Parsons like, we don't play that game. I need to make as much money as possible because I am a player, and in this league, my shelf life is very small. And if you're not going to pay me what I'm worth, I'm bouncing. That's a B-slap to Jerry Jones yesterday.
In that locker room, and it's going to be me. Getting all the press for this trade gets me so hard I might not even need my dinger pills tonight.
My one word for this would be trailblazing. And I don't even know if that's one word, but that's what Micah Parsons did. Finally, like Bob said, you stuck it to the man. You stood up to Jerry Jones. You stood up to the Dallas
He's done what everybody in the world has always wanted to do.
And you opened up a lot of eyes, not only from, football fans, not only from, whatever it may be, like sports fans. You opened up the eyeballs of everybody. We talked about this earlier. Like every player just kind of lets Jerry Jones do his thing, and then eventually they sign their signature on the check and they play for Dallas. They didn't want to win any playoff games, and they wish they would have gone somewhere else. And this was something that we saw. This was a massive trade to a NFC team, not in the division, but you will play this team on Sunday night in Dallas on Sunday Night Football. Dallas, Green Bay. I cannot wait. And it should be extremely fun to watch what Michael Parsons does this year because, again, 52.5 sacks in 4 years is fourth all-time on Dallas's franchise all-time list, and they just trade him away like he was just an average player.
The rest of the locker room cannot be happy about this. That's going to be interesting to see the downfall for the rest of the guys in there. Wait a second. We got a week to go, and you just traded our best defensive player? Why couldn't you do that in April?
As we move on one word, Kyle Schwarber last night was just hitting Schwarber bombs. He hit 4 of them exactly. Boys, one word on Kyle Schwarber.
Stud, fun, dude, everyman.
Yeah, he's great. Been a journeyman a little bit. Loved him in Chicago when they had that World Series team when it was Rizzo and Schwarber and Chris Bryant and Wade Davis went over there and got him a title as well. That was a fun team then. Schwarber's fun on Philadelphia. He's just a fun guy. That's my one word. It's just he's fun. He's got that effortless swing. It almost looks like when Moustakas would get in those grooves that we'd see when he hit that 38 home run season. And it's just that low and inside, turn those hips and explode, and it just goes for a very, very long way. Really, what are we doing? Not betting any anytime home run for Schwarber, Cal Raleigh every single day.
Yeah, we should. We missed out a lot this year.
I mean, that's parlay those two together. I guarantee it at least 50 times each they've done it. Schwarber with 49, Cal Raleigh with 50. Who at the end of the year will lead the league in home runs? Kyle Schwarber or Cal Raleigh?
Well, they'll tell you it was Ohtani.
Oh,
or Judge.
That's fair.
All righty. So Labor Day weekend snuck up on myself. It's this weekend, by the way.
Yep.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
I hate Labor Day.
It's the end.
It's the end.
Yep.
From a time I was a kid, I've hated Labor Day because for Labor Day, my parents used to drag us to their friend's house, and everybody had to bring their own meat for the grill. It was like the worst experience ever. And then the next day, you knew you were going back to school, and summer was over, and all that kind of stuff. Labor Day always signifies to me the end of the time of year I like best, and that's basically from probably around the March Madness, St. Patrick's Day till right now. Spring, summer, long nights, long days, great weather. Now, look, I'm not going to complain about the weather we've had the last couple of days, but I know what we're going to be getting into. And, Labor Day is just always the end for me and the start of the school year. Nobody like going back to school, right?
Yeah,
so
no.
that's kind of where I am on Labor Day. It is Memorial Day is kind of the beginning. Labor Day is the end.
Enjoyable, right? You still get...
Take your day, yeah.
Yeah, you get football, you get Monday off, or at least we get Monday off, so we won't be here. And, it's kind of one of those things where the sun's now not going to set before or after 8 o'clock until April. It's going to get cooler. You've already noticed that. Probably cracking some windows and stuff. So it's fun for me, though. It's enjoyable. It's a good weekend. It's not normally every hot. Like this weekend, I think at the lakes, it's going to be like 85 degrees.
It's going to be beautiful,
that have the luxuriousness of going to a lake house. So that's, that's them. But, beginning of an end. I mean, if you didn't need to know that summer was over already, now's the door in the face. I'm gone. See you later.
See you. Stop asking for me.
Yeah. So that is one word there here on Fesco and Dusty. We have no text line, so unfortunately we can't do the out of left field question because we can't engage with you. We will figure out the technical difficulties hopefully by the time we get back on the show on Tuesday. But we will come back. I'll give Bob and Kramer because they're both baseball geeks about some crazy stats that I've found here on Dusty and Fesco. That's not the name of the show. Fesco and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan. Your home for Kansas City sports.
Hey, it's Matt Quattrero, and you're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
For children who've experienced abuse or neglect, life can be full of uncertainty, but one caring adult stands by their side, offering support, stability, and a voice in court.
In being a CASA, you make a difference, even if it's just one child.
Get involved. You'll never know how you can affect someone's life.
Hundreds of children are waiting for someone like you to speak up for them. Be a CASA. Be the constant in a child's life.
To find a local CASA program in your community, visit kansascasa.org.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Vanna White. I'm so excited to tell you about the new Wheel of Fortune instant ticket from the Kansas Lottery. You could win up to $25,000 instantly, or enter non-winning tickets into Play On for a chance to win a VIP trip to Los Angeles to play in the Mega Money Maker event on the set of Wheel of Fortune. You could win some big money, so go ahead, scratch and win with the new Wheel of Fortune instant ticket from the Kansas Lottery.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Need to sell your house in Kansas City but not sure where to start? Selling a home can feel overwhelming, especially if you're facing foreclosure, a divorce, an inherited property you don't want, or just need to move quickly. But you don't have to figure it out alone. Rex Buys KC is here to help. As a local home buyer, I understand the Kansas City market inside and out. My family and I live right here, so I know the neighborhoods, the trends, and the challenges homeowners face. That's why I take a consultative approach, helping you explore your options and find the best path forward. We buy houses in any condition, no need for repairs, no agent commissions, and no hidden fees. You'll receive a fair cash offer with a closing timeline that works for you. Whether that's in as little as 7 days or at your own pace, just a simple, hassle-free process designed around your needs. If you're ready to talk through your options, call me today at 816-330-6000 or visit rexbuyskc.com. Let's find the right solution for you. Rex Buys KC. Local, fair, and focused on you.
Here's traffic brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side 70 eastbound, heavy from 110th Street to 435, getting into a construction zone where you're down to one lane. 635 southbound, slow rolling from Shawnee Drive down to I-35. Missouri side 71 northbound, sluggish from 87th to Gregory. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Into the 7 o'clock hour here on Fesco and Dusty, 96.5 The Fan. Kramer, Bob, Dusty with you on a Friday. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. It looks beautiful outside. Just screaming happy hour. Screaming happy hour.
Big happy hour day, right?
Beautiful outside. You could pick your poison. You could sit outside. You could sit inside. You could go sit on Maloney's deck. Good day for that. You could, do whatever you want. Sit on your own back patio and just enjoy the ambiance.
It is a beautiful, beautiful
I did that last
weekend.
night. Grilled out a nice little salmon. I've never done this before. I did barbecue salmon.
How'd it go?
Fire. Except the only problem is I knew this was going to happen. I honestly, fellas, I don't think I can eat asparagus anymore.
Why?
I've only smelled asparagus in my urine since 10 p.m. last night to this morning when I just went. And it's still strong.
So it's like that coffee smell that lingers the next day.
It's now blended with asparagus.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, the coffee asparagus combo.
Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But it is brutal. And it's like almost like when I,
don't do that.
See, don't do that. The smell doesn't bother me. In fact, sometimes I just don't flush and let it just smell for everybody else in the house.
Richard of the week.
Sometimes it's the only way you can get revenge, man. I live with 3 girls and a dog. I don't have much for my life, right? So I get the opportunity to let it mellow. Yeah, if it's yellow, let it mellow, right?
You'll really piss Winnie off if you pee outside.
Can you do that? Let me ask you guys
At night and in your protected, yes.
At night in your yard.
I have a little corner spot in my yard that is covered in ivy, and there's nobody around. And if it's dark out and only the moon's out, I'll walk over there. There's just something about letting it rip outside.
I agree. You're a guy, and I think like yesterday I'm on my walk. It's the middle of the day. It's between 1:30 and 2:30.
Oh, even if I was a female, I'd hit that catcher stance over in the corner of that yard.
I've told the story I think on the air. We had a woman mow our lawn in college that did that one time in front of everybody. Like, oh my God!
I saw it at a tailgate once.
Well, I'm not surprised there. This was out like in college, and we were out sitting on the fraternity house just drinking beer one summer, and she's mowing the lawn of the house across the street, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe we're witnessing this right now.
Just pop a squat.
It was unbelievable, but like, it's illegal to pee outside, right?
Correct.
Like I could get in trouble for that, right?
100% decent exposure.
Right. That's what I thought. Yeah. So like I'm on my walk yesterday, and then it turned into a run, and then it turned into a sprint because I wanted to get home to go to the bathroom yesterday so bad. My wife's like, you should have just got up that little path. I'm like, there's houses everywhere. I'd be the one that gets busted.
Yeah, you would be the guy.
Right? Like,
you would be,
I would be the guy that gets busted for indecent exposure because I had to pee in a trail.
Well, you know that guy on the PGA Tour? He peed in Potter's Lake. Or not Potter's Lake. That's in Lawrence.
That guy. Yeah.
Whatever that guy's pond's name is after in the Masters, he went down there and ripped a piss right there.
Aren't there like
At
golf
the
clubs
Masters.
you can pee into?
Golf clubs?
Yes,
Well, I mean,
there
golf
are.
club.
Yeah, like
There's at least
you
one.
take the top off and
Yeah.
you can use it as a Yeah,
what I
I've
thought.
definitely seen those. Absolutely.
I got an angry stream. I got to go to a doctor. But no, like golf course, you just find the first tree that's like private.
But see, that's the thing. On golf courses, it's acceptable. Nobody cares on a golf course. But if I was out on Indian Creek Trail and, you two boomers walk by, I'd be screwed.
Yeah, you would.
You can't just be like, in something about Mary, I was just pissing. Yeah, you were all just pissing.
No, you like on the golf course, everybody just kind of, you just kind of go behind the tree. It's more acceptable.
Your backyard, if it's dark at night, like if it's sunset's been down for at least 2 hours, it's pitch black outside, and you go to a corner where you're private, I don't think it's an issue. But what do I know?
I did it as a child one time at my dad's boss's yard. And we went over for dinner. We're going over to dinner to the boss's house. This was back when you did that kind of stuff, right? Load up in the Pontiac and go over to the boss's house. And so they're having dinner, and then all of a sudden they look at me, and I'm standing against the fence, and I was probably, I don't know, double digits. It wasn't like I was 8 or so. I was probably 10, 12 years. I don't remember what age I was. And I'm just peeing over there alongside the fence, and they laughed. They thought it was the best thing ever. Like, your son's peeing in the yard. I'm like, well, I had to go. Didn't want to go in. We were having fun.
Hey, you're watering the plants.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Just, letting it rip. So hopefully the police department of Lee Summit don't come knocking on my door tonight and be like, hey, Mr. Likens, listen to the show. Yep, you back there?
Yep.
Son of a gun.
Yeah, but it's your own yard, though, again.
No, in my mind, I'd be like, yeah, you want to play swords?
Oh, boy.
Down on the ground, put his head in his OP. No, but earlier we were talking about random baseball stats, so I found this website called Just Baseball. Shocker. And they have all these like egregious random baseball stats that just blew my mind. So here's the first one I get. Barry Bonds has more intentional walks than the entire Tampa Bay Rays franchise.
Yep.
That's insane.
Wait. Yep. What?
Yeah, dude. Bonds from 1986 to 2007 has 688 intentional walks. The Tampa Bay Rays as a franchise from 98 to current have 685. So Bonds has more intentional walks in his career.
That's nuts.
That's a stud right there.
That's a hell of a stat right there.
Going down, I know Binkley's hard right now. This one is from Steve Carlton. Steve Carlton won 27 games in his season when his team only won 59.
Holy cow. That was a bad Phillies team that year then. I love Steve Carlton, man, back in the day. Little before my time, but you see highlights and stuff, and
a guy that we always reference and we always see like randomly on like John Boy Media or some like baseball sort of Twitter handle. Tony Gwynn, obviously one of the goats at hitting, only struck out 434 times in 20 years.
Yeah, those are the crazy numbers when you see like this guy struck out more today than Tony Gwynn has struck out in his lifetime type stats. You see those type of things a lot with Tony Gwynn.
So to put that in perspective, 10,232 plate appearances for Tony Gwynn, 434 strikeouts, which means Gwynn struck out a mere 0.04% of the time over the course of 2,440 games.
We will never see that happen ever
No!
again.
Not today's baseball where we celebrate the strikeout.
Which I absolutely hate.
I don't understand why that's an accepted thing in baseball now. Oh, what are the true 3 outcomes? A walk, a strikeout, or a home run, and we're celebrating the strikeout.
Another Tony Gwynn stat. Tony Gwynn would have hit above 300 for his career, even if he went 0 for his last 1,183 at-bats.
That's impressive. That is awesome. Yeah. The Ted Williams one, though, he never led the league in hits.
That's so crazy. And he just hit crazy. Like
he's the last player to hit for 400 average.
Still didn't lead the league in hits.
Yeah, still didn't lead the league in hits. Hit like 406 or whatever it was, but didn't lead the league in hits.
This is another interesting baseball stat for Ichiro Suzuki. Ichiro got his third MLB hit and his 10th at bat. His career batting average never dipped under 300.
Never 300. I was going to say he never did. Yeah, that's awesome. He never was under 300 as a hitter. Isn't that crazy? Like that's so hard to do. And somebody didn't vote for that guy for the Hall of Fame. His average in Major League Baseball was never under 300. And somebody didn't vote for that guy for the Hall of Fame.
That guy's an idiot.
Do we know who that guy is yet or not?
Nope. I know.
What a coward. That is cowardice.
I would put your name on it. You should put your name on that. If you're that guy and you think you can big dog Ichiro, go out there. Put your name on it.
Explain yourself and give a reason why you voted against him.
Because I want to know.
But you know what the reason is? He probably didn't give you a quote or something and you're mad. Because that's what baseball writers are.
Yeah, I can't stand him. Can't stand him.
Oh, the worst. They're just the worst.
The offer for that writer to have dinner at my home has now expired.
That was one of the best moments of the Hall of Fame. Hey, pal, Sorry.
That and the fact he didn't know who the Miami Marlins were, that they were a baseball team in MLB before he got traded to them.
I'd never heard of you people before.
I don't know if this is impressive or just like baseball finally had happened. Chris Davis, remember him?
Oh yeah.
Oakland A's.
Which one? That 247?
I was I was thinking of Eric Davis of the Reds.
Yeah,
but Chris Davis with a KHRIS.
Yeah, he hit 247 4 straight years.
Oh my God.
No baseball player has ever finished a season with exactly 55 home runs.
And I believe he did it with 2 different types of teams too.
He did it 1 year with Milwaukee, then 3 straight with Oakland.
Yep.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Big Chris Davis fan.
Yeah, 4.
Are you being serious?
I mean, I watched A's baseball constantly. So
why?
Well,
because they produce stars.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, before
their broadcast is brutal. It's unlistenable.
Well, before I was on a different station in this conglomerate, I would always stay up late and listen and watch A's baseball. Always.
Okay. Yeah, because it's the late game. I get
Exactly.
that.
It's
Mine was
always on the
always
TV.
the Dodgers with Vin Scully. That's how I
yeah.
always. Or now I like the Giants. The Padres broadcast. The A's television broadcast is brutal. It's a high school broadcast.
I
at
love
best.
Dallas Braden, but the lead on it is a little bit questionable for me.
Yeah, she mispronounced Dippin' Dots.
She did. She did.
And then the one before that, we know why he got fired. Also, Barry Bonds in 2004 had 373 at-bats, and he reached base safely 376 times. Wait, what?
No way! Oh, my God.
Just some random baseball stats. The number one they have on their list, let me go down. Number 1, Ken Johnson pitches a 9-inning no-hitter for Houston and lost.
Who?
I don't know, Ken Johnson.
So I remember watching a guy by the name of
1964.
Andy Hawkins in 1991 for the Yankees pitch a no-hitter and lose the game to the Chicago White Sox in Chicago. And I remember as a child being so despondent about that because it was one of the few baseball games that was on free TV, and God forbid we would pay for TV back then, right? They're screwing you. We're not paying for TV. So you got random games. And I remember watching this Yankee game, and this guy's pitched a no-hitter and lost the game.
Yep. Probably walked
That's
in a
the
run
worst.
or an error.
No, it was an error in the
Yeah.
outfield. Some guy dropped a fly ball or something, I think it was, and they ended up losing the game like 1-0, and he pitched a no-hitter. Like, I did my job.
I wouldn't be doing my job for my father, who I can tell is screaming in his office right now about this stat. This is his favorite stat of all time. In 1979, Phil Niekro, right? Remember him? Pitcher?
Oh, yeah.
He went 21-20, led baseball in wins and losses.
That's great. That's a good one. I was at the
41
game.
decisions.
In 1985, he was going for his 300th win. It was one of my first baseball games, and they were playing the Blue Jays. And I'll never forget this being in Yankee Stadium. The Canadian anthem starts. The whole place starts booing. And I'm like, good. Why are they booing the Canadian national anthem? My dad's like, explain. Well, it's Canada. I don't know. There was no explanation, in 1985 for why they're doing that. But it's one of those things like you don't forget as a kid. But they lost the game, did Phil Niekro, and it would have been his 300th win that day.
Oh, man. That's awesome, though.
The other stat that I always love to go back to, which this is not on the list, or if it is, I don't know, but you said Ted Williams never led the league in hitting. Nolan Ryan, 7 no-hitters. Never won a Cy Young.
Yeah, which is nuts.
Never won a Cy
That's
Young.
Which is
ridiculous.
nuts.
Ridiculous.
Well, and Carlton's out there pitching like he was. Hard to win those. Out there.
Yeah.
Steve Carlton, man, a real craftsman. Coming up on the other side, we dive into what the college slate is this weekend because there's a big one on Saturday at 11 o'clock, and we dive into that on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty. Make sure to follow us on Instagram @TheFan965 for behind-the-scenes content from the show. Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Here we go. Count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
This is incredible.
Watch your local NFL game live all season long.
And he's in for a touchdown.
Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
The long weekend sale is on at Target with exciting deals you won't want to miss. Stock up on grilling must-haves for a few more sunny barbecues. And while you're at it, ease into sweater weather with fresh new fits for the fam. Whether you're hosting, relaxing, or showing off your new style, Target has your deal in-store, online, and in the Target app. Hurry and save more with the long weekend sale happening now through Monday. Only at Target.
A blood emergency has been declared in the Kansas City region, and donors are urgently needed. Now through August 26th, donate with Community Blood Center and be entered to win tickets to the Chiefs home opener. Visit SaveALifeNow.org or call 877-468-6844 to schedule your donation today.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. American Family Insurance can help protect your dream home for whatever comes next. You can live in your own oasis. or your own clubhouse. Whatever you choose, get the right coverage. Save up to 23% by bundling home and auto. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Don't let clogged drains slow you down. Call Hamilton Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Rooter today for our $79 mainline drain cleaning special. The pros at Hamilton will inspect your drains with video camera technology to pinpoint exactly what is needed to clear those clogs and help prevent expensive drain repairs. The expert technicians at Hamilton are ready 7 days a week to solve your problem the right way, the first time. Over 40 years experience and more than 8,000 five-star reviews ensures your peace of mind. Visit callhamilton.com for details, terms, and conditions. License number 2025-11121.
The smell of football and tailgating is in the air, but Labor Day gives us one final weekend of summer before fall, and Hy-Vee is here to help with all of your Labor Day plans. They have grilling favorites like prime reserve beef, chicken grillers, and their specialty brats. And with the Chiefs opener on September 5th, I'm headed to Hy-Vee to get some new gear and pick up my favorite party treats like those amazing Chiefs-themed sugar cookies. We got it all at Hy-Vee. Fall's on the horizon, football's on the horizon, so kick off your best fall ever with my friends only at Hy-Vee.
If you're crazy for craft beer, a connoisseur of Cabernet, or master of the margarita, Hy-Vee Wine and Spirits has a huge selection in stock and competitively priced. From value bottles of wine starting at $3.99 to top shelf liquors, get 10% off when you mix and match 6 or more bottles. Hy-Vee's knowledgeable and friendly staff is here to help, or place your order through aisles online for added convenience. Low price, selection, service, and convenience. There's more to love at Hy-Vee Wine and Spirits.
Chiefs coverage is brought to you by New Century Ram Dodge Jeep in Paola. Why buy your next vehicle at New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paola? Simple. Honest guys that don't need to add big city overhead into the price. Search New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram to see the complete inventory.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
East side, 435 southbound, heavy from Stadium Drive down past Raytown Road. They've got construction set up, mobile road work in the right lane. 70 eastbound on the Kansas side, slow approaching 435 with construction. You're down to one lane. Allen Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can watch every show, plus video clips and shorts, all right from your phone, desktop, or tablet. The Fan's YouTube channel at 965 The Fan. KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
Rolling along on the Fesco and Dusty show here on 96.5 The Fan.
What are you
On
doing
Friday.
over there?
Just that little dude that's on the front of the boat dance.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be the number one celebration in the end zone.
Yep,
Yeah,
it should be.
it will be. You'll see. You know what we're referencing?
I didn't see that. No,
Rowing
I
the
was-
boat, baby.
Oh, that?
Yeah, he's like on the front of the boat, like kind of doing his little dance, and it went viral. It's really funny. Rolling along on a Friday looks beautiful outside. Can't wait to do a lot of outside activities today, garage activities as well. But thought this was funny when we go back to the Micah Parsons trade that is the story of the day and yesterday and probably the next few days until we actually get real football to start on Thursday night, which Dallas will play the Philadelphia Eagles. I think we could all feel safe hammering the Eagles in that game. But they did a Madden simulation trade of this exact same trade, and the level of interest was yellow, which for those of you that don't get that reference, that means it's not good. That means they don't have any interest in the trade. And the trade literally was Clark, first round pick in 26 and 27 for Micah Parsons. Interest level trade declined.
That's funny.
So-
Declined by who?
Well, it's
Like who offered the trade? Did Dallas offer the trade to Green Bay in that scenario?
Yeah. So
and Green Bay said no in that scenario.
Dallas said no. So send Micah Parsons to Green Bay for Clark, first round pick. Trade declined. Says level of interest too low. Thanks in advance.
Oh, wow. Well, they ended up doing it in real life. So I don't know what that means. If the Madden simulation is right, we'll have to see. It's all going to be dependent on what Jerry Jones does with those 2 first-round draft picks, right? I mean, and this is where, like, if I was a Dallas fan, which I'd never be, I'd rather root for the devil than root for the Dallas Cowboys. But
if you're a fan, you can't be feeling good about this trade because Jerry Jones has showed you since Jimmy Johnson has left that organization, he has been an incompetent owner from a football standpoint. From a marketing standpoint, from a grow the brand standpoint, he's been unbelievable. There's been nobody better. But from a football standpoint over the last 30 years, there's been nobody worse. And if that was a real-life general manager sitting up there like the Mandelbaums are right now, father-son duo up here, I mean, it's unbelievable looking at these two on the screen. And you see the work that Jerry Jones hasn't done over the last 30 years. That general manager's not lasting that long, but because he owns the team, he just continues on making these bad decisions. So we won't know if this trade pays off for quite some time. 2 first-round picks and a guy who has 37.5 career sacks is a nice return, but I don't trust the Dallas Browns to make the right picks when it comes to utilizing those first-round picks.
Yeah, and Jerry Jones quoted in his press conference saying, quote, "This was a move to get us successful in the playoffs."
Well, I don't know how that's possible. And it makes no sense. If you make this trade before the draft, you probably get a first-round pick in 25, and you can use that as a player that can have some immediate impact. But as of right now, today, from a 53-man roster standpoint, nobody can look at you with a straight face and say that the Dallas Cowboys are a better team right now than they were 24 hours ago, because they're not a better team right now. In the future, do they have a chance to be? Yes. Do I believe that they will be? No, because I think they're going to fail with those draft picks that they have, because Jerry has shown us 3 straight decades he stinks at his job.
And there's only going to be one cancer in that locker room, and it's going to be me.
Stop that. That's funny, right? Because Ben Maller texted me yesterday, goes, and I know that's AI, but he texted me yesterday, goes, how soon do we hear Jerry say he was a cancer? Or they leak that Micah Parsons was a cancer. And that's the first thing that the AI thing does is Jerry Jones is talking about how this guy was, a cancer inside the locker room. I'm sure that stuff is going to get leaked. Oh, he wasn't the right fit. We want team guys. He was a me guy. The NFL has set itself up for the players to be me guys. We're very fortunate in Kansas City. We're living in Camelot right now. Not every other place is like this. And so you can't say, well, Mahomes does this or Kelsey does that or Jones does this. Again, we're in Camelot. Everywhere else is who knows what. And they're all going to look out for themselves, which they should do. This organization has proven, hey, we'll surround you with the best talent. We'll surround you with the best coaches. We'll surround you with the best general managers, best players, and all that kind of stuff. Dallas hasn't made that commitment to their players, and so they want to get out and make money. I'm so glad finally somebody stood up to the bully of Jerry Jones, man. Finally it happened.
And finally it does happen. Saturday, college football really returns as there's the big one at 11 o'clock, Texas, Ohio State. There's also Gus Johnson from the top rope.
I mean, I just think whatever time the game is on, that's when the game is on. I mean, this is a business. This is our slot. This is where we're most successful at this time of day. Fox paid a lot of money to the Big Ten. They agreed to take the money, and this is what our executives feel is the best opportunity for us to win at this time of day. And I like it. I hated it at first because, I've called games during COVID, 9 a.m. on the West Coast, 10 a.m. with Colorado, 11 a.m. in the Big 12, and noon. So for me, it's a little hard to have to be on 10 on blast that early in the morning. But I had to get used to it. I had to make some changes in terms of when I went to bed and all that kind of stuff. We all want a night game. We love it. We understand it. But this ain't the situation, And to take a quote from one of my favorite people, it is what it is, baby.
That is Gus Johnson. Because people are always going to complain, this game, Notre Dame plays Sunday against Miami at 6:30 p.m. on Sunday. Some people will be mad about that. That game should be at noon. That game should be at 3. It is what it is.
But most people have Monday off, so sure. you can weasel that in and whatnot. But Gus Johnson is dead on because every time this big noon stuff comes up, you hear the Big Ten fans complain they don't like the noontime games. And we talked about it yesterday. We like the 11 a.m. games. Gives you the rest of the day to watch, but it cuts down on your tailgating pregame. There's pluses and minuses to everything. But what Gus Johnson said right there is Fox wrote the check and y'all willingly took the check, right? Like you didn't say no. And I love the fact that Gus Johnson said it because that's dancing with the devil, right? When you dance with the devil, hey, here's what's going to be the results. And this is just still, I keep saying, the beginning of what we're going to see in college sports with a money standpoint, right? Mm-hmm. It's just the more the money becomes, the more stupid we get, the dumber the things that we do. And I keep telling people, when you realize that sports is a business, it's not about us, the fans. It's about those checks that are getting written. You won't get so angry about this kind of stuff, right? Like, have less anger about things that you can't control. It's a noon game, 11 a.m. game, depending on where you are. And as Gus says, it is what it is. But you wouldn't be getting this kind of money if they weren't doing that kind of stuff. So I know the fans don't care about getting that kind of money. It doesn't impact them. But these are businesses, man. This is professional sports light right now. And that's the way we have to look at it. It's no longer amateurism in college sports.
Kramer, when it comes to 11, 2:30, 5:30, where's your slot at for college football?
Oh, give me 11.
11?
Give me to start the day off great.
Yeah. Right. And if your team loses, then you can bounce for the rest of the day. You don't have to pay attention to it because that's the way I am in the NFL. God forbid the Chiefs lose a game, I'm out for the rest of the day.
And that 2 o'clock window is perfect nap time.
Yeah. That's kind of like the 3 o'clock Sunday slate where, like, normally the Chiefs didn't play back in the day. The Chiefs would play at noon. The games would be over at 3. Oh, it's New York and Dallas at 3 o'clock on Fox. Okay, I'll put it on TV, roll over my bed, and I'll wake up in the second half.
Yeah.
College football, normally 2:30 is the big SEC slot. That's where you'll normally see, like, a Tennessee-Florida game happen if it's not college football. If the college football game day is not there. But, again, there's a lot of stuff going on this weekend. Obviously, Texas and Ohio State still the show, but you've got Klubnik versus Nessmeyer with LSU and Clemson.
Yep.
The winner of that game will elevate themselves towards the Heisman Trophy watch. Even though it's only week one, we know how college
this is
sports
where
work.
it starts, man. It really does.
Right. Because, depending on what Arch Manning does for Texas against the Ohio State, we'll see where he goes up or goes down on one game of watching this kid play, as well as we will see the two other Heisman Trophy candidate favorites in Nessmeyer and Cade Klubnik in Clemson. I also think Clemson's going to win that game. I think if I had to bet money on that, I would bet on Clemson.
Where is that game?
I'd have to look it up, but I think it's in Clemson. But Brian Kelly, terrible.
I was just going to get to him. Brian Kelly is on the hot seat this year. He's a fake and a fraud, and he's not doing what he needs to be doing at LSU. I mean, when you get out there and fake a Southern accent like he did, you've already are behind the eight ball. My family. Mm-hmm. So I think he's kind of on the hot seat. Big year for him. Look, as much as people will laugh, Bill Belichick better win right out of the gate.
Memorial Stadium in Clemson is where that game is at.
You really think Bill needs to win?
Yes,
this first week?
I do, because North Carolina people fancy themselves higher brow, like upper crust type of people. They're the Mission Hills of college sports, if you will. They've got their loafers, no socks, khakis on. Some of them are salmon at times, sweater around the neck, tied with a knot, and whatnot. And they're walking around Chapel Hill thinking that they're highbrow and better than everybody else. And Bill's 70, and he's got this 26-year-old dictating everything, and they just trademarked Gold Digger.
Oh, I saw that.
You trademark that. You trademark Chapel Bill. Like, you're doing all of this stuff off the field.
Mm-hmm.
You better win on the field, because they've already talked the alums. Hey, we're embarrassed by this kind of stuff. Yet you sold out the stadium for the first time ever. So no, I do. I think he has to win right away to keep the alums quiet there in Chapel Hill.
We'll see what happens. This Saturday, college football starts tonight at Hollywood Casino, Red Roundtable. 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Hollywood Casino. You'll have roundtable discussions with Danon Hughes, Mitchell Schwartz, and Nate Taylor, audience Q&A, and photo ops with them. We get back into what the Packers are going to do now, plus a KC sports trade that had you kind of in the same sort of elated or emotional feeling here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Hey, it's Michael Waka, and you're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, as you get ready to start planning that holiday travel season, don't forget about planning your parking as well with my friends over at Park and Go. When you make that flight reservation, immediately make your parking reservation. That way, it's all taken care of. And it's so easy to do at bookparkandgo.com. And Park and Go provides covered parking for everyone. So if you're traveling and it's wintertime, the snow, the sleet, the ice all over your car, it's not going to happen at Park and Go, because your car is always protected from the elements. And once you make that reservation, make sure you prepay. You'll get a much lower rate when you prepay. Then it's taken care of. Just show up on the day of your flight, scan that reservation, and they'll direct you right to the covered parking spot they have reserved specifically for you. And as soon as you get to that spot, the van will meet you and take you right to the airport terminal. When you get back, Park and Go is there as well. You just grab your bags, walk off the plane, walk outside, jump on the bus, and it's right back to the trunk of your car. So do what we did and join their frequent Parker program and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
Hey, it's Gold. I wanted to once again tell you about the 2025 Ford F-150 Lariat I've been driving thanks to Shawnee Mission Ford. It made the drive up to training camp so easy. Not only is it fully loaded, ventilated seats after a hot show up at camp. Trust me, the cooled seats are amazing. But also Blue Cruise, where it's hands-free driving on the highway. So go into Shawnee Mission Ford and test drive a vehicle and take advantage of the Labor Day sales event. 0% for 48 months, no payments for 90 days with approved credit on most new Ford vehicles. Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more. See dealer website for details.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's almost over, but the heat is pressing on. If you've got battery trouble, stop by AutoZone for free battery testing. It may just need a charge, and we'll do that for free too. If you do need a battery, we've got options starting at just $89.99. And we'll recycle your old battery for free. Now that's a strong start. Don't miss the end of summer sale. Now at AutoZone until September 22nd.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Men, summertime is here. And that means vacations, summer barbecues, outdoor parties, camping, beaches, and so much more. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And if you're like many men, you may not be feeling like yourself this summer. Perhaps your energy is low and you aren't sleeping well. Maybe your workouts aren't as good as they used to be. And if what I'm describing is you, it's very likely you're suffering with low testosterone. But low T doesn't have to affect you anymore. Just call Heartland Men's Health, get treated, and see how it changes your life. If you're like most men, you'll feel so much better. Deeper sleep, improved vitality and clarity, greater strength and energy, and an enhanced sex drive as well. So call us. Just $99 gets you a PSA and T test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices, Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Downtown, 670 eastbound gets heavy past 35. Stays sluggish over towards Grand. Heading on the east side, you may see some slowdowns 435 southbound past Stadium Drive towards Raytown Road. Earlier, mobile road work was set up in the right lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Rolling along on a Friday in the 8 o'clock hour here on 96.5 The Fan. Bob Fesco, Kramer Soundsoul with you, and Dusty Likens here on a Friday with you on 96.5 The Fan. Hopefully you're all having a fun start to your Labor Day weekend. The end of summer has arrived, whether you like it or not. It is here. Get the hoodies out, the sweatshirts, the sweatpants, the comfy clothes, the crock pot recipes. Get them all ready.
That stuff I don't mind.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I don't like winter, but the Chiefs, I've said this before, for my mental health, and I truly mean this with all sincerity. With them winning, it has really helped my mental health in January and February, because January and February used to be hell for me. I'm not going to lie. I think it's probably like that for a lot of people, right? You're kind of cabin fever. The holidays are over. The days are short. It's snow. It's dirty outside, all that kind of stuff. The Chiefs winning, man, I tell you, it's been the best for my mental health over the last 7 or 8 years. I can't thank them enough for that, because you get these mental health things and you just don't want to deal with anything, right? And the Chiefs just kind of keep you going. So I hope they know how much they've meant to just one person's meant. I'm sure for a lot of people. But, man, January and February now have moved so fast because of how good they've been. So thank you, Chiefs, for helping me out in a little way.
Not only that, high school football returns tonight. This is kind of an interesting story. It comes from Preps KC. Rockhurst drops to Class 5A, no longer in 6A.
Really?
Yeah, so interesting little snidbit there from Preps KC is Rockhurst is now 5A, leaving the Blue Springs South, the Lee Summit North.
I guess dropping in enrollment, that's what that means, you would think, right?
I would think they're now in the District 7, I believe is what it is, with like Fort Osage, Truman, schools like that. So
Anselmo better get on this.
I know. I kind of wanted to dip into Anselmo's phone and be like, what's going on?
Yeah, well, his 80th birthday party is tonight. I think it's a surprise. So spoiled. Actually, he planned it himself and told us all to be
I was
there.
going to say, I remember this. I was like,
so I'll ask him tonight. But that is interesting. But also, you mentioned Preps KC. The Preps KC Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 game of the week is Cameron at Oak Grove. And the winner of that game is going to get $750 to their booster club from Sheet Metal Workers Number 2.
Awesome.
It used to be $250. They've increased it to $750. Each week at prepskc.com, you can vote for the Sheet Metal Workers Number 2 game of the week. And then the winner of that game, after everybody tabulates their votes, the winner of that game will get $750 to their booster club. And they're doing that every single week of the high school football season. My guys at the Sheet Metal Workers Number 2 are the freaking best, man. So do business with them. Support the hell out of them, because they support everybody in the local area. $750 each week to a booster club is a big nut for these booster clubs, man. It's a huge nut, and they can do a lot with that.
Hello, America.
No doubt, doing nice things for people is always a great thing to see that when that happens. But yeah, shocking news that I saw today that Rockhurst is now Class 5, so no more Rockhurst Blue Springs possibly. Maybe
that sucks, because that was a great rivalry, They can still play in the quote-unquote non-conference, and do all that kind of nonsense. But, why schedule and to Rockhurst isn't the program that it was under Tony Severino. I mean, it's not winning state championships after Kelly Donahoe's an amazing coach, but you're taking over for Tony Severino. I mean, and it's hard to replace a legend like that at Rockhurst, but
He also took over their dynamite coaching staff. Took, I believe was it Coach Oder from South, Kelly Donahoe from Blue Springs, combined won like 6 state titles. And then I forget what the cat's name is at Ray Peck. They brought him over as well. They just put an all-star coaching crew together. But yeah, Class 5A for Rockhurst. Some news out of the local news there in high school sports. I know some of you do love that. There's a new favorite in the NFC North. That's right. Micah Parsons' trade to Green Bay for 2 first-round picks, a 26th and a 27th, and a defensive tackle. Not a slouch. Mr. Clark from Green Bay goes to Dallas. Micah Parsons goes to Green Bay. And now,
what a great movie.
And now Green Bay is plus 175 to win the NFC North over the Detroit Lions, who are plus 180, Minnesota plus 350, and the Bears are plus 600. So yesterday, the odds changed significantly with the addition of Micah Parsons in Vegas, accordingly. Not by much over Detroit, but Green Bay now in the NFC North, a gauntlet of a division, plus 175 with the addition of Micah Parsons.
Yeah, I understand that you want to get money on all sides, right? And that's a hot item yesterday, that trade. Everybody's probably, seeing what the bets are going to be in the futures and all that kind of stuff. But I have a hard time saying that Detroit still isn't the favorite in that division from my standpoint, because I always look at it and I go based on quarterback-coach combination, right? That's how I've been since Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. Andy Reid, Alex Smith, they showed us how important that quarterback-head coach combination is. And so I start to look around the NFC North division, and there really isn't a coach plus quarterback that I absolutely am in love with. There's some quarterbacks that I like, and there's some coaches that I like. They're not necessarily on the same sideline. But I still think Dan Campbell is the best coach in this division as we sit here today. And I do believe that's the best coach quarterback combination with Jared Goff in the NFC North division right now. Like, yes, do I have questions about Dan Campbell? You bet. We've talked about it all off season. Losing the two coordinators going to be huge for him.
Right.
We'll see how he responds. So it's not exactly a 1-1 there. The second tier, I'm not a Jordan Love fan. He had an opportunity, and since he signed that contract, he hasn't really done a whole heck of a lot, right? And so I'm not a huge Jordan Love fan. I kind of like LaFleur a little bit, but I'm not really sold on that quarterback-coach combination. Chicago, I'm definitely not sold on yet. New coach, a new system, new quarterback. It's very unknown. And Minnesota is unknown. I love the coach, but I don't know about J.J. McCarthy yet. Is he going to continue that track record that, KOC has had with everybody else up there? In Minnesota and do really good. The track record would say yes, but we don't know that again. So when I look at who should be the favorite in the NFC North, to me, it is still the Lions until it's not the Lions. That's kind of the way that I look at it. But I also understand how they get people excited by changing the odds a little bit and getting some money thrown on this stuff.
It's a dynamite player and a franchise-changing player. Again, we talked about it earlier. Micah Parsons, 52.5 sacks in his first 4 years with Dallas, is fourth all-time on their franchise list of sacks. He goes to Green Bay, where we'll see what happens and how he plays there. Obviously, they play the Cowboys in Week 4 on September 28th, Sunday Night Football at 7:20.
Can we get the networks to do a reverse poach? Like if you're CBS or Fox, you should get one reverse flip, one reverse flex, I think we're going to take this Dallas Green Bay game and put this thing at 3 o'clock on Fox. NBC gets to do it. Why can't we get a reverse flex?
I don't know. I think it's fine where it's at. If it was like a noon game, for sure, I would say, okay, hey, Sunday Night Football, we're going to switch out whoever we had. We had, I don't know, in their Sunday Night Football game, let's say they had Chicago and Minnesota.
Oh, I think it's fine where it's at, but I'm just saying the other networks always get their games poached, right?
Right.
Why can't each one have a game where they can poach one back from Sunday Night Football?
Well, I would say the reason is because when they do poach the games, they're meaningless. When there's nothing there anymore. Now this one's like, well, sorry. Like Sunday Night Football just went, oh, all right. They get traded from this team to that team, and it's really fresh in the season where everybody should.
Oh, it's week 3, yeah.
Week 4, yeah.
Week 4 is it?
September 28th.
That's right, yeah.
So, again, we go back to the division. That is, I think, the best division in the NFC. When you look at the NFC North with Green Bay, Detroit, Minnesota, and Chicago, there is so many brilliant storylines within this division that every single one can tee off on. You look at Green Bay. You talk about Jordan Love. The last time he had a really big eye-opening game was against those Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs, where Dallas went undefeated at home. They had a home playoff game. Jordan Love walked in there and said, I am the man in Green Bay. Mm-hmm. Green Bay fans were always like, all right, another quarterback right in the system. Let's go. They had, Favre, and they move on to Aaron Rodgers, and then they get Jordan Love, hopefully.
And then they signed him, and it hasn't been great since. I know he had a little boo-boo on his pinky or something last year, but big year for Jordan Love.
Right. And then they add Micah Parsons to that defense. They have the first-round pick of that receiver. I forget his name, but he had the great, promo speech when he got drafted at the stage.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
And, we'll see where they go with their talented roster that is manned up by Matt LaFleur. Mm-hmm. You go into Detroit, right? The big questions are the unknown in Detroit. Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn are both gone. And
that's huge.
That's your defensive coordinator and your offensive coordinator. And that's your offensive coordinator who has, like you had mentioned earlier, being poached by many teams and finally said, this is the situation I want. Mm-hmm. He goes to the other team we talk about in Chicago in the NFC North. A lot of questions, right? With Detroit, the questions are, can Dan Campbell just man the ship by himself?
Right.
Clearly, he's the head coach. He's charismatic. He's got his team's trust and support. He's turned Jared Goff into Jared Goff of the second generation of Jared Goff because, the Rams, they did all right with Sean McVay. They wanted Matt Stafford. They won a Super Bowl. Jared Goff goes to Detroit. They turn that franchise around to one of the best teams in the National Football League, let alone in the NFC. You look at Chicago. Caleb Williams, we know it's a story. It's going to be a story until he actually shows us that he can do it. No quarterback in Chicago ever's thrown for 4,000 yards. We've seen the misleading sort of videos and tweets about Chicago's, preseason and their training camp. Caleb looks good. Caleb looks bad. They had to slow things down. They had to, whatever it may have been. Yeah. They've loaded up that offense now again by adding Luther Burden. They've got Roma Dunze from last year. They got DJ Moore from that big trade. They got Caleb Williams in the draft out of that trade. And we'll see what Ben Johnson does. You waited for the right situation. If this is the right situation and you are who you are, Will Chicago be that team?
Ben Johnson also has to be able to be a head coach and not be a coordinator. If he tries to be a coordinator instead of a head coach, he will fail miserably in Chicago. He has to go in there and be that head coach, but he also has to get his quarterback playing well. And another new this is Caleb Williams' third system in 3 years. Last year at college, last year with the Bears, and this year with a new system. 3 systems, 3 years. Best of luck. That's hard for anybody.
And I think anybody in the room could say that even though we don't know the known for Ben Johnson as a coach, we know he's better than Eberflus. Like that guy it was failure from the start. And then you look at Minnesota, which is the biggest.
Can you believe like Nagy's going? They fired me for that guy.
Coach of the year in a playoff game with Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah, that's right. And they fired me for Eberflus.
And so you look at Minnesota, which the questions of the unknown is J.J. McCarthy, right? Is he going to be that guy? We've heard stories again. We don't know how much sort of truth you put into the preseason with videos of training camp and all this sort of things. Right. And then from Michigan, as Bob would call them, the Michigan quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, national championship winning J.J. McCarthy, missed all last year due to an injury. Could have been a blessing in disguise, right? Got to sit back, watch with your own eyes, not to feel any pressure. Maybe you go in because Sam Darnold didn't hack it. Sam Darnold actually worked well with Kevin O'Connell. Kirk Cousins, a veteran quarterback, a lot of talent, worked well with Kevin O'Connell. And now Kevin O'Connell gets to start not necessarily, but really from scratch. Like this is a new toy in your system where you'll miss Jordan Addison for 3 games. Justin Jefferson's kind of been banged up all offseason. They brought in Adam Thielen, which I think is a great move.
Big move for them.
I think it's a great move for J.J. McCarthy.
I wouldn't have said that was a great move for the Cowboys or the Cardinals, but it's a great move for the Vikings.
Yeah, they showed a video the other day of his wife driving the car and telling his kids the news, and they just went absolutely nuts. Like, back in Minnesota.
I mean, it's cool. So, that's where you want to be, right? You know what that's about. People want to be, the kids want to be where they want to be. The player wants to be where the player was. Why you see guys come back to Kansas City all the time. And so, but I look, I think it's a big year for Kevin O'Connell. I think it's a big year for Dan Campbell. It's a big year for Ben Johnson. And it really is a big year for Matt LaFleur. Like all 4 coaches in that division, man, they've got their work cut out for them in different ways to try to do different things and are on different courses than everybody else. You know, the guy in Detroit, Dan Campbell, he's got to prove that he can do it without without his understudies there, without those coordinators there. The guy in Chicago has to say, okay, this is my first go around. Everybody thinks I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. I got to take a quarterback who wasn't good last year, make him good. Oh God. Then you've got what's going on in Green Bay. You just added in Micah Parsons. Now everybody expects you to win the division, but Jordan Love has to bounce back. And then, you got Minnesota where Kevin O'Connell, now they're just kind of flying under the radar in Minnesota. They can kind of do what they want. There's not a lot of people paying attention to the Minnesota Vikings right now. And I still think they're going to be a playoff team because I believe in Kevin O'Connell that much right now. He's turned 2 quarterbacks into pretty good stars in this league.
Does the AFC North have 3 playoff teams this year? Because if you take the high road, like Minnesota
Dallas
Vikings
is not a playoff team now. So I would say, I think.
And they weren't last year with 10 wins. Dallas.
Right. You could do, I think, like on paper, I would say Detroit, Minnesota, and Green Bay all should be in the postseason.
You think there's 2 teams from the South? Do the Falcons get in? Because the Bucs are going to win that division, I believe.
I don't think, no.
Falcons, no.
You don't think they make the playoffs?
No, I think whoever wins that division, that's it. And that thing stinks. But again, this is a week before the season. Everything changes next Thursday night, right? Everything changes next Thursday night. Dallas doesn't make it. The Eagles and Washington probably make it. You get your NFC South winner. You get your 3 from the North. That's 6 right there. And then we're not counting the West. They don't get a team in.
They get San Fran or the Rams?
Yeah.
It's not San Fran.
Not San Fran?
No. Honestly, it could be Arizona. Don't sleep on Arizona.
No, I will. I'll go to bed on that.
He doesn't like Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray sucks.
Well, I mean, the team around him, though, doesn't. So
but he's the quarterback,
I know,
dude. Like,
I know.
I mean, he sucks so bad, like even the good team around him can't make that guy look good.
We'll see what happens. So yesterday there was a big trade in sports with Micah Parsons going from Dallas to Green Bay. There's been some trades that have been kind of big in Kansas City in recent history. Is there one that like you go back and you're like, okay, maybe this is the one?
Yeah, like I look back and Trent Green was kind of that trade for me. Like we're like the Packer fans yesterday with that excitement to get like you didn't expect this to be happening and all that kind of stuff. Kind of reminded me of when we got Trent Green here in Kansas City. We finally got a legitimate named quarterback to come in here. Matt Castle was a lot of excitement, too, when they made that trade for Matt because he was coming off an 11-5 season, and he was the guy. Wow, look how good Matt Castle was in Tom Brady's absence and all this kind of stuff. And so people were really, really excited about that. But I think Trent Green, man, he was kind of the first in my era anyway, my adult era, kind of that first adult. After Joe Montana, it was kind of a mess at the quarterback position. Trent Green stabilized everything, steadied the waters, and was a really, really good quarterback. I feel bad for him because so many people say between Len Dawson and Patrick Mahomes, there was nobody good. Trent Green was a damn good quarterback for 5 seasons here in Kansas City. Alex Smith was a damn good quarterback here, too. They didn't win the Super Bowl. They didn't win the playoffs all that much, obviously. But we can't say there was nobody between Len Dawson and Patrick Mahomes because Trent Green was a damn good quarterback. So Trent, for me, that was exciting when they got him after Vermeil came and, you thought, okay, here we go. Boom, we're going to take off and run with this thing.
Kramer, how old were you when Randy Moss went to the Raiders?
Ooh.
Because that's your team.
Yeah, that was 07.
Sure.
So I was 11.
No, 07 is when he was in New England.
So it was 06 then. It was 06 or 05. So I was like maybe 9 or 10.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say that. That would have been nice. That actually would have panned out, but no, that sucked actually.
Yeah,
it's kind of like the Antonio Brown stuff. It sucked actually.
Right. Yeah.
It's a never a fun situation when it comes to Raiders and trades during my entire time watching the Las Vegas. Well, yeah, now Las Vegas Raiders because I've only seen 2 winning seasons my entire time watching.
That's
football.
crazy when you think about that, man. Like 2 winnings. How old are you?
I am 28.
28, and in 28 years, the Raiders have had 2 winning seasons.
Well, since I started watching football in 04, so that was before they had their Super Bowl run with the old John Gruden's team.
That was after they had their Super Bowl run.
Yeah, so I started watching after that.
Oh, that's a good time to pick them up.
I guess. I know.
It's the worst. You know what? I think I'm going to invest in the Betamax.
I just love watching football with my grandfather. So yeah, he's a Raiders fan.
Point.
So yeah,
no doubt. The 2 that stick out to me in Kansas City sports history, the 2 trades, and I know if the text line was able to be open, I'm sure there's a lot sending the Zach Greinke trade in, which was huge.
But that was reversed, though. I don't think people were excited about the Greinke trade.
Well, there are some that were. Because Greinke had the quote of like, well, if they don't want me, then they can trade me.
Fine, okay.
And then there's a lot of fans. There's still some that I know that are like, I don't care what Zach Greinke does the rest of his career. I don't like, he's probably going to go to the Hall of Fame as a Royal. Like, cool. But like he had a quote that went nuts. And he was like, if they don't want me here, then trade me here. Or if they're not going to win here, then I'd rather go somewhere else.
But it was the best thing that ever happened for this organization, for him to say that, because it allowed them to trade the guy and build a World Series team.
So the 2 trades that I come up with, the Zach Greinke one is not one of them. The 2 trades I come up with, number 1, which is the one that rocked my foundation in 2009 or 2012, I think it was. Yeah, 2012. I had finally started to get into the world of sports where I was looking below active rosters and main star players. Like it was more than just, oh, this guy's good, that's who I like. It was more so, who's in the farm system? Who do they draft? Who do they, kind of got geeky with it. And I was a huge Will Myers guy. I was like, this is the future of the team. Will Myers is him. He is going to be that guy. And randomly, they traded him to the Tampa Bay Rays. And the Royals got Jake Odorizzi, Mike Montgomery, Patrick Leonard, or they sent all those guys, or they sent those guys to Tampa, and in return they got James Shields, Wade Davis.
Right.
And at the time,
and Elliott Johnson. Don't put disrespect on that guy's name. It's the Elliott Johnson
Elliott
trade.
Johnson as well. And at the time, I knew who James Shields was. I thought he was a stud, but I was like, wait, Davis, we got 1 pitcher out of this deal, and Elliott Johnson. And I thought to myself, okay, Shields is good. Will Myers is unknown, I guess, but he's supposed to be the superstar, perennial all-star, whatever he's going to be. And they trade him away. And then I remember when James Shields got traded here, he was like, the best part of this trade is you got Wade Davis. And then Wade Davis turned into just, waiter, check, please. World Series gets 1 out of it. The other one that I bring up is similar to your Trent Green one, which is Alex Smith.
Yeah.
The Chiefs traded Alex Smith traded for the Alex Smith with the San Francisco 49ers for a 2nd-round pick and a conditional pick in the following year's draft. So they got Alex Smith for a 2nd-round draft, and in the first year he was here, they won 11-5, went to the playoffs. Obviously, the heartbreak loss against the Colts, but they went to the playoffs. They rebuilt the foundation. Obviously, the next year they'd go 9-7 and miss, and since then, it's been roses and rainbows in this franchise and in this organization. And this Chiefs team is probably not where they are if they don't get Alex Smith, as well as the package deal with Andy Reid. But those are the 2. The Will Myers trade, it got you Wade Davis, and James Shields and set your foundation up for that run in 14 and 15 and 16. And then Alex Smith coming to Kansas City sets you up for what you are now currently enjoying with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid.
Yeah, I think in this recent era of Royals baseball, the Zach Greinke trade is the most important trade that this organization made, and you don't win the World Series without the Wade Davis trade, obviously, and that's the one that put them over the top. The Greinke trade got you to here. The Wade Davis trade got you to here. They got you your closer. They got you a starter. They got you a red ass in the locker room that needed to beat some heads in and, take some names and that kind of stuff, and James Shields as well, and kind of
changed Danny Duffy's career.
Changed his whole trajectory. And so that obviously was a great trade. But when they made the trade, it was Wade Davis at the time. They're like, yeah, Wade Davis was not a throw into that trade as much as we like to think, and say that he is. But if Wade Davis wasn't included in that trade, we never would have made that trade,
Right.
and they never would have gotten James Shields here to Kansas City. And that's why, people fall in love with prospects all the time for whatever reason. I guess when you're younger, you're trying to act like you know what's going on in the minor leagues and all this kind of stuff. At the end of the day, prospects are suspects until they come up to the big league level. And I've always given, the Yankees and the Cardinals, two organizations, a lot of credit. Not so much anymore, but when Walt Jocketty was running the Cardinals, they would just get rid of all their minor leaguers and get big leaguers and win. And that's what the Yankees would do. They trade all their minor leaguers and they get big leaguers and they'd win. And that's the way you have to utilize the minor league system. That's how the Royals used Will Myers. He went on and had a fine career. I didn't miss not having Will Myers here at all. I'd rather have Will Myers' bat today than I would have 20 years ago in the lineup, when they traded him. They need him more now today than they probably did back then. But sometimes you have to part with pieces. And Will went on and had a nice career. Nobody's putting up a plaque in the Hall of Fame for him. But if we don't trade him, we don't have a world championship here in Kansas City.
Yeah. Will Myers, man, that was the first one. That's like if I played two sides. Like Alex Smith was like, all right, here we go. Building franchise. This guy was good in San Francisco. Got Wally Pitt for Colin Kaepernick. They're going to run with that. We'll take Alex Smith. We can do this. We have a quarterback. We have a head coach. First year, 11-5. Next year, 9-7. Since then, dominance. Obviously, the playoff losses hurt, but that was one that I felt good about. The one that I didn't like at all when I was younger was obviously the Will Myers. And then you go back and look at it, you're like, well, it was worth it.
Yeah, that's X, and that's the text line. Those are the people who get mad about those kind of trades. The guy who was complaining about the Adam Frazier trade. I'm sure that guy was livid because I remember seeing the post and what people were saying.
Oh, yeah.
Dayton's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing. This organization is stupid. How could you trade Will Myers? Because he's a prospect and hadn't done anything yet at the big league level. And you had a chance to get two proven major leaguers to solidify your roster. So there are people who will hate all of those trades just because they always want to be right. I always want to be right, guys. I was listening to our sister station, WFAN, the other day, and they said, they were asking this guy who's a Yankee fan. They said, and he's been complaining about the Yankees. Do you want the Yankees to make the playoffs or do you want to be right? And he said, well, I want them to make the playoffs. Point of the story is I believe a lot of these people who have criticized the Royals over the years and now see them winning are in the they would rather be right category than see their team win. And that's a sad, pathetic existence.
No doubt about it. Funny post from the Green Bay Packers yesterday put Micah in big, bold text and then little text, welcome to Green Bay.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they
That's
did.
outstanding. Well played by them.
Because, Jerry Jones' son had to correct him once again yesterday in the press conference saying it's Micah, not Michael. But yeah, it says Micah in
Mandelbaum.
Big, bold text says Micah and then little text, welcome to Green Bay.
I mean, he was doing it in the press conference yesterday. Like, I looked at Jen at one point and go, have I been drinking? Like, what is going on with this press conference?
In this rolled substance.
He never respected him whatsoever. No. He never
respected Micah Parsons. And Micah looked at him and goes, I don't respect you either there, Grandpa.
He gonna respect
By the way,
him.
your face is melting.
He's going to respect him on September 28th on Saturday Night Football. Coming up on the other side, we'll get to the Richard of the Week at 9 o'clock. But somebody moved out, and we ask you what you miss most about moving out. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Fesco and Dusty. Subscribe and watch the show on YouTube by going to our channel at The Fan 965, Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, we're getting to that time of the year, and it means it is time for you to start thinking about seeding your lawn because we're going to have our lawn seeded by Aspen Lawn and Pest Control on September the 8th. I can't wait to see that in motion. I know I'm 48 years old, and I'm excited to have my lawn seeded because I know the finished product is going to be absolutely unbelievably amazing because the guys over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control are going to do it, and they've done already a great job on our yard. We had basically a dirt pit out front. We couldn't figure things out. I turned it over to Aspen Lawn and Pest Control this spring, and they've done an amazing job. We have grass. It is green. It looks outstanding. They've killed all the weeds, and now they're taking that next step. They've been walking around the yard the last couple of weeks, looking at some of the dead spots, figuring some things out, scratching here, scratching there, getting the grass ready for that September 8th seeding. And fall is the best time for you guys to seed as well. Aspen's professional seeding will fill in the bare spots, strengthen the weak areas, helps reduce weeds, and sets that stage for a lush green lawn by spring. And it's one of the most important things you can do for your lawn all season long. Right now, you're going to get 10% off fall seeding when you mention this ad. So check them out now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
It's time to have the best steak of your life. Booth Creek Wagyu, KC's premier Wagyu meat market, is changing the way America eats beef. And now you can join the Wagyu revolution at 2 KC locations, 135th and Metcalf and 95th and Knoll. And for a limited time, you can get 4 incredible Booth Creek top sirloins for just $99. These mouth-watering premium cuts are available at both locations or online at boothcreekwagyu.com. It's the perfect time and perfect price to upgrade your beef. Booth Creek Wagyu, open 7 days a week.
It's the summer sales event at Rob's Side Ford. Your chance to upgrade without the stress. Rob Side joins me now. Rob, what's the offer?
0% financing, $0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on nearly the entire Ford lineup.
That's a serious summer deal.
Sure is. And unlike your brisket last weekend, these deals aren't dry.
Okay, that's fair. These savings are definitely juicy.
And we're backing it up with 2 years of complimentary maintenance, a non-commissioned sales team, and top trade-in values.
No pressure, no gimmicks at Rob Side Ford. The way car buying should be.
We're Kansas City's top-rated Ford dealer, 4.8 stars, nearly 3,000 Google reviews, and a better experience from start to finish.
So skip the smoke and the dry meat. This summer, start at Rob Side Ford.
135th and State Line or robsight.com. 0% financing, $0 down, 0 payments for 90 days, and 2 years of complimentary maintenance.
Rob Side Ford, buy right, drive happy. And next time, maybe stick to potato salad.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
my debit card.
Their debit card.
Where'd I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A., member FDIC.
If Old Spice Deep Sea Super Hydration Body Wash were music, what would it sound like? Start with the deep sounds of Old Spice's ocean waves and kelp. Layer on the smooth, renewing moisture. You wouldn't hear any parabens or phthalates because Old Spice Deep Sea hasn't got any. But you would hear that vitamin B3 for healthier looking skin. So while your regular body wash sounds like this, Old Spice sounds like this. Sounds like it smells amazing.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's almost over, but the heat is pressing on. If you've got battery trouble, stop by AutoZone for free battery testing. It may just need a charge, and we'll do that for free too. If you do need a battery, we've got options starting at just $89.99, and we'll recycle your old battery for free. Now that's a strong start. Don't miss the end of summer sale, now at AutoZone until September 22nd.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Lincoln Park. From Zero World Tour 2025.
You ready?
Live in Kansas City. This Sunday at T-Mobile Center. With special guest Gene Dawson. Get tickets now at livenation.com. For more, visit lincolnpark.com.
Deftones. North American Tour 2025. Live in Kansas City. T-Mobile Center, September 17th. with special guests, idols, and the Barbarians of California. Get tickets now at livenation.com. For more, visit deftones.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas signing Gardner, 35 northbound before 56 highway with an accident blocking the left lane, keeping you slow for about a mile and a half. Heading out of downtown, 35 southbound, a little sluggish past Penway. Allen Card, 96 bound, the Fan. Traffic.
Final segment, 8 o'clock hour here on a start to a Labor Day weekend. You all be safe out there, but have fun. We got brilliant weather. Brilliant weather. I don't even know if that makes sense. You have beautiful weather all weekend for Labor Day and scene. The hard beats quick on that one. But no, you got nice. Kramer, Bob, myself with you here for about another hour or so, and then Jay Binkley and JT Noah take over. And Binkley will dive more into that Class 5A because he's.
I'm sure. Is he champing at the bit?
Oh yeah, he goes. Yeah, it's weird because normally they release this a whole season before. Hey, do it the day of the first game of high school. It's weird.
Well, maybe Jerry Jones is running the Missouri High School Athletics Association as well as the Cowboys and doing things that you're not supposed to do a day before the season.
You'd hate to see it.
You really do with Jerry. You know, you really do.
Sorry, when you compare the Little Rascals to your starting defensive edge rusher, get lost.
Well, he just didn't. I mean, we'll get into it later, but he just didn't read the room. So DeVito's a New England Patriot now. Did you see that, Tommy? And he's on the 53-man roster. And for the first time in his life, he's moving out of his mom's house.
That is true.
Yes.
How old is this kid?
Mid-20s.
Okay.
But he was living with his mom when he was playing for the Giants, right?
Sweet. Yep.
Would you have done that, though, if you were an NFL player? Would you have lived at home? Be honest.
If I was Tommy DeVito, good-looking Italian kid in New York, absolutely not.
No chance.
Not a chance. Dude.
No chance, right?
I'm going to get that sandwich with the mozzarella.
Like, say if I play for the Chiefs, yes. But if elsewhere, you have to get a new spot, you know? But
no, that's what I'm saying. If you're playing for your hometown team,
I'd live at home.
You would.
Oh, yeah. I love money. I keep all the money as possible.
You work in radio.
Well, yeah.
But no,
that's a good point. That's why I love my money. You got a penny pitch the entire time.
Yeah. Right. And I think that's, I didn't know that he actually lived at home.
Yeah.
With his. With his mom, which is fine. I don't know. Like, sure. I mean, I know nowadays kids live at home longer than they've ever lived at home.
Not in the Fesco house. That ain't happening. 18 see you later. No, I can't. But no, I mean, like once you're done with college, it's time, right? It's time to grow up a little bit.
I was non-traditional, so I commuted, but my last 2 years, so I moved out at the age of 22 was when I was out of my house.
Yeah, well, that's you're done with college technically at that age.
Well, I had
you a little bit later.
A year and a half left. I moved into a house in Blue Springs with a couple other buddies, and I commuted, and then one of the guys moved out, got his own place. We lived there for a little bit, and then I moved to Lee Summit, got an apartment. Now I'm in Lee Summit, have a house, and I haven't really gone back since. But I do miss a lot of stuff living at home.
Sure. I miss having, the meals ready for you.
Okay.
Yeah, like mom took care of dinner, right? Like you just knew that you were going to eat, and you didn't have to worry about figuring out what you were going to do. I like doing my own laundry. I'm weird.
Mm-hmm.
I like doing my own laundry. I don't want anybody touching it because anytime somebody gets near my laundry, a sock goes missing, and then I have to order a new one, and that costs money.
Yeah, I mean,
that's fair.
When you were a kid, did you know, so I had split households. I had, mom and stepdad, dad and stepmom, and dad and stepmom very schedule-driven, right? Like, we had a list on the fridge. And it was Monday through Sunday, and it said what was for dinner every night.
Oh, see, that's crazy. God love you for being able to get to a spot where you can do that.
Shout out to Mary. Because that's what she did. It'd be like Monday, burgers and fries. Tuesday.
Did Mary go to work every day, or did she have?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she did. She's a stud.
She's a vet tech.
How about that?
Yeah, getting bit by dogs, cats, rabbits, animals, whatever.
And she was doing all that kind of stuff with the menu and everything. God love Mary, man. She's a saint.
Yeah, she would come home, and then my dad would get home at 6. He'd pick us up or whatever we had to do, and he's like, "All right, I got to get these burgers patties made before your stepmom gets home, so we can get dinner ready by 6:30 or 7." And then at my mother's house, it was more so like my stepdad would come home, my mom would come home, they would digress, they'd, whatever. And then it'd be like, hey, we're going to do pork chops and potatoes on the grill. You cool with that? Sure.
Fine.
Or like when I was able to drive, my stepdad would be like, hey, we're having sloppy joes tonight.
Can you go to the store and get everything?
Yeah, he'd be like, no. He'd be like, I put $10 in your account if you want to get Chipotle. Because there was only 3 meals I really didn't eat. The most least picky eater you'll ever find. I didn't eat meatloaf. I didn't eat ham and beans. And I didn't eat, there was one other
Sloppy
one.
Joe. Because you always turn your nose up when I say I'm making sloppy joes.
Hate 'em, dude.
Love sloppy joes.
Kids love them. I mean, it's gone. It's crazy. They will eat that all the time.
And I think I hate them because they always made them with manwich.
That's what you make it with. Yeah. You just dump the can over some meat and you're done.
Honestly, I don't even use that. I mean, we do the traditional way.
Because what's a
Tomato
loose meat
paste.
sandwich?
Well, that's just the meat. That's an Iowa thing, right?
Okay.
It's just the meat without
the sauce.
Yeah.
So it's just ground beef.
Basically. Yeah. With maybe some salt and pepper on it or something like that. Yeah. The loose meat I would not.
See, it's the names of stuff. Meatloaf. Sorry. Now, again, I know for a fact everyone has told me, you got to try my wife's meatloaf. It's great.
Red Door Grill, try the meatloaf. Fantastic.
See, and I've also heard at Third Street Social.
Fantastic.
The
you get
meatloaf's
meatloaf
great.
out. You know where I'll tell you they used to have great meatloaf? Hereford House.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
You're laughing.
Well, they probably made it with like steak and stuff like that.
I don't
right?
know. It was fantastic.
No, the special ingredients.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. So that's why I say everybody's going to laugh and whatnot. But they
Why
had
does this
great
not-
meatloaf back in the day.
What they say? Why does the Thajus smell like
But
asparagus?
I was eating that downtown before that place blew up, and whatever. But not the Leawood location.
Yeah. But yeah, meatloaf, sloppy Joe.
Yeah, I'm not a meatloaf guy though.
See,
I don't even know when the last time I had meatloaf.
What don't people like about meatloaf? Because I do think it's the name.
It's a loaf of meat.
I know. The name sucks.
Well, it's also just a loaf of meat that like I was
You
also
put ketchup
ruined-
on it? Like I don't get it.
I was also ruined by it because like my grandmother would make it and there were just chunks of like white onion and then half a bottle of ketchup on top thrown into the oven.
That's
so I was
yes.
ruined.
No, I understand that because that's kind of how it was in our era. It was chunks of onion. Yes, yeah.
And then
the 80s were a weird time for culinary foods.
And my nana was a cook, dude. Like from the South, made Southern like home cooked meals, like fried chicken, salmon patties, collard greens, like all this stuff that you would get in the South. She made it. It was amazing. But when she made meatloaf, I was so disappointed when we'd go over there because I would just sit there on the couch, not eat, and I'd get home and I'd make like a ham and cheese sandwich with Lay's potato chips, and I was in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the one at Third Street, they molded, obviously, cook in the oven, and then they like put it on top of the skillet.
Put it on the blacktop, yeah.
And then they put like a demi-glaze sauce over the top
so
over mashed
good.
potatoes.
Try it.
So
Look at
I
dude,
should.
Try that.
I know. I'm going to get a DM from Tyler Banker today, and he's like, hey, dude, come into Third Street, try the meatloaf. It's on me if you don't like it, whatever. You can. But like, I should try it because everyone that I go there with, they've got it like, bro, come on, you won't eat this? I'm like,
See,
I've
got a lunch in a couple of weeks at Third Street, right? And so now I'm getting the meatloaf. I'm not even going to look at the menu. I'm just going to go with the meatloaf.
Yeah. Ma, the meatloaf.
Yeah, I mean, meatloaf is so, like, once you're like, okay, because as a kid, it's meatloaf. It's terrible. It's a loaf of meat. You get this bad connotation. And then you eat it, you're like, damn, it's pretty good. Because I don't know that I really like meatloaf when I was a kid, but if you eat it at a restaurant, not going to be bad.
It's good protein.
But
That's
I
all
guess
it is,
those
yeah.
are things I don't miss moving out. But one thing I will say moving out is it was just cheaper.
Cheaper, yeah.
Like, it's like I didn't have to pay rent. I didn't have to pay for electric. I had to pay for my car. My insurance is what I had to pay for. I had to pay for my cell phone, and sometimes not even that. And then I had to pay for like running money, right? Like getting that $200 check at 16 was awesome because I had $200 in my bank account, and I didn't need $200 in my bank account. I needed like maybe 75.
Right.
And now it's like, oh man, I gotta buckle up this month. I gotta, you gotta learn to budget. So cheaper would be my
Cheaper
reason
is
of what
better,
I
yeah.
miss.
See, I don't mind doing laundry, but I wish it was done for me. So I miss laundry.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I was like 19 and my stepdad came down and goes, hey, come here real quick. And I was like, what's up? He goes, I want to show you something. I was like, oh, sweet. What's that? He goes, so here's how you load this knob. You click over here. If you're going to do all your whites, you want cold or whatever it was. And he's like, and then with the dryer, you throw it in there, take one of these little things called a dryer sheet.
Oh, well.
Throw it in there, shut the door, and start it. And I was like,
we didn't use the dryer when I was a kid because that cost money.
Oh, you hung it up on the line.
Oh, we had a clothesline, and all of our socks were hard.
I bet.
Everything was hard because it air dried and there was no fabric stuff. So everything, like even to this day, my mother will not use the dryer. So we go for Thanksgiving, and my kids are like, "Why are we using sandpaper for towels?" I said, "This is Grandma's dryer." Everybody laughs about it because she refused. She doesn't want to. She's so cheap. How cheap is she? We never used the dryer. I don't even know. I think we had a dryer, but we never used the dryer. Now, I don't even know that my dad could turn on the washer by himself. Like, he's from that old school. Like, my mother does not go many places without my dad. The one time she came out here without my father years ago, she froze meals for him and put them in the freezer so he could just microwave them.
God bless.
That's amazing. Yeah, good for her.
Yeah.
No!
She knew what she was doing.
No!
She didn't want to deal with the bitching on the phone.
Yeah.
She didn't want to hear him.
She knew what she was doing.
Yeah,
I see from that standpoint.
Yeah.
Marlene, what am I supposed
It's
to
all
eat?
labeled. It's got sticky notes. It says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
I mean, it's all right there next to your pills, Dad.
Well, I ate Monday and Tuesday on the same night. Well, that's on you, bud.
I don't know what to tell you. Go to bed. I mean, like, I don't know what to say. Marlene, how do you work the washer? And this is not an exaggeration. Ask my wife. Our kids have been doing their own laundry since elementary school. We taught them right away, and they just do it. You know?
That's good. Yeah, that's great. Coming up on the other side, we'll get into the Richards of the Week here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Hey, it's Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
FanDuel is giving you a reason to lock into the college football season early. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. That's right, $300 in bonus bets to use all over the app. You can use those bonus bets on Week 1 lines, Heisman futures, over-unders, player props, whatever you've got circled on the college football calendar. FanDuel is easy to use, safe, and when you win, you'll get paid instantly. Just head to FanDuel.com/Alex and sign up to get started. That's FanDuel.com/Alex. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official partner of 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Kansas. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Getting help is your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com.
When enjoying family and friends this Labor Day, bring out the grill and bring out the Gates Barbecue Extra Hot Sauce. It's great on spinach, asparagus, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts. While you're at it, be sure to use Gates hot and spicy seasonings on fresh fruit, vegetables, popcorn, nuts, or enhance your salad dressings with Gates hot and spicy seasoning for that extra flavor pop. Pick these up at your local grocer, and if you don't see them, ask for them. Make Gates Barbecue a part of your Labor Day. Gates Barbecue. Thanks. With love.
It's football season and snacking season, and nothing goes better with football and snacking better than Daisy Dips. And now Daisy came out with a delicious Daisy French onion dip and a Daisy ranch dip, and these are a game changer. From chips to wings to veggies, they all go better with Daisy Dips. And I love dipping pretzels into the Daisy French onion dip. It's amazing. And the best part, these are delicious as homemade dips because they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients you find in your own kitchen. Look for Daisy Dips at a grocery store near you.
Flooded bathroom? AC on the fritz? When things go wrong, you need reliable service fast. Call Hamilton Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Rooter and take $50 off any HVAC, plumbing, or electrical repair over $200. The pros at Hamilton are ready 7 days a week to fix the problem. Over 40 years experience, more than 8,000 5-star reviews, plus our exceptional service guarantee means you can trust Hamilton to bring comfort and calm back to your home. Visit callhamilton.com for detailed terms and conditions. License number 2025-11121.
Introducing the new Dell AI PC powered by the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps do your busy work for you, so you can fast forward through editing images, designing presentations, generating code, debugging code, summarizing meeting notes, finding files, managing a schedule, and responding to Jim's long emails. Leaving all the time in the world for the things you actually want to do. No offense, Jim. Get a new Dell AI PC at dell.com/AI-PC. How those ahead stay ahead.
Back to school is on the brain. That means new notebooks, pencils, new everything. And while the kids are getting ready to get book smart, it's time for you to save smart with Straight Talk Wireless. Switch now and get a free Moto G 2025 with 5G when you activate select plans. Now that's a smart call. Get Straight Talk covered by Verizon's 5G network. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Offer valid through 10/19/25. Taxes and fees apply. Purchase of Gold Unlimited plan or higher required for offer. Must activate the plan in-store at Walmart. Cannot be combined with other offers.
Chiefs coverage is brought to you by New Century Ram Dodge Jeep in Paola. Why buy your next vehicle at New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paola? Simple. Honest guys that don't need to add big city overhead into the price. Search New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram to see the complete inventory.
You're listening to the all-new 96.5 The Fan, your new home for Chiefs football. KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side earlier problem in Gardner has cleared. No delays currently on 35 northbound. Heading on the Missouri side, 49 northbound. Very slow and Peculiar, past Peculiar Way with an accident reporting. And then things are slow heading towards downtown 35 northbound, approaching Penway. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Diving right back into it here on a Friday.
A lot of people aren't working today, huh?
No.
Good for them.
Get out of town while you can.
I'm just watching the traffic this morning. Very light out there today. Very light. So hope everybody's got a jump start on their Labor Day holiday, man. That's awesome.
Speaking of random stuff, we'll get into the Richard of the Week here in a second. But I saw this stat yesterday on Twitter. It was pretty interesting to me because my biggest open the season thing that I'm watching for is if George Karlaftis takes that next leap. Been good for what he is, but Patrick Allen of Arrowhead Addict tweeted this out yesterday. George Karlaftis is tied with a lot of other guys for 37th in all-time postseason sacks with 8.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Right? If he gets 2 more, he'll have more than Neil Smith and be tied with Nick Bosa. If he gets 4 more sacks in the postseason, he'll move into the top 10 and be tied with Too Tall Jones and Reggie White. If he gets 6 sacks this postseason, it will move him past number 4 Frank Clark and leave him a half sack shy of Bruce Smith.
Wow.
Karlaftis is 24 years old.
Yeah, he'll probably end up getting that record by the time it's all said and done, I can imagine, right? With the amount of years and, the perennial kind of, perch the Chiefs have, he's going to have a lot of opportunity. They win in the postseason, so you have multiple opportunities each year.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like if George Karlaftis doesn't finish number 1 by the time he's done playing in sacks in the postseason, we failed George. Go get him, George.
No doubt. Kramer?
Oh, Richard, I'm so happy. Hold me.
Richard of the Week.
Not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Nobody is. Nobody's that guy. But you can be that guy this weekend on your Labor Day weekend. You can have a nice, cool, cold, crispy Surfside iced tea and vodka or a Surfside lemonade and vodka. Proud partner of the Kansas City Royals and the sponsor of Richard of the Week. Each can of Surfside is only 100 calories, and the best part is 0 bubbles. Bob, name's first on the list. No shocker here who your Richard of the Week is.
I was going to go with Jerry Jones, but I have changed it. It's way too easy. But first I want to do an opposite Richard, if whatever that would be, a celebratory kind of fun. My buddy Jim just sent me a picture of his wife. And he says, last day of work pics. After 38 years as a lawyer, today is Diana's last day. She's retiring. And he took pictures of her she's going to her first day of school for her last day at work.
Okay.
Shout out, man. That's awesome.
So
Enjoy
she's
your
retiring
last day.
before the season's over?
The last day of the month is today.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, she's done.
Nice. Love that.
Yeah, what season? There's no lawyer season.
As I say, yeah. I don't know. I just didn't know if this is where the season ended. It begins. I mean, I feel like fall. I have no idea.
Summer's over. She's done. Not going back to work. So
That's
38
awesome.
years. Diana, congratulations. Enjoy that retirement.
No doubt.
You got to put up with Jim all the time. But other than that, you're going to be just good, right?
I don't know, Diana, but go get to your local golf course. Maybe do a part-time job there, and then pick up the golf game.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
All right. So my Richard of the week. This was sent to me early this morning. It comes from Florida.
Oh, great.
A Florida man is facing charges after deputies say he consistently used his home sprinkler system to spray water on student with disabilities at a school bus stop.
Dude, get effed.
Yeah, right? Antonio Roman, 61, is accused of triggering his sprinkler system to soak 2 students with disabilities at a school bus stop.
Oh.
He allegedly did it twice daily when the victims boarded the bus and when they returned home from school. Deputies say the student's father told them this had happened at least 400 times.
What?
Starting in August of 24. He said he had to wear swimming attire to try to shield his children from the sprinklers. During the investigation, deputies observed the sprinklers were aimed at the bus stop and would turn on precisely when the bus arrived and shut off immediately after it left.
That guy sucks.
His big beef was the school bus stopped pulling up to pick up special needs children by his house, they said. When they had to lower a wheelchair ramp, it would come over on his side of the property towards his driveway so the child could get up and onto the school bus, and that made this guy mad. So he sprayed these kids with water for 2 years. What a scumbag.
Yeah, that guy sucks. I hope that guy gets karma in the worst kind of way.
Yeah.
Oh, no, your house got, flooded because you forgot to turn your sink off. Yeah, that guy sucks.
That guy really sucks.
My Richard of the Week this week goes to none other than Skip Bayless. On August 25th, he thought it'd be a good idea to go out there and give his 2 cents on the relationship between Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. He said, and I quote, they have, so to speak, scratched each other's backs, and that it has really helped the Chiefs and Travis' popularity to be with her. You wonder if it was a career choice for her to be with Travis, and then once he becomes just some broadcaster, that won't be big enough for her, says Skip Bayless. By the way, 24 hours later, he would engage, or the news would come out that he engaged Taylor Swift, and they will be happily married. Skip Bayless, just go away.
He went after Sophie Cunningham, too.
Yeah, he did. And you go after Sophie Cunningham, I will find you and I will fight you. That is,
babe.
Oh my God.
This guy is he's just trying to get attention because he doesn't have it anymore.
He looks like he chose the wrong cup of the covenant in the end of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. You've chosen poorly. But yeah, Skip Bayless just trying to, for some reason, stay relevant and saying, like, will Travis be cool enough for Taylor after he plays and he's in some booth? Shocker, he's probably not going to be in a booth. He's probably going to enjoy retirement because he does pretty well for himself. And you could also slide in Darren Ravel for Richard of the Week, because as soon as Travis Kelce got the engagement announced out on the social media platforms, he said, just so that everyone's clear, that Taylor Swift's net worth is 8 times as much as Travis Kelce's. Thank you, Duran.
Nobody cares about that. Like, literally, like, those are the only 2 guys that seemingly were put off, if you will, by this engagement and have to look at other things of, like, she's worth 8 times of so?
And then...
Great. Good for him.
And then Skip Bayless also went on to cup the scrotum of Jerry Jones and say he agrees with the move of Micah Parsons to Green Bay.
I would agree with the move if Brett Veach was the general manager, if Howie Roseman was the general manager, because they make those picks hit. Jerry Jones is going to F those picks up.
Does Jerry Jones see the 2027 draft?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
It's a loaded
Did you
question.
see him sitting there yesterday?
Wow.
The way he
I
was hunched over like this.
Yeah.
It looked like he had no neck.
The suit was tailored by somebody in 1945 and starched by my mother.
I mean, I've never seen somebody like that. That press conference yesterday. Good Lord.
Awkward. Do you have a Richard of the Week, or you want to take the high road and be nice?
Is it that Dove Kleinman on X?
Yeah, what about Dove?
He posted something. It's about the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
yeah.
He posted his Travis's ex, saying like, who would leave this? I'm like, what?
Okay.
Are you kidding me? Like, it's literally Taylor
So
Swift.
Kayla Nicole is now tweeting as Dove Kleinman?
Well, she's trending because she did a fashion show and she's showing a lot, and she's a very attractive woman. And it says, like, a lot of tweets were, did Travis choose right? Did Travis fumble the bag? Yeah, all over the internet. Oh yeah,
it was bad.
But if
the internet's a stupid place.
But it's like I said earlier,
it's a cesspool.
If she needs a rebound, call me Dennis Rodman.
He did rebound a lot.
Mm-hmm. And I could be the round pound of rebound, which sounds really weird to say that out loud, but that's if she needs some help and she needs a cocktail or she needs to, talk or get some stuff off her chest. I'm here, Kayla. You got a lot of demons with this breakup that you just not have let go.
I mean, it's been a long time.
I never have really believed in the people that when they do breakups, you're supposed to just delete all of the pictures and all the history. Because some people, I favor that. They need out of mind, out of place.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas some people can leave it and you're like, oh, they used to be married. That's cool. I didn't know that. Where like I would assume probably still has pictures or like memory. Delete it all, Kayla. You got to get it out.
You got to
get rid of
cleanse.
it.
Yeah, you really do.
Better for the mind.
No, it is. And, the mind is such a weird thing, right? Like how our mind works and how we feed. I don't want to say feed off of the negativity, but the negativity drives you. You get 10 compliments and one negative thing that drives you and whatnot. And so that's part of the reason why I stay clear of social media and off the text line, because it's the one negative thing that really sets me into a tailspin, and I just don't do well with that. So I know who I am. Kayla Nicole, man, you got to let this stuff go.
Yeah,
you got to let it go and just move on. You'll be happier too.
Because now it's officially over. He put a ring.
Yeah, it's kind of done.
Pretty
now.
nice ring on.
He liked it. And he put a ring on it.
Yeah, he did. All the single ladies. Well, either way,
-1 now.
Please stand up.
Yeah,
Best one went away.
Yeah, that's, shoot your shot is basically the narrative of that whole relationship. Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade Vodka, proud partners of the Kansas City Royals and Richard of the Week here on 96.5 The Fan. Each can of Surfside is only 100 calories, and the best part is 0 bubbles, so you have 0 troubles. Don't forget tonight at Hollywood Casino, 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, the roundtable discussion with Daniel Hughes, Mitchell Schwartz, and Nate Taylor, audience Q&A. So if you got a Chiefs take, you got an offensive lineman out there, you got a wide receiver out there, hey, what do you expect about the wide receiver room while they're Mr. Rasheed Rice, Daniel Hughes? Hey, Mitchell Schwartz, you played on the offensive line. What do you think about Josh Simmons so far? Great questions. Also, Nate Taylor of ESPN will be there as well, so your audience Q&As will be available, plus opportunities to take photos with the dudes as well. We dive back into what the news was of yesterday. That was all Dallas Cowboys and Jared Jones here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty.
What the hell's wrong with your station?
On Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, we got a big weekend of football coming up, and if you're in the state of Missouri, I got great news for you. You can use the Underdog app right now, and with football being back, Underdog is the best place to select entries and win money all season long. And playing on Underdog is easy. Just choose whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats, like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. And once you get your entries right, you could win up to 1,000 times your cash, and you can play with as little as $1. Last night I was on the Underdog app mixing some college football and some baseball as well. A judge bet here. We got one with Raiola there. It's fun to combine bets from other sports into one selection for one entry. So download the app now and sign up with promo code BOB to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5 with promo code BOB. Millions of fans have already won billions making plays on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog. Make plays, win money. Must be 18 and over and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time, like car wash. Right now, you can save 20% on the Armor All Complete Car Wash Kit. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hey friends, I'm Sharon McMahon, host of Here's Where It Gets Interesting. Each week, I speak with authors, experts, and thought leaders on everything from American history and democracy to how to be a better person on the internet. And don't miss my extremely popular docuseries, which educate you on things you never learned in history class. Follow and listen to Here's Where It Gets Interesting on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated. Because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life, and fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At Heartland Men's Health, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Today, expect a partly sunny day with a high of 83.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios.
Happy Friday to all of you in Kansas City. Those of you traveling, please stay safe. This is Fesco and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan. Kramer, Bob, Dusty with you for another 40 minutes here or so, and then it'll be Jay Binkley and JT Noah going over all things college football, all things
What do you
Mizzou
think Binkley's going to be spitting takes about today?
Oh, he told me right when he walked in, he goes, let me tell you something, Dust, man. Mizzou found their quarterback. I was like, well, they always had Bo. He was there. That was your guy the whole time, Drinkwitz. Unfortunately for Mr. Horn, he was seen at the end of the game in a leg brace. And
well, he got hurt on like the first play of the game. He never had an opportunity, so that's why they got their quarterback.
Yeah, no more controversy. Mizzou, they went big last night against Central Arkansas.
Yeah.
They, set off, got it going. Throw field in the flesh.
I love the renovations that are going on there, man. Like, cool. I don't know, it's just geeky to kind of see it all take place and get built right in front of your eyes and all that kind of stuff. But really, it will make that stadium finally be a real SEC stadium. And I don't mean that as you've closed it all off, right?
Yeah.
You've made it a big time stadium.
Added
and
more seats.
Yeah, and suites. Obviously, it looks like it's going to be a lot of suites and high roller, high donor type stuff.
I'm excited to see what the ambiance looks like in 2 years.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Perfectly, big Mizzou. Here we go.
I also like they're going to keep the Block M too. Yeah. They made a point of that on the broadcast last night.
What are the seniors going to go get before they leave?
Yeah, right.
Which is a cool, sounds kind of lame, call me Missouri biased, but kind of a cool thing that your last game for senior day, you go up, get a white rock, take it with you for the rest of your life, boom, there it is. I bet Chase Daniels still has it somewhere in his house. It's noticeable.
Why wouldn't that be cool?
I don't know. It's
what do you say about white rocks?
I'm just saying, well, back in the 90s, you put that white rock by your mailbox and everybody knew you was a swinging.
I mean, you take one of those white rocks from Como, people are going to think you're in JoCo going, whoa, hey, come on over and bring your husband.
Now it's an upside-down pineapple.
Whew.
So you walk into a house, you see an upside-down pineapple, you say, honey, I think we got to leave after dinner. Or you say, honey, I think we're going to stay for the cocktails.
Are you interested?
No, I'm not.
No.
Other news, we'll get into the Royals series here in just a bit, but I want to give you some Chiefs news. Adam Schefter tweets out, Chiefs signed tight end Robert Tonyan to their active roster.
Oh, I knew yesterday because Binkley texted me.
Oh, yeah. Robert Tonyan was signed to their active roster, and running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire is signed to the practice squad for the Kansas City Chiefs. So a little bit of news there. They bring back a familiar face, and Robert Tonyan, who did have a good preseason with the Chiefs. He is on the active roster as well. But got to get into this Royal Series this weekend. I'm not going to dive into any games per se, but you look at what's gone on this weekend. Kramer let us know it was supposed to be Noah Cameron on Saturday. He's been scratched from that start. I would assume rest, fatigue, rookie.
It's got to be. It's clearly fatigue, right?
Maybe something else will come out today.
I hope not.
And regarding that, but I hope that it is just one of those things that, like, when Q speaks to the media today in the dugout, he says, "Yeah, he's a rookie. He's never pitched this long. Never had this many starts. This first year, we're just going to kind of shut him down for a start, and we'll do that." It's, what tends to happen in the MLB season that is so long.
And I'm sure he approached it differently, not thinking he was going to be a starter at the big league level this year, right?
Let alone take a run for Rookie of the Year. But unfortunately, there's a couple guys ahead of him that have had really good rookie years.
But we're looking at a series that it's big. I mean, we have the opportunity to gain ground this weekend on the Tigers, right?
Correct.
The Royals seemingly have been 3 or 4 games back for about a month now, right? Like, it's been that long. So it shows you.
They got the 2.5.
They did. They got the 2.5. But right in this wheelhouse, let's just use the argument of 3, right? Whether it's 4, whether it's 2.5, let's just say 3. I feel like it's been that way for at least a good month right now.
Okay.
And so it shows you how difficult it is to make up ground during these pennant races. I think we're all getting a pretty good taste on how difficult it is to gain ground when you're trying to pass teams. Now, they've got all the teams passed. They just need to start gaining some ground, and you're doing all the scoreboard watching, whether it be the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Mariners, whoever the case may be, in front of the Royals on a random night. That's what you're watching as well. And so you have to have both things have to start happening. The problem is we only have 29 games to go, and those magic numbers are a very interesting thing because it's a combination of wins of the team ahead of you and your losses. And so when you look at the Royals' magic number 19, I think it is right now for the division till they're eliminated, that means any combination of their wins and losses by the Tigers equaling 19, then that's how the Tigers end up clinching the division. If the Tigers sweep this series, they pick up 6 games in that magic number scenario, and the magic number all of a sudden for Detroit is 13, right? And who knows what even that would do for the wild card race right now. So each time you win, if the Mariners win, you still lose. And so you've got to find a way to start stringing these games together, a 5-game winning streak, a 7-game winning streak, to try to get some of that separation, because with 29 games to go, guys, there is no real room for error right now with the Royals. That's kind of the way that I'm looking at it.
Yeah, the Mariners play the Guardians this weekend.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's a huge series for implications. 'Cause, I mean, I honestly.
You're talking about the Guardians being still around, though.
Well,
because...
I mean, they're only 5 games, and only two back behind the Royals right now in the wild card spot. So, say the Royals drop this entire, which I hope that doesn't happen. Say they get swept this weekend, and the Guardians take 2 of 3. They jump the Royals in wild card.
Yeah,
predicament. But you need to at least chase the Mariners. I don't see the Royals chasing the division like, say, some of you guys do. I think the best chance for them is to sneak into that wild card.
I agree. I think the division is, for right now, is out of reach for them.
They're only 8.5, I think.
Yeah, 8.5. That's still. But you got 3 this weekend. Yeah. You could be 5.5 back. You could be 11.5 back. You'll probably end up, when it's all said and done, being right around where we are right now, 9.5 back or something like that. Right? You may lose a game in the standings, or maybe you gain a game in the standings. You're 7.5 back. Who knows? Whatever it is. Right.
This is my favorite time of the year.
You love it?
For baseball, yes, because you're just seeing everything just work its way through.
And that, for me, is also a very frustrating time of the year. Just tell me where I need to be. Too much math is involved right now, and I don't do good with numbers.
I think the other thing, too, about it is that we talked about this on Monday when they lost 2 out of 3 to Detroit. You're running out of losses. You're right. You're out of losses. Like, I would be thrilled if they won 2 out of 3 this weekend. I'd be absolutely thrilled. I'll be devastated if they win 1 of 3. You just can't have that. You have to win every series. You have to sweep the bad teams. And I know in the next coming weeks, you'll get Cleveland, you'll get Seattle, you'll get the Toronto Blue Jays.
Is Cleveland a bad team now? Are you guys done with them? I feel like I've written them off. Maybe it's premature, but I feel like I've taken a broom to them and swept them aside. Like they got rid of Carlos Santana yesterday. Not that terrible. I know, but like it's still. They're making moves like their closers betting on things. Like, to me, it's just like I feel like they're done.
I feel like they're done, but they continue to win. That's what I just don't understand. I mean, I get it. They're 3-7 in their last 10, but they've won their last 2.
Right.
So
yeah.
They're just. I mean, I think they're just like nagging. They're gonna be there nagging the entire time.
Right. Cleveland 5 games out, as you mentioned earlier. They've swept Seattle. They're 2 games out of the wild card.
So is Cleveland like a cold? Basically, like you're not really 6. It's just hanging around. You can't get rid of it. You can still kind of go about your day, but it's still there. Like, are the Indians a cold? Basically, is what I'm getting at. Like, if you're going to use an analogy,
yeah, I mean, it's basically what
allergies.
Is,
You're not really an impact, but it bothers you a little bit.
The other thing too about Seattle is they have to play this series on the road. And Seattle's much better at home because their field is massive and their pitching staff has been built around that. Mm-hmm. And now they go to Cleveland where the ball can fly out of the park, especially in left field, high wall, not deep wall, but it can fly out of there.
And Brian Woo's not pitching in this series, so.
Pitched what the other
he pitched yesterday.
Yeah, and he was angry when he didn't get to get the
5 2/3.
Just missed that decision. But no, I mean, obviously we have the ability and we do scoreboard watch, so we'll be keeping our eyes on that. But this weekend, Seth Lugo and Michael Wacha take the strip, right? They take the strip on the mound. Those are your 2 veteran pitchers. They came back together. You brought them in together. Those are the guys that when you say these games matter and these games get exciting with 29 games out, this is at home. I know that Tarek Skubal is going to pitch on Sunday. There's a chance he can win Cy Young. It's between him and Crochet. And I think when you look at that game, Tarek Skubal 3-9 with a 4.28 ERA against the Royals. Biggest nightmare, Kansas City Royals. Who'd have thought? Right? Who'd have thought? that Tarek Skubal cannot pitch against the Kansas City Royals because for some reason they're in his head, right? I don't know what it is, what it may be. But then again, you have Seth Lugo, the guy that we have said multiple times, the guy that you paid, the guy that you said, hey, when we're going to put this franchise together and try to build it for more than just a 2-year pop, we want you to be the guy that we can lean on as our veteran, our pitching staff, to be that dude. And Seth Lugo's last start, not great. The one before that, really good. The 5 previous to that, so in 7 starts, 6 have been turds. 1 has been good. We all need Seth Lugo to go out there and be frickin' Seth Lugo against the Tigers. Don't let Riley Green come in here and push you around. Don't let this team come in here and be like, oh, we got 8.5. They're never going to catch us. You sweep the Tigers and you get to 5.5 out of the division, all of a sudden they start looking over their shoulder like Patrick Mahomes did when he didn't have a left tackle.
No, or Patrick Mahomes did last night when he saw Dylan Raiola giving that hand signal. Like, oh my God, we got to get the restraining order intact here.
That's the other thing, too.
That guy gives me the ick. The outmost ick is that Raiola
Be careful. Let that kid be a kid, okay? That's what the text line says.
Why, he's dressing up like Mahomes.
It's weird. You're an adult dressing like another adult, man.
I also
acting
can't
like another. When he did the hand thing, I'm like, that's it. I'm out. This is creepy.
I can't stand when Mahomes does it, and I'm glad I didn't watch it.
Nobody likes it. Everybody says about that. Like, come on, yeah. The kid is. Well, let me present these 2 scenarios to both of you guys, and I want an honest opinion. What if the Royals lose 2 out of 3 to the Tigers? But they win tonight and Seth Lugo looks sharp. Or Seth Lugo looks terrible. I'm sorry, Seth Lugo looks terrible tonight, but they win 2 out of 3 from the Tigers. Or Seth Lugo looks really good tonight and they still lose 2 out of 3 to the Detroit Tigers. Would you rather have them win these games against the Tigers or Seth Lugo look good is what I'm trying to get at.
How do we start this conversation?
I don't know.
29 games left.
Yeah.
Losses can't have them. I don't care if Seth Lugo goes out there tonight and gives up 8 runs in 3 innings and the Royals win 9-8.
No, I'm saying, but what if they lose the game?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't care if he's bad.
So they lose today,
as long as they
win the next 2.
Yeah.
You're saying you lose today, but win the next 2.
But Seth Lugo is terrible. And you know now, okay, we can make the playoffs, but what are we going to do when we get there?
I would probably see what Cole Reagan's arm really is like.
Yeah, you're going to have to at that point.
Because then at that point,
right?
I'm going to say, hey, Seth, what we're going to do is what we did in Noah Cam. We're going to sit you for a couple starts. We're going to let Cole Reagan's have these starts, let him get back into the groove of things, because he's not going to throw more than 80 pitches in his first starts back because we just know that's not going to happen. But if Seth Lugo's bad and they lose tonight, but they win the other 2, I'm happy. If Seth Lugo's great and they win tonight but lose the other 2, I'm devastated because I know you're running out of time. You've wasted all of your lives. You started the year, you got like a cat. You got 9 lives. You're down to 1. You can have a bad season. You still have that Seattle Mariners series coming up, and you're only 3 games out, and that's the team that is ahead of you. So that's there. But again, Seattle could lose 2 out of 3 in Cleveland because they are away from home, and the Royals could win 2 out of 3 because they are home, and they have Lugo, they have Walker. Saturday is still up in the air with Noah Cameron not pitching in that game, but you have those 2 vets. Please just go out there and win 2 out of 3 because you have a lot of things that you could accomplish winning 2 out of 3. 1, start off with a winning homestand. 2, all these naysayers that are hoping that they lose so they can be proven right that they're not a playoff team, you would then say, well, then what? When the season got to crunch time and nut up or shut up, they took 2 out of 3 from Detroit, and one of those guys was Tarek Skubal. Now where are you going to hate at?
Who do you think the most reliable pitcher is right now for the Royals? Because for me, it's Michael Wacha.
Since the All-Star break, it's 100% been Michael Wacha.
Yeah. It's Mike. Who's number 2 on that list
Noah.
He's not pitching now.
I know. That's terrible.
You know what I'm saying?
He's taking a day off.
Well, no, hold on. Let's pump it up. Yeah. Bergert's been incredible.
Been good. Yeah, good point. Yep.
Yeah. And I mean, he's got, 4 starts with the Royals since he's been traded here?
Yes.
So, small sample size. Last time out, decent.
He's got like a 2 ERA with us.
No doubt. No, he's been great. But if I had to pick, I would say that Michael Wacha, since the All-Star break, has been that guy.
Yeah.
And he's the guy which makes Sunday's game even that more of a doozy because it's Tarek Skubal. And then you're like, hey, Wacha, go do it. Keep us in contention. We'll take care of business. We have the track record of being able to get after this guy who is just unhittable against everybody else.
I'll tell you what, Michael Wacha looks like 2013 Michael Wacha for the Cardinals right now.
He's pitching really good right now.
Incredible for him.
It'd be nice. I mean,
I want to know, tomorrow's scary for me not having a starter, right? It really is.
It's Sherpa Day. No, we don't know yet. We don't know yet.
No, you're not wrong by that. But it just, I don't like not this late in the season going with an opener.
How do you answer your own question?
Michael Wacha is number 1 for me.
No, I'm talking about when it comes to Seth Lugo being bad and the Royals win 2 out of 3, or Seth Lugo's good and they win 1 of 3.
I'd rather have Lugo be good. I need Lugo to be good for this team to take the next step to the playoffs. If Lugo isn't good, it's hard to say they can make it.
So
to the
he's on the
postseason.
edge of the leash with you right now. Like this is
If he goes out there and doesn't pitch well tonight, hell yeah.
Well, I mean, I would take the loss. I would take the loss, take those 2 wins, because his next scheduled start would be against the Angels next week here at the K. And I mean, he's going to, that's his get right game.
And
so
don't
if he's bad tonight and he's great against the Angels, which mean the Angels have Joe Adell, that's it.
And don't they have Monday off, the Royals?
Yeah, they had Monday off, and they're fine.
The Labor Day holiday, they're not playing?
I don't think they're playing Monday.
I think they play Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday against Anaheim. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I forget what that series is.
I mean, having a holiday off, that's strange.
Kind of tight. And being at home.
I was trying to get tickets to the game, and that's
For Monday, because there isn't one,
Yeah,
right?
there isn't one.
No game Monday. So they get
They get the Twins next weekend.
Yeah. So again, winnable series.
Yeah.
Should sweep them. Twins are out.
But,
They checked
to
out.
your point, it's just like you don't have many losses left. You really don't. That's why that White Sox loss hurt earlier in the week.
Yep.
Because that's a team you need to beat.
That's a team they should have had Yastrzemski be playing the entire time, but that's just me. Yaz needs to play 24/7.
I agree. The hell with the analysis and the
you hate
analytics.
that stuff.
I do. I think it's stupid.
Because you said he's hitting 263 with 7 home runs since becoming a Royal.
6 home runs, 12 RBIs, batting at 260. OPS plus is like 950 right now.
He's been playing great. Just use the eye test here, man.
I don't care if you can't hit lefties, but you know what? There's a certain time you're going to hit a lefty and it's going to go far. It's going to go into a gap or something. Get Yastrzemski in this lineup every single day.
Why don't we do this with the righties? Well, it's righty versus, I get there's more of them.
They're platooning 2 guys they acquired over at the trade deadline, Grichuk and Yastrzemski. Why are we platooning these guys? Just put them out there.
Right. Because we have an analytic department that funnels numbers down that tells you this is what you need. This is baseball now, Kramer. See, you're trying to talk like Whitey Herzog baseball, right?
Whitey ball's great.
Which I agree with. I don't like this era of baseball. I think it's foolish. I think there's too much information. I think it clogs their minds. I think there is way too much stuff out there that they give these players. As I've said for years, see ball, hit ball.
Yes.
We have made the game more difficult for the players by providing them with more information.
Mm-hmm. I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree.
Just go out there and play.
Heck, I played ball until college, and I still miss it. But it's like, man, just get the guy who's hot out there and play.
That's the other thing, man. Like, sometimes you just got to go with the hot hand. Momentum's tough in baseball because it's your next day's starting pitcher and all of that kind of stuff. But when you got a guy in a lineup that's really good right now, like Yastrzemski is, I'm with you. He needs to be there every day. The analytics stuff is just, it's job justification. That's all that stuff is. Well, the analytics said it. Well, okay.
It must be right. Must be.
Yeah, it's I mean, I saw that stat, and I mean, I've seen you and talked to you about this before about how you think that he should be out there every day. I agree. I mean, but again, they've got their system. They know what their system is, and we know how that's going to work. We know they're not going to bring well, we don't know this, but J.J. Piccolo, who was on Cody and Gold on Wednesday, basically said this is the team.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, there's nothing else you can do. There's nobody.
Right.
I mean, trade deadline's over. Roster decision. This is it. Yeah,
even with
absolutely.
expanded rosters, I don't think we're going to see Cags come up.
They
this
could
year.
put a claim on Santana. If he's not already somewhere
No,
else.
that's a lineup clogger.
That guy had like 40 RBIs, like 115 games.
Remember, this is like last year when at this point in time of the
Yuli
season,
Gurriel.
the Royals got Gurriel, they got Tommy Pham, they
They
got
also
Robbie
had a
Grossman.
big injury at
That's
that time
true.
last
Very
year.
true.
You know,
Thank God. Yeah.
we lose Vinny this year, I'm done. Like, I've never seen somebody just like even our guy Bobby Scales was talking about it when we started the show. They got that heartbeat of that he is. He's like, I mean, Vinny is just the unbelievable superstar on this
Vinny.
team. Like, if you're not in Kansas City, you're probably like, okay, he's a nice baseball player, but you're here like you get what he brings to the table. He is the catalyst. I love watching him play. So God no, if Carlos Santana is here, forget about it. We ain't got nothing going for us.
Because this was J.J. Piccolo on the possibility of Cags. You tell me if Cags is staying down.
You know, he wasn't getting challenged in the minor leagues. So, and it was during a time we were trying to get our traction, get going offensively. Right now, the most important thing is we put the best team on the field to try to make the playoffs. And I hope our fans and believe our fans would agree with that. So, you know, what we did in June may be different than what we do in September because we're running out of games to try to make up the ground we need to make up. So while Jack is very important to our future, you know, I would like to think that people want to come to our last 2 homestands in September to watch us try to win games, and that's what we're going to be trying to do. So that's the tough thing right now. Again, it may take care of itself. You know, we may figure out a way. And right now, Q, I think, again, using Adam Frazier as a good example, the hot hands are playing. That's who's going to be in the lineup. I mean, Adam Frazier, when we acquired him, we thought it might be 2 to 4 times a week. It's been every day because he's giving us great at-bats. He's getting his hits. Because of the versatility at second base, left field. So, there are the things that change during the course of the season. And by no means does that mean we're disappointed in Jack. We knew it was going to be a challenge for a young guy like that to jump in and really impact the game. But there will be a point that you go through the growing pains. We started that process in June and July, and here we are in September. He's been out for a month. He may get a chance in September. He comes up, he swings the bat well. He may be in the lineup every day. You never know how these things go, but we're going to put the best guys out there on any given night.
So that was JJ's too honest.
So that was.
I love you, brother, but that was great stuff.
That was the general manager Wednesday with Cody and Gold. As I've been, waiting for September 1st. I think I'm going to have to wait until next season to see Jack Caglione.
April
back
26th, we open in
Minnesota.
No.
Seems like we always open in Minnesota.
It's not Minnesota. Is it Minnesota? We're going to open in the Great White North in the middle of winter?
Seems like we always go up there.
I forget what I saw.
See, I get with Cags. He's tearing it up right now in Omaha, clearly.
Great.
Awesome. Love it. But do you actually call him up before the September?
No, I don't call him up at all.
I got 3 days.
Well, I think because if he gets called up after the September 1st, he can't make, and say the Royals make the playoffs, he can't play in the postseason.
Right. Yeah, right. And I don't think he deserves to play in the postseason right now.
But what if he gets called up tomorrow?
I don't judge September stats.
And then September he just goes off.
Doesn't matter. It's September. You got a lot of rum-dums pitching. And September and March stats are about as useless as they come.
Royals open up in Atlanta.
Yeah. No, they are. They're bad stats. They
might be bad stats, but if those stats count to you winning and getting yourself into the playoffs, you want his bat there.
We saw what he can do. And how do you look at the rest of your team and say, we're keeping Adam Frazier out of the lineup or Yastrzemski out of the lineup or one of these guys that are producing right now for this guy? If the Royals weren't in the playoff hunt right now, I would have Jack Caglione up here batting fourth every GD day, right? You're in competition for the postseason right now. As we know in Kansas City in the past, we don't get many of these opportunities. And so you cannot hold the rest of the team and the fan base down by playing somebody who probably isn't as ready as some of these younger guys or older guys out there that have that experience. Adam Frazier's getting the job done. Yastrzemski's getting the job done. What kind of message does that send to the rest of the guys in the locker room? Because you can't say we're going for the playoffs and we're going for it and then say, oh, by the way, let's let this guy learn at the big league level in the middle of a playoff race. If you're not in the playoffs, he's absolutely in the lineup. You're chasing the postseason right now. You got to put your best 9 out there every day, and quite frankly, he's not one of them.
And it sounds like the GM has made his mind up that the hot hands will play the hands that got you to this point, and it was not Caglione that got you to this point. So, again, keep raking in AAA, build that confidence
up. Get the confidence for next year.
But it sounds like I'm going to be very, very disappointed. And I have to just accept that, take it on the chin, and realize that Jack Caglione will be here eventually, but it'll be in 2026, probably not on September 1st.
And he never should have been here, but they had so many guys that didn't produce, they had to bring him up. And that was my biggest fear for him, is bringing him up this year when he wasn't ready, but out of need and necessity. And that's exactly what happened. And guys don't usually have success with that. So get back down there, see success, go into the offseason, feel good about yourself, and rake next year.
Royals Big Series starts tonight. Vern's On Deck show starts at 6 o'clock here on 96.5 The Fan. First pitch 7:10, as it will be your boy, Seth Lugo, taking the slab for the Royals in this weekend series. Coming up on the other side, I sent you guys both a DM on Twitter of the greatest food invention I've ever seen in my life. We'll explain on 96.5 The Fan. Your home for Kansas City Sports.
What's up, Kansas City? This is Jonathan India here, and you're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, today is Friday, and my friends over at sheetmetal2.org do something cool during the high school football season. They pick a game of the week. Well, you actually pick the game of the week at prepskc.com, and then go and vote on what you want to see the game of the week. Then, when the game ends and the winner is declared, the guys over at sheetmetal2.org are going to give a check for $750 to the winning team. We're doing that every week during the high school football season. This week's game is Cameron at Oak Grove. The winner of that game is going to get $750 to their school's football booster fund, and that's going to happen every week during the football season. So make sure you're going to Preps KC and voting on that. And the sheet metal workers just do unbelievable things here in Kansas City. That's why I love these guys so much, and that's why I love the union, because they're able to do work in the community and give back to the community in which they work. At Smart Local number 2, they're offering pre-apprenticeship programs right now that start at $24.55 an hour, and then once you're in that first-year apprenticeship program, you're going to get $30 per hour. And at the Sheet Metal Workers Union, they do so many different things like HVAC, installation, testing, balancing, service, and repair. They do architectural sheet metal like the top of Bartle Hall, the Kaufman Performing Arts Center, and the Crown at Kauffman Stadium. So if that sounds great to you and you're looking for that perfect career opportunity, the Sheet Metal Workers are for you. They welcome everyone, from seasoned professionals to those with no experience. They offer career training, job security, and a path to advancement, all while providing the tools and support you need. So check them out now at sheetmetal2.org. That's sheetmetal2.org. When we're young, we take things for granted, like getting out of bed or even walking downstairs. But as we age, our knees and back and hips may start to prevent us from doing those normal everyday activities. And in the back of our minds, we're thinking, hey, this pain's going to go away. But nothing changes. It's time to call and schedule that free consultation with the medical pros at QC Kinetics. There are thousands of patients who will tell you they wish they would have done it sooner. They turned around their lives with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments that work with your body to help restore and repair that damaged joint tissue. Natural cellular therapies. No scalpels, no pills, just long-term relief with no dreaded recovery. So bring your x-rays and MRIs to QC Kinetics for a free no-pressure chat and through evaluation to see if you're a good candidate. Grab the phone right now and give them a call. Appointments available on Saturday, 816-412-6299. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone.
For children who've experienced abuse or neglect, life can be full of uncertainty, but one caring adult stands by their side, offering support, stability, and a voice in court.
In being a CASA, you make a difference, even if it's just one child.
Get involved. You'll never know how you can affect someone's life.
Hundreds of children are waiting for someone like you to speak up for them. Be a CASA. Be the constant in a child's life.
To find a local CASA program in your community, visit kansascasa.org.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Today, we're constantly taking photos and videos to remember our favorite moments. But what about those captured before the smartphone? What about the memories tucked away on aging VHS tapes, film reels, or in fading photos?
These cherished memories are fading away with time, vulnerable to threats like heat, moisture, and mold. But fear not, there's a solution to safeguard your legacy. Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Nick. Together we founded Legacy Box over a decade ago with one mission, to bring your memories into the 21st century.
It's time to bid farewell to old tapes you can't watch and faded photos. Legacy Box transforms them into digital treasures, ready to share with a click.
Just like magic, your shoebox of memories is now safely stored in the cloud or on a thumb drive.
Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box, so you can rest assured your priceless moments are in good hands.
Don't let your childhood fade away on old tapes. It's time to digitize those priceless moments.
Fast forward into the digital age. Visit legacybox.com/value and unlock 50% off your order. That's legacybox.com/value.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time, like car wash. Right now, you can save 20% on the Armor All Complete Car Wash Kit. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale. at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
It's the summer sales event at Robside Ford. Your chance to upgrade without the stress. Robside joins me now. Rob, what's the offer?
0% financing, $0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on nearly the entire Ford lineup.
That's a serious summer deal.
Sure is. And unlike your brisket last weekend, these deals aren't dry.
Okay, that's fair. These savings are definitely juicy.
And we're backing it up with 2 years of complimentary maintenance, a non-commissioned sales team, and top trade-in values.
No pressure, no gimmicks at Robside Ford. The way car buying should be.
We're Kansas City's top-rated Ford dealer, 4.8 stars, nearly 3,000 Google reviews, and a better experience from start to finish.
So skip the smoke and the dry meat. This summer, start at Robside Ford.
135th and State Line or robsightc.com. 0% financing, $0 down, 0 payments for 90 days, and 2 years of complimentary maintenance.
Robside Ford, buy right, drive happy. And next time, maybe stick to potato salad.
Welcome back into the show. Final 10 minutes here. Then coming up, it's Binkley and JT. You think college football is going to get talked about on that show?
Oh, boy. Who's going to have more hot fire takes, JT or Binkley today?
Well, JT's got his quarterback of the future. Might be better than Chase Daniel. Might be better than James Franklin. Might be better than any Mizzou quarterback of all time after last night. Okay.
No?
You don't.
I would say he's better than James Franklin. He ain't passing. Chase Daniels is still
number one in your heart for the rest of your life, all time.
Chase Daniels?
Yeah.
Well, he's singular. He's singular. He's only Daniel.
You're sounding like my fiance. I always say like Costco's and Sam's Clubs.
Sonics.
She's like, it's one.
I do say Walmart's because that aggravates. That's the hinterlands. They say the wall like out there in Western Kansas. We go all the Walmarts.
You know, Walmart's named after the Waltons.
Like I'm going to go to McDonald's. She goes, it's McDonald. I'm like, oh, okay.
No,
it's not.
She doesn't do that to you, does she? Yeah.
No. McDonald's is
stand
plural,
your,
right?
Yes. Stand your ground, JT. It's McDonald's.
You're not going to Burger King's.
It's not Chick-fil-A's.
It's not
Chick-fil-A.
Dairy Queen's.
No.
I'd say, is it Culver's or Culver's?
Because
Culver's.
Culver's.
There's an S on
There's
the end.
multiple people in these families. Like when the McDonald brothers got the company stolen from Ray Kroc.
Yeah, have her go watch Founder.
Only if we could see the text line right now.
If only. It got banned. I don't know what happened. I'm literally not being a smartass. I literally have no availability.
It's probably because I'm here. If we're being honest, with things that have happened recently.
It happened yesterday.
Okay,
it happened yesterday. We didn't have it. It's literally, I like to interact with it. I like to be with you guys during the show. We just don't have it. We're working on it. But I see you guys at DM. Of course, Binkley had seen this 5 months ago. But somehow, Unnecessary Roughness tweeted out 49 minutes ago, the Air Force school, right? The school Air Force. They have a new food item. It is the B-2 bomber nachos.
They look great, right?
The chips are in the shape of B-2 bombers.
How cool are they?
The box is a B-2 bomber.
Yep.
And
it's going to B-2 bomb your gut with those jalapenos.
But hey, man, what a brilliant idea for those tortilla chips. They're little B-2 bombers.
Question,
you can,
how many of those are you actually going to get intact?
Oh, well, at that point, it probably doesn't matter.
You're at least getting 15. I would say at least 15 you're getting intact.
And there's, 25 in that box?
No, there's probably about maybe 40.
Because you can see Betty just grabbing a handful of chips and smacking them in there, and she's crunching them and all that kind of stuff.
They're trying to go to the next person. They're not worried about you.
It's all one nacho. It's funny because Brett McMurphy tweeted out 22 minutes ago, if you go to his Twitter handle, they have all sorts of college footballs doing this. So it's like Levy restaurants at College Stadium this year. UCLA nachos served in a Rose Bowl car. Cal potato skins with a Cal branded pork belly.
Cal potato skins.
Yeah, Cal, I don't know. And then the Air Force has the B-2 bomber nacho box, and then the Wisconsin Badger bacon bar dipped in milk chocolate.
Wait. The Wisconsin Badger bacon bar dipped in milk chocolate?
Yeah, here, I'll send it to you on Twitter
so
so you
is
can
it
open
just,
it up.
Is it just like a chocolate bar or piece of bacon dipped in chocolate?
Sure,
that
looks
is
like it.
wonderful.
Check your DMs, fellas, because I'm sending it to you. You should have them. Kramer, you should have it now. So again, yeah, Brett McMurphy.
Oh yeah, it's a stick of bacon dumped in chocolate on a stick, drizzled with white chocolate.
I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm not. That ain't happening for me. But yeah, the Rose Bowl car. I mean, that's just awesome, dude. A nacho Rose Bowl car.
It's like a 1960s, Chevy convertible type thing,
seafoam green or like a teal blue color with like the old school look. And then Wisconsin bacon Badger bar, Badger milk.
Of all things to serve at Wisconsin, though, like just chocolate dipped bacon.
Try to steer left of the cheese,
But you can milk badgers.
Well, you can milk anything with nipples, Greg.
Right, Greg.
Yeah.
Nice.
But no, so it is the weekend, holiday
Badgers.
weekend. We always do this ahead, right? We do this at the end of the show every time. 2 things you plan on accomplishing this weekend, Kramer? Bob, 2 things you want to accomplish this weekend?
Well, I think number 1 is enjoy tomorrow with everybody watching the big game, the Ohio State versus opponent insert here team tomorrow at 11 a.m. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And then quite honestly, once that game is over, I got nothing else going on for the weekend. And I think my wife needs a weekend where she has nothing going on just to kind of rest. But also, we got Anselmo's 80th birthday party today, the big surprise party for Jerry. Don't tell him about it. He doesn't know, even though he planned the whole thing. So we got to go to that tonight and celebrate Jerry. And I don't know if I'm supposed to bring a gift or something like that. I was thinking about like 80 pair of Depends.
No, you know what you bring? You get a strawberry pie.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Not that expensive.
Yeah, that's true. Good
He'll love
strawberry
it.
pie. I was going to actually get him some tapioca pudding and some Depends. And then, we're going to invite all his
Set for
friends,
life.
but, all the friends at the home, they can't get out after 5 o'clock. John Knox Village bus stops running at 5 p.m., so most of Anselmo's friends won't be rolling out to the event tonight. So, no, but we should have a good time. Happy 80th birthday for like the 18th time this month, Jerry.
That's awesome.
Hello, America.
Yeah. Kramer, what do you got planned this weekend?
I'm going to the Royals game tonight with my buddy Brad, and we're actually going to go sit in the brew and view, the view
we
and
get
brew.
a 22 ounce.
I've
and
never
a view.
sat there before in my life, so I cannot wait to
Left field side.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
That and my weekend show's back.
Nice.
On the sister station.
Saturday's the Kramer.
Yep, on the sister station at 1660 The Bet. I'll be on there live tomorrow morning at 9.
9 a.m. What are you going to be talking about tomorrow?
Baseball.
All baseball,
Yeah.
9 o'clock hour, 9 o'clock hour, all baseball, 10 o'clock hour, all football.
Oh, nice. Okay. You going to get betting advice?
Oh, all the time.
Good.
So, yeah, you got the Royals tonight. Seth Lugo, you taking over under 4.5 strikeouts?
We're taking the over.
4.5 seems small in
It
this
seems
day
very
and age
low.
in baseball.
There's still a lot of guys who strike out a lot, like Colt Keith, Spencer Torkelson. Riley Green does strike out quite a bit.
But he kills the Royals.
And he can strike out once.
Yep. I have.
You only need 5.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have. He's got to get to 5 innings first.
That is true. Yeah.
I think he gets
kind
to
of.
5 innings.
Yeah, I have tonight at a parlay with the Royals. I have Riley Green over 1.5 hits, runs, RBI. I have Bobby Witt 2.5 hits, run, RBI, and I have Seth Lugo over 4.5 strikeouts. 3-legger.
What's that payout?
$575 plus $575.
Nice.
So I bet 10, so I get $47 if I win.
It's not bad.
No, good
Safe.
juice.
It's safe.
Yeah.
Safe bet, yeah.
Yeah. Now, this weekend should be fun. Saturday, I get to wreck up the Fesco household. At what time should I get there? Okay, I'm just kidding.
Like, not one person has asked anything about what time to be there except for Binkley.
Yeah. And then Monday, I get to play golf at 7:45 for the first time in about a year and a half. Can't wait.
Fantastic.
7:45 a.m. Can't wait. Hey, everybody, go out there, do something nice for somebody this weekend, today, tomorrow, Monday. Who cares? Go do something nice. You never know. It could change their day, their week, their month, their year. It is simply cool to care. Kansas City, stay kind, stay safe, stay groovy. We'll talk to you on Tuesday. But coming up, Binkley and JT will give you the news from 10 to 2 here on 96.5 The Fan. Your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty.
Whoever that bozo was doing the armpit fart thing, come on, man.
Catch Royals insider Josh Vernier every Monday at 8:20, right here on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Missouri, get ready! DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is coming soon.